have. It's a super Saturday, let alone a super weekend in IPL 2023. It's all coming up nicely to this crescendo. My name's Avni Chaitya and you're watching the Delhi versus Chennai Watchalong. And it's good to see Somesh.
Well, because I haven't done a watch-along with him in a while. He's supporting Chennai by the looks of it with his brand new merchandise, Control the Controllables. Apologies being one ball late, by the way. So how are you feeling this afternoon?
I think we are averaging one watch-along a week together.
Which is sad, which is the finest, basically. I mean, the other guys wouldn't like to admit it. What's happening? Because CSK won the toss, batting first in a dry deck. Is that already a positive sign for a must-win game for them?
I mean, can't say. This is a team that usually likes to chase, but theek hai. Matlab, aisa, I mean, given the conditions, it's fine. Can't say, read much. Delhi have been in good form as well. I mean, it'll all be governed by the pitch. If it's really turning, then I think Chennai are massive favorites. But if it's a neutral pitch, then maybe it's a neutral game. As we've seen, कि भाई यहाँ तो any team can beat any team.
Yeah.
Unless it's Sunrisers. So, I mean.
All the sunsetters, as the fans said in the fan cams over there. Lots to talk about, lots to really chomp into. So get in the comments and let us know lots of things, what you want to ask us, and your first innings predictions as well. Santosh Udupa, good to see you because I just spoke to you a while ago. We're going to send you your merch. I hope you get tickets for the RCB Gujarat game, as you've told us in the Twitter DM. By the way, Yokesh, Makram, and Babu Rao, we pinged you back on Twitter. So please let us know your size so we can send out the merchandise. Everything is happy and hunky-dory right now. Speaking of jerseys, Delhi's wearing a new one. What's with jerseys this season, man? We've seen some really weird ones. We saw it the other day, Gujarat's cancer kit.
Yeah, that lavender jersey, I mean, I don't know how it was approved because I have a feeling that spotting the white ball in that jersey would be very difficult.
Exactly. I mean, I thought the same. And apparently later tonight, KKR take on LSG. And LSG is sporting a new jersey.
Which
because
is the Pan Parag jersey.
Pan Pasand jersey, whatever you want to call it. Mohan Bagan, they're tributing it because a similar owner, of course, owns both the franchisees. So we've seen some wicked jerseys in the past. Let us know which one's your favorite. You remember that RCB blue pandemic kit? You remember other ones which come to mind as well. So let us know which one's your favorite jersey. But now, coming back to the game, I've made some bold fantasy picks thanks to our Fantasy Research Center. You know who I'm captaining? Just guess. Shivam Dubey, bro.
I thought you would say Ambati Raidu.
No, Shivam Dubey. Cricketlytics is having him on top of every parameter right now. So I'm like, okay, fine, Dubey.
I think Shivam Dubey is carrying CSK, if I'm not wrong. I mean, I know Devon Conway had a very good start to the season, but he has sort of... Uska strike rate वगैरह has come down a lot in recent games, and so has Gaikwad's form.
Yeah.
So at this point of time, it's Shivam Dubey or shot.
That's a shot.
It has been Shivam Dubey or burst for CSK.
I mean, who are you backing today? Let's be honest.
I'm back in Delhi.
Yeah. Just to cause a little stir.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm gonna support CSK because there are two teams I'm vouching for. Obviously, my beloved RCB, and if it's not them, it's CSK. So I would love it if Delhi win. And then if, of course, LSG lose as well, because then RCB can win and go top two, dare I say. But keep your comments coming through. What prediction contest should we do today? First inning score, or do you want to make it funky?
Yeah, I think we're sticking with first inning score because that has already been out on Twitter.
Okay, super.
Can't change the rules.
So what are you going for, my friend? 150?
151.
151, okay. Interesting. Do you agree with Somesh? I think it might be 168. Because Dhoni will just come and probably hit a couple of sixes again, as he's normally done. Delhi always wear this rainbow kit once a season. Yeah, for sure. I think Shubh was telling me about it as well.
Started it in the 2021 season.
Correct. Good to see you, Mansi. And yeah, we're doing a CSK watch-along after God knows how long.
See, I mean, guys, it's not our fault that CSK plays this weird game at weird timings, or their games are placed on a day when there are other big games. Can't do it. I mean, we have only so much manpower to...
And sometimes we've been generally unlucky as well. The last one we planned generally was the LSG CSK game, and then rain interfered.
Happened, yeah.
So it's not our fault. But look, we're here to really make it count. So all you CSK fans as well, tell us the first innings prediction, and then you can win some mad merchandise like what Somesh is wearing. And we have DRS, Dhoni, we have pretty much everything that you want to win. 176, Vikramaditya Agarwala. Pretty optimistic this afternoon, but good to see that. 6 for none, 1 over gone. And it makes you think right now, if my vice captain will perform for Delhi, because my vice captain was not Lalit Yadav, is of course Akshat Patel.
This is a very strange move.
Very strange move.
Vikram, are you rooting for your team to knock LSG out tonight?
Oh. I mean, Vikram, I'm a KKR fan tonight, but fully. Even though RCB fans secretly want that round 3 RCB LSG game.
I mean, KKR versus LSG for an RCB fan is like an Indian watching a Pakistan versus China contest somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you said it pretty aptly over there. I mean, honestly, no to give, but we have to watch what happens out there at the Eden, let alone what's going to happen tomorrow afternoon at MISRH. Tomorrow, it's a special bonanza for you guys. We're doing the double watch along because we'll try to figure it out because, look, tomorrow is such an imperative day based on today's results, of course. Now, Lalit Yadav to Devon Conway.
Yeah, I mean, irrespective of today's result, even then, both games tomorrow would be important because even if CSK win today, LSG win today, RCB win tomorrow, MI can still make it, but they'll have to win by like 100, 120 runs. But even with 3 results going against them, they'll still be with a chance. So
imagine if RR.
So anyway, MI are playing in the morning, so RCB will still be relevant in the evening. So that I mean, tomorrow is irrespective of anything, tomorrow is a big game, big day.
And RR will be watching. They'll be backing, of course, SRH and GT respectively. Only rain game till now might help both team qualifiers to playoffs. Don't jinx it, Santosh. I mean, the weather forecast says 80% of precipitation tomorrow at RCB GT. First of all, it'll ruin the game. Second of all, it'll ruin the fan cam. So please, rain, stay away as much as we'd like to come.
Rain cam.
Yeah, it can rain on the 22nd, no problem whatsoever. We're doing a whole bowling outing with the team and stuff. And we're playing cricket tomorrow. And Gurkija said, on the show yesterday, we can monker him. So I was like, yeah, sure, cool. Because he's like a pro monkerer. Anyway, another boundary to think.
He's not that keen to run anywhere, so he doesn't leave his crease.
Bro, yesterday, maza aa gaya playing office cricket. Got 4 ducks in a row, and he was like, yeah, matchups, bro. And he's blaming the carpet as the office, saying, yeah, it's a day 2 pitch. Anyway, Darshan said the thing 144, kind of modest there, with a cat in the emoji in the picture as well.
I'm trying to make sense of this bowling change.
Lalit Yadav. I mean, did they see him as a Washington Sundar, Glenn Maxwell, part-time operator in the power play? Or is it just because, Conway was on strike, so give him... I'm just trying to think, how will Delhi go about beating Chennai? Because the last time CSK wanted to use the same modus operandi. They won the toss in Chepauk, batted first, batted Delhi out of the game, even though Russo and all of those guys tried to get going. And I think Dhoni will again suck the life out of them in the second innings. Short Devon Conway.
Short. I mean,
honest to God.
This is like 12 standard bowling.
But sometimes I just wish we can get Shubh here and just banter
but
him.
This is... kya bolo, yaar?
But who's the culprit?
Whoever
Warner,
it is. I mean,
Ponting.
On field, it's Warner. Simple
For sure,
as that.
right? But sometimes it's a gut feel. If it doesn't come off, it makes you look silly.
These two are like the best players of spin, and Lalit Yadav is not a Ravi Ashwin.
Has he ever bowled in the power play?
I mean,
we'll have to check. Yeah, I don't think it kind of strikes you initially.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, go back to that previous comment, Shaunak, and then we'll take Santosh Udupa's one as well. Sunny P, good to see you. Can't believe you guys are doing a watch on for the CSK match. We are here.
Believe it now. And if CSK qualify, we'll probably do 2-3 games of CSK more.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we love CSK. We don't have any agendas on this particular channel. So let us know.
I mean, it's obvious.
No, I mean, just putting it out there for people to just know. Anyway, let us know your first innings predictions because that's what we're going to be talking about. Also, let us know your top 4 predictions because it's been swinging like a pendulum, ebbs and flows, which is good to see. 19 for none, 1.5. And Lalit Yadav concedes an expensive first over, 13 off it. Drift and nothing to really bother them. All you guys watching, subscribe because ultimately it is, of course, that destination that you guys want to be on in terms of the comments and fantasy previews and whatnot. No, I was talking about LSG or CSK game that got interrupted due to rain. Yeah, we couldn't do that, unfortunately, but that would have been a cracker of a game. I mean, it was a similar surface, I think, LSG RCB won. So it just makes you think how that game would have happened. But look, it's made it a little bit more nip and tuck in terms of the points table with that 1-1 point over there. Lalit Yadav is the most apt X for bits and pieces, saying 8024. Bharat Kotwani, who I've not seen in a while in the comments. So good to see you, Bharat. Tell us what you're doing on a Saturday and who you're hoping wins today. Is it Delhi or Chennai? Which camp are you in? Because I'm actually split because the girlfriend back home is a big CSK fan. So essentially siding with her because otherwise it'll just be slanderous because I've converted her into an RCB fan. So it's only fair. Right, so Khalil to continue. And let's see if he can get gone way up because essentially Delhi need a couple of wickets. Otherwise, I think CSK are just going to get 20, 30 of our And feeling like that never helps, dude. I mean, it's just shocking. It really is. How much are you looking forward to tomorrow on a side note?
Delhi actually have been abysmal in the field. Last game, they just did not want to win.
Who did they play last game?
Punjab. They were dropping catches.
Oh, my word. Oh, my word. No one in our office predicted Delhi to finish last. That was just strange. Everyone thought KKR will do a Delhi, but we were wrong.
For Delhi, I mean, SRH are finishing last, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. SRH finishing last.
I think Hardik predicted them to finish last.
Yeah, it's really strange. SRH fans are losing their shit that day, saying 6 out of 7 games at home they've lost this season.
I mean, see,
but it doesn't
started
matter.
with David Warner.
Yeah.
That something is fishy with the management. Simon Katich left the team after auction because he also felt that something is not right.
Yeah.
And good ball.
Good ball, that.
And now, I mean, Aiden Markram has made it very clear that even he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So, I mean, something is really off with that franchise. It's been 3 years now. What that is, it's very difficult to point a finger at because no one knows what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you look at actually Hyderabad and how they've been as a franchise since 2013 to like 2020. They were like never going to finish last.
Yeah, they were the New Zealand of IPL in my opinion.
Yeah, and they were really, really good.
But
then since the pandemic, pretty much, the last 3 seasons have been absolutely woeful and to forget. And Hyderabad fans, well, they were actually converting to be RCB fans in the day, but that's for another story. Right, so 21 for none, 2.2. Another thing which strikes me in this game is that net run rates really don't matter in this one because CSK are way ahead of it and they're on the odd number of points. Lalit Yadav bowling full tosses again like how we did against the RCB game. Yeah, but at least I don't think he's going to get a wicket off a full toss again, Samish. It was just weird. Jagmeet Singh Oberoi, hello, good to see you. He actually slid into my Instagram DMs yesterday because I was putting a story of Gurkirat, our old friend, eating pasta, which is hilarious, bro. Honestly hilarious. If you guys didn't see it, no, as in like how he was eating it. He got garlic bread and then he put it on the garlic bread and then he was like having and there was pasta on his beard and stuff. And I was like, typical Gurkirat. What's changed? What's changed since Amritsar? But man, just banter. Yesterday, me and Gurkirat, we were just slandering each other, bro. Just slandering each other. I want DC to beat CSK because CSK had previously thrown up many times. But it is unlikely. Sorry. I don't see CSK not making the playoffs. They're just too like experienced with that man leading them, MSD. I mean,
but I mean, CSK losing today will just leave the fortunes of every team in their own hands. Simply LSG, RCB, MI have to win their games and then.
I agree with you. So in an ideal scenario, and I don't want to speak for the fans and the rest of the public, but I'm going to second guess here. And agree or disagree with me. Ooh, another dot ball. Oh, they'll scamper for a single. Yeah. The ideal playoffs. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's fine. GT versus CSK. Okay, the top 2.
But why do we feel that is an ideal playoff? Because in my opinion, if you actually think about CSK's entire season, it has not been that great. Yeah. Because, I mean, Ambati Raidu has misfired. Jadeja with the bat has been absent. Thiksena with the ball has not done a lot. Ajinkya Rahane, apart from those 2 flat knocks on flat cricket, has not really done anything.
Yeah, but there's always pitfalls of other teams also, right?
True, but I mean, I feel Gujarat is one, but there is a big gulf. There is
between all the other teams.
Even GT and CSK is not a contest of equals.
It's not a contest of equals, but I think on the day CSK can still hamper them.
I don't think so. I mean, like I keep saying,
catch that or fall.
To beat GT, you need teams with individual brilliance, like how MI beat them with the innings that Sky played.
Yeah. And how, like, RCB beat them last season. This innings that Virat played. He took Rashid down, which was fair. Fair. I hope that happens tomorrow as well. So I was saying, GT versus CSK, fine, you disagree with that, completely understand. And then 3 and 4, who would you like to see? Would you like to see round 3 RCB LSG? Would the public like to see that?
Yeah, of course. Everyone would want to see that. But I want MI to be in the mix because, I mean, MI jitna khelega, utna will get Surya. And for me, IPL is like watching these players. Like, I mean, there's...
So it could be RCB MI as well, right?
The GT and CSK template is so boring to watch.
Yeah.
It is effective, but it is so boring to watch that as a neutral, I mean, I hardly enjoy watching GT's game or CSK's games, to be very honest. Okay. Whereas MI, there is so variance. And this is what I liked about RR as well. There are so many watchable players.
So MI RCB could be a potential, right, for 3 versus 4?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, that'll be insane. I mean, MI LSG, no one wants to see.
Yeah. Even RCB games are good to watch because I mean, obviously when
dramatic.
Kohli's when he's scoring runs, I mean he is one of the most watchable players. I mean, I was in Delhi yesterday or day before.
Day before.
No.
Yeah,
day before. I was at a crowded place. The sound from Kohli's bat that day, it was, you can just make out that by अलग से आवाज आ रहा था कहीं भी हो, you can make out that the ball just hit a bat.
So it's ridiculous. I mean, the way he was timing it, quite ridiculous. Coincidentally, last 3 seasons where you see Kavya Maran involved as well, just saying Sanjay Venkateshwaran. Good to see you. Subscribe if you're new. I don't think you're new because you've already subscribed, but tell Suresh what I said as well, which is what?
Yesterday, Insta.
Oh, Insta. Suresh. That's Somesh. Oh, okay. Somesh, yeah. He said basically after I got a video of Gurkirat, he sent me a DM saying, you remind me of one of those people at weddings who are recording people eating their food. And I was like, fair play. If you give it, you got to take it. So Jagmeet, well played over there, honestly. 31 for none. I mean, the power play is looking pretty decent on this dry surface in Delhi. I don't know how much it'll assist the bowlers. But yeah, that whole top 4 chat is quite ridiculous. By the way, we also have lots of numbers to savor as usual in the watch along. Here's one in this IPL.
Both numbers are actually quite good.
Oh my jeez.
They look different, but 141 is also a very good strike rate.
Oh my word. So RG, man. Okay, here's my vice captain in the power play as well.
Yeah, I mean, but Anirudh, I'd be really interested to know Gaikwad after the first 4-5 games and Gaikwad post that because I feel that there has been a significant dip.
Speaking of Ani and stats, you guys should check out that Ask CDC piece, which is on the website. And I was going through it yesterday. So he's put out basically the list of batters who've scored the most runs in each over. So over 1s, 2s, 3, like that. So there's Dhawan, there's Warner, then Virat dominates in the middle. Do you know who, and this is a fun fact for you guys if you can get it, okay? Name the batter who scored the most amount of IPL runs ever in the 14th over.
14th over.
14th over.
That's so specific.
I know, but
shot,
it's a surprising answer. Oh, what a shot that is.
What a shot that is.
He's gone for 6 with Raj Gaikwad. That is a shot. I mean, it's against my vice captain today, fantasy picks, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. But yeah, do you know the answer to that? Can you put a finger on it? So I'll repeat it for you and the viewers. Name the batter who scored the most amount of runs in the 14th over in IPL history. If you guys want a clue, go check out the website, Ask CDC piece. It's a really good piece by Aniruddha Statspam because it shows you all the numbers we have. And Chand, I'll take care of my question, but I just want to ask Somesh if it's an Indian. He's still playing in the IPL.
Oops.
2 big clues. I'll give you another clue, but this could... He hasn't played the last 2 games.
Oh, Pulke was saying Dinesh Karthik.
Yeah, Dinesh Karthik it is. It is Dinesh Karthik, which is hilarious. And then after, I mean, overs 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 is just one man. MS Dhoni. So, which is mad. So, yeah, more crazy stats for that. Check it out. What are they showing here? Playoff ka chance. Kitne percentage? Asar. What is Asar? Even he doesn't know it.
I'm thinking of
even he doesn't know it.
Conversion.
Probability.
Asar is
what is population combination in Hindi?
Nahi pata,
yeah. Come on. I think if Mega was here, she would be able to tell us. SRH last 3 seasons is like Chelsea this over. So, oh my God.
मुझे तो plus minus multiply divide भी वो भागम इसके भूल भुलैया के डायलॉग से पता है. पहले मैंने जोड़ा, फिर घटाया, फिर गुणाकार किया, फिर भागाकार किया. उसी से मुझे पता चला कि plus minus multiplication और divide को क्या बोलते हैं.
But even in like proper like schools everywhere in the country, they say division multiplication, right? It's not like they have a Hindi word for it.
हो सकता है भाई.
Like indices is indices. It can't be a Hindi word for it. That'll be shocking. I don't know. I'm just guessing, by the way. Speaking of Hindi, we have some brand new Hindi content, which is brilliant. It's the Business Show episode 1. It's about how IPL has been, of course, having a split in the digital and the TV thing. It's explained beautifully in a 3-minute clip. So
yeah,
check it out.
Basically, the story is about how Jio have been able to telecast the entire IPL for free.
Yeah. And the math behind it, it's quite brilliant. It's on our app. You can check it out. And we'll play it in the mid-innings for you guys also who don't want to get away from the watch-along right now. So 41 for none, 4 overs. Are you sure this game's not happening at the Chinnaswamy? Because Kotla and the pitch is playing games. Pranav Anand, good to see you. It's dry. They have watered it, but still very dry with a bit of cracks. Afternoon game, so it'll be tougher to only bat on. I think KKR opted for a heavy roll at Chepo. Can't use it here, I guess.
I'm trying to figure out why Nokia did not bowl the first or the second over. The first over Khalil to samajh mein aata hai because last over he did not give a single run in 10 balls.
And then Lalit Yadav experiment.
Yeah,
failed.
I mean, see, who are you saying Nokia for? Maybe Shivam Dube, but you have to get these openers out, right? Because Jadeja, Dhoni, you can sort of counter them with good spin.
True.
But Nokia should be bowling the second over. I don't understand the logic of having him bowl when both the players are set now.
Yeah, I mean, Delhi sometimes have been making puzzling calls right throughout. So, I mean, you guys can refine it. I asked Som exactly this earlier in the second over itself. And maybe it is Warner, the fact that he is calling the shots in the field. It was a gut feel which went horribly wrong. Nokia's into the attack right now. And we're asking you guys, how much will you guys predict CSK to score in their first innings? You guys can let us know your predictions and stand a chance to win some sexy merchandise. I say sexy non-politely because it is sexy, to be fair. Nokia to Conway. Something's got to give here, I feel. And there's a boundary. There's more runs. I mean, this is a problem, right? For even Nokia to come in and have damage control straight away. It's tough. You can't even let him kind of find his feet, which is horrible. Keep your comments coming through. Me, Somesh, are happy to answer them. We'll, of course, make a change at the 6 over mark where you'll see Gurkirat, our old friend, and, of course, that slanderous Anirudh Suresh, who is already kind of bantering everyone about the WTC and all of that. Asar is probability. Possibility. Asar is possibility. Is there an Asar that Knicks will pop up in the 6th over as well?
Yeah.
Okay, super. Well done. So good to see Rituraj hit that inside shot. Brilliant. The 2 inside-out shots were, I think, of this season. One, Gill playing that over Jadeja in the first game. Brilliant. Just went for 6. And this one as well. Can't argue with both of them. Nokia to Conway. And it's 4 more. It's shocking fielding. Where is Gurkirat and Shubh when you need to banter Delhi fans? Cricket Nerd saying 167. Are you sure, Cricket Nerd? It's 50 for 0. Are you sure? Because you can change your predictions. I want to actually change my prediction, bro. Sorry. I said 168, but I'm saying 210.
Oh, holy, that's too much.
Because, bro, I'm thinking Kulia will also get hammered. Kuldeep.
Yeah.
Then who else do they have? Gone and middle over enforcers uske paas. No one.
Matlab abhi to, I don't know. I mean,
they have some guys who can bowl. Who's that idiot, bro? Sorry. As in me, my friend, that is. Not any player. Apologies. Slip of the tongue over there. I'll tell you exactly who I was reiterating to. Because... Right, so Khalil, Lalit, Akshar, and Rick Nokia.
And then they have Sakaria as well.
That's the man I was looking for. Yeah, Sakaria is also going to get belted, I feel.
But I mean, usko kya middle overs ke liye khilaya hai, unhone kya kiya hai?
Shivam Kalt, CSK 183 goes on to say. That's mad. That's mad. Is that Shivam Cuts? Sorry, Shivam Cuts.
I think anything above 170 would be CSK's game.
CSK's game. But then you say, individual brilliance, who can we expect it from? Salt and Warner? Yeah. Absolutely, Ankur. Absolutely, my friend. For sure. And it just makes you think that even if they're 100 for no loss, who do you send them? Dubey straight? Or would you still stick with Rahane?
Depends on who gets out, but 100 for no loss, maybe try to send Dubey, ki bhai maro.
Bash it. And I'm pretty sure lots of Delhi fans in the stadium right now would be like, we want to see Dhoni bat. Because even when I went to the CSK KKR game, I was like, they were 5 down and Dubey and Jadeja were batting 8 overs for fun, bhai. And I'm just like, I want to see MS bat, dude. Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? That ad still, I can't do that ad. We put up a reel about it as well, so you guys can check it out. Akshat being bold, I like it, Akshat Kumar, 206 for 6.
Solid Lokesh at 211.
211. Oh, well done, Solid-Q. By the way, Akshat and Solid-Q, if you guys win today, touch wood, you guys do. I hope you guys do. One of y'all, that is. Both of y'all can't win. Which shirt would you want, merchandise-wise? We'll show you the merchandise that we've got as well. So we'll flash it on the screen and tell us your size, and then we'll get it for you guys. And also tell us where you guys are based out of. So logistics-wise, we can sort that out too. 5 overs gone, 50 for none. It becomes 51 for none. Need Gurkirat Paji in the second inning when DC bats second for the last stars of the DC this year. For sure. for sure. Will irk him. Will just basically throw ghee in the fire. For Gurkira, it's so easy to rile up, though. It's too good. Especially with Delhi. But he wants Delhi to lose big today.
Who's easier to rile up, Gurkira or Shubh?
Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. Yesterday, Shubh was getting riled up by Vikas off his cricket. Fast hai. Kuch bhi mazak. I'm like, wow, can't believe it.
Oh.
Decent ball from Zakaria. So, fifth bowler being used in the power play, which is, again, I don't know how you want to see it. 157 saying Pranav. Do you think there's a collapse around the corner, my friend? That's 106 from about 14 odd. Legends predict on 14.5 saying Abbas Kunde. Look at him, he's a clever lad. Abbas Kunde, Chuchant, all these guys are just like keyboard warriors by themselves. Just sitting there wherever they're sitting out of, sipping on their lemonade, watching this watch-along. It's too good. Look at the stand in Delhi right now. It's just yellow, a sea of yellow, bro. It's just insane. Everywhere he goes, it's insane. By the way, do you have all those 2,000 rupee notes taken out from your go down?
I don't have a single.
Okay. Just tell them.
Seriously, matlab, bhai, nahi hai.
Yeah, it's actually true. In this modern day and age, who keeps 2,000 rupee notes? Honestly, who does?
Yeah, all my jeweler friends are worried now.
Gurkira was worried yesterday.
Oh.
I hope. Sab nikal do. Who is one player from each team you're seeing being released in the auction ahead of next season? That's a good question. That is a good question indeed. We'll start with it, and then the boys can pick up the pieces once they come the sixth over.
Maybe we can give all our prediction in the next 3 balls, and then they can carry on.
True. Okay, so let's go team by team. We'll start from the top. GT. Williamson's a good shout. All right. I would say Yash Dayal. Just axe him. Because he's got on to say, look, it's tough. Maybe it's just a restart. It's a left field shot, but like
I won't be surprised if GT do not release anyone.
That's what because the fact that they want to have that settled thing, they said it multiple times. CSK.
Raidu, I think it's time to move on.
I fully agree with that. I was going to say that as well. Raidu, if you guys agree with us, disagree, Central, let us know.
Either he retires or they release him. I mean, he'll retire basically.
MI, I'll go first. Archer.
Archer, I don't know. I
don't think so. You think that dream is still there? Archer, Bumrah, Aptavankare.
Not Archer. I think Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah.
I mean, why did they even bring him?
Why did they even kind of usher him in? Fine, Jordan's a fair one. RCB.
DK.
Yeah, DK as well. They haven't played in the last 2 games. I don't know what's happening. He's more than happy to do the comms. Who's fifth? RR. And the strategic time at 52 for none, 6 overs, by the way. Good start for CSK.
RR is a good question. Padikkal.
Yeah, Padikkal's a good shout. I'd have to agree with you,
Because just of the sheer amount he costs.
Yeah, and plus you can get a better bet there.
Who else? LSG?
LSG, Rahul.
Top.
No, not Rahul. Obviously not. I would think it's a tough one.
Huda?
No, Huda's also
based on 1 season.
Based on 1 season. Maybe Mishra, bro. Just release him.
Why?
हो गया
जितना जरूरत है और खिला लो ठीक है I mean Punjab KKR and
SRH let the boys figure out
we're talking about one player that
every team will release next year for the auction. So who you guys think? So we're going to make substitution. Me and Somesha off, and of course we have the boys. One of them is wearing a brand new merch, which you guys can see. It's brilliant actually. So Akshay, Anirudh, and Gurkirat, who will join you guys right now. We'll see you back in the 16th, but these guys will take over.
Alright guys, welcome back. Hello, next 52 for no loss at the end of the power play. क्या लगता है आपको? I mean, given the conditions, what do you make of the power play? And also disclaimer, मैंने तो power play का एक ball भी नहीं देखा.
I mean, look, I was also watching it, but it felt like the the most boring 52 for no loss or whatever
Like,
of the season. Like, how can a team be like 52 for no loss
Yeah.
and still the match is like very unwatchable? It felt like that.
And also in our defense, we were busy trying to get some Puma merch for ourselves. So we were having some inside conversations.
I have one answer to your question. Even good matches are not watchable at Kotla.
Yeah.
Just that structure. and
Unless
everything.
it's DC versus RCB and DC are whacking the shit out of RCB in the second innings, then it's very watchable.
So that is what Kotla does to good cricket games. So
Anyways, yeah, coming back next though, क्या लगता है 52 for no loss? Fair to assume it does a good power play given the conditions.
Yeah, and sometimes consistency does get boring for people because they are not used to it. So
Virat Kohli 2.0. Nice.
So-
And also,
I was having me and Bastard were having a mini argument outside before the match started, and I was like, man, come on, CSK run change, they're so boring. And Somesh was like, no, Bastard was like, no, CSK are not boring. Then Somesh came in, Somesh was like, Punjab are way more entertaining than CSK. Then Bastard said that the team that scores the more number of runs is the team that is more entertaining. So I went and checked. On average, Punjab have scored 182 runs per innings. CSK have scored 178.
okay.
So Punjab are more entertaining than CSK.
Okay, an
See-
interesting metric to use for
See,
sure.
comedy is entertaining. So I'll just leave it at that. That
Okay.
if that is the metric, Delhi have been entertaining, Punjab have been entertaining, RR have been entertaining. But yeah, this is a
KKR but truly have been the most
Oh, yeah,
entertaining team, I
for
guess,
sure,
like
for
without
sure.
any bias.
and they've also punched above their weight.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about it yesterday, right? If KKR win today, Punjab will finish 8th.
You know,
So-
I actually wanted to wear that yellow turban that I was wearing in my intro, but I realized that is in Delhi. I don't have a yellow turban.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say, I
That is
realized that
in Delhi.
CSK is playing or something like that.
नहीं तो तभी तो पहनना था.
अच्छा, CSK के support में ही पहनना
The
था.
number
अच्छा,
of-
my bad.
such is the away support, today that
They
won't be surprised if people
actually-
wearing yellow turbans
they
today
actually
in
no, they
Kotla as
actually
well.
showed one Sikh gentleman who was wearing a yellow turban.
I mean, it's fairly common at Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai. They do attract a lot of crowd. Is that another phone?
Oh,
Of course it
shot.
is. Back delivery back from Kuldeep. And 22 or 21 at the end of the power play was, I mean that's Gaikwad's returns. What do you make of that, Gurkirat? मतलब आपने देखा match?
देखा था. So
Fairly instantaneous that, but so 22 of 21, isn't that a fairly sedate start for someone, Gaikwad's caliber?
it is, but see, you have to see how this season has went for him, because he's gotten out cheaply even after getting in. So I just thought that with Conway going great guns, he just wanted to take his time, and that it's not that he did not take the opportunities, but he didn't do anything rash. And when the opportunities presented itself, like how you can see in the highlights reel after the power play,
Oh, that six was.
they've played good shots, and they've played those shots which are their strengths. They've not done anything fancy because they've not needed to do that as well. And I mean, from here, CSK can look to get 180, and
Yeah, man.
that should be easily, I believe, 20-25 runs more than par, because it's not an evening game. It's an afternoon game. It's very hot in Delhi. At the pitch report, they were saying that they had covered the pitch even after watering it because they felt that the pitch could dry out really soon.
Okay.
So if that is the case, I mean,
I know you for sure again. So
Yeah.
defending would be far more easier.
And
sometimes.
Good ball.
yeah, so Nikhil, what do you think? If someone gets out now, Dubey at number 3, or would you still go with Rahane?
Yeah, I'd actually send. May sound very silly, but I'll look to maintain RHB, LHB here.
Okay.
Primarily because I also want Raidu to get some game time. So of course the preference won't be above Rahane. So Rahane, Dubey, and then Raidu in that order. But you'd want Raidu to get some game time. He's hardly had. I mean, whenever he's come in under tremendous pressure that you have to go from ball 1. It's not a good space to be in. So maybe that should be the plan. Let's see.
But the only risk I see is that CSK still have not sealed qualification. So wanting to give game
They
time
wouldn't want to
for
be
Raidu,
complacent. Yeah.
kind of going away from their tried and tested template could
Backfire.
potentially
Yeah.
backfire.
Yeah,
So
true,
I think
true.
So that's why I said the preference cannot be over Dubey. It only
Correct.
has to be over Rahane if at all. Because again,
Alright.
at this point of time, you would not mind a Raidu over a Rahane. But you would definitely want to bat Dubey first. So depending on how they look at it.
Interesting. That's something to look forward to. Pranav Anand says Anirudh is a Punjab fan. He of course prefers entertainment over trophies.
Yeah, what is?
I mean, all of us prefer
IPL is nobody cares about. Even the the organizers care about revenue
of course,
only, and the number of viewers and all
Exactly.
that. Nobody cares about.
TRP but
Trophies,
entertainment se trophies
So-
se nahi, so that's for sure. And
No,
also
people watch once you win trophies. People like to watch. People cry, so they watch RCB at times, which is fine. But they
अरे
provide
मैं ये
enough
नहीं बोला कि
entertainment in
trophy
both sense.
important नहीं है. मैं नहीं बोला.
मैं
I'll
तुम्हारे
be the
लिए
first-
बोल ही नहीं रहा हूँ. मैं तुम्हारे लिए बोल
नहीं,
ही नहीं रहा हूँ.
ऐसा- we'll take the comment, but no, the way he tapped, I
नहीं,
thought
just
it
to
was-
end it.
Let's just take the comment.
एक second, let Nick complete his point. आप खत्म करो आप जो कह रहे थे.
नहीं, अगर 15 सीजन में if you only qualify for playoffs twice,
हाँ.
you only deserve to be entertaining and maybe relegated.
Yeah, it's like participation prize.
Oh, shot, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. And Darshan Senthil, meanwhile,
Oh,
says
that's
if
only
memory-
a double.
Oh, for a second, I mean, I thought I was going for the fourth for sure. Okay, if memory serves, they had to stop an India-Sri Lanka game midway through because of how bad the pitch was. Yep, that's very true at Kotla. Though to be fair, this was several
This
years
was
back.
13 years ago?
15?
No.
14 years.
No.
This was 2009.
Oh, this was that
Yeah.
series, the
This
400
was-
chase wala Rajkot mein jo hua tha, wahi
Yes.
series.
Oh,
This was
Sangakkara
2009.
was batting, I think.
Yeah. Uneven bounce and things
This
like
was-
dangerous bounce.
Sudeep Tyagi was playing in
Yep.
in the Indian 11.
I think Dilshan suffered a fracture.
Dilshan got hit on the thumb quite a few times. And why it happened was because the complaint against the pitch at Kotla was that it was very slow. It was the fears were that if it is very slow and if it's very dry, it could end up being a very boring ODI. So they watered the pitch, and it was also winters in Delhi, and it was a day game. It was not an after day-night game. So the moisture in the winters and everything just meant that there was a lot of spongy bounce, and players were getting hit left, right, and center. I think Sri Lanka was 6 down or something. The last wicket was a run out. Suresh Aina had done it. If I can recall, and I think that Sanat Jasuria was also a part of that 11. I'm not sure, but yeah, Sangakkara was there, Mahela Jayawardene was there, Sudeep Tyagi was playing, Jadeja was there.
And just taking Aman's comment there, RCB changed their jersey for environmental reasons, GT for cancer. What's the reason for DC? Sorry, GT for cancer, and yeah, what's the reason for DC? Rainbow, so that's fairly obvious, right?
No, it's not LGBTQ. It's
So?
they're promoting the JSW paints. Daikin is not a sponsor.
Oh, हाँ, वो भी भूल गया.
DC has never said that it's in support of LGBTQ. People have just assumed.
So,
It's
you're
JSW
kidding me,
paints.
man. That's
I'm not kidding.
I'm not. This is not a dig at you. This is a dig at the DC management. That's so
from here it looks like the German flag more than.
Sure.
Oh. But Paji, that is a very good name. Dig at DC feels very normal.
Everyone should take a dig at DC.
But I just can't. I just assumed rainbow. Matlab, of
Nahi,
course,
nahi.
it's.
Nahi.
I mean, that's also subtle in some sense.
They've continued it since the 2020 IPL, and 2020 IPL was in Dubai.
Okay, yeah.
So
true.
there's no way they are promoting LGBTQ.
नहीं यार, Dubai में तो it's fairly this thing. Dubai is not. I mean, Dubai UAE is different. Okay, I shouldn't go. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's a
change
different
the topic,
conversation.
yeah,
Yeah.
later.
Stats we've got a stat for you guys. Gaikwad again spin the season. In the power play, he scored 76 runs at an average of 38 and a strike rate of 195. In the middle overs, this goes down massively. An average of just 15, under 15, and a strike rate of 120. So once the
Shot,
field is
man.
lifted,
But
wow, that's a good shot. Once the field is lifted, I mean, would it be fair to say his options sort of go down because he can't now loft and get a boundary? So
I mean, that never used to be the case with him in the during the 2021 or 2022 seasons. So, not sure what exactly has gone wrong. Maybe
Playing at
it's
Chepauk?
just-
No, I think it's the first risk that he has taken. So if
Yeah.
you see the matter, if the timing of the dismissal, it's very early. See, just like that.
Oh, we
Just like that.
oh,
Just like that.
exactly. Oh man,
And that was
And
the
the thing
first
is,
right?
pretty much.
and that is not how he usually used to attack spin. So he's very good, like he did to Aksar the other over, where he's coming down to the pitch of it. And this is not a shot that you see usually with. That's how he's gotten out so many times.
One time catch against. No.
And
Unmukt Chand.
and he's also someone who hits with the spin. He's attempted also hitting against the spin a few times.
Exactly,
Did that
that's
versus
what I'm saying.
Chakravarti, did it today, right now,
Looks like he
and
didn't
that's not come
pick the
off.
googly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
didn't. He
occasion.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And please keep your comments coming in, guys. The match might be slightly boring, but we're more than happy to make it entertaining with your, questions
Yeah,
and of course
Looks
our
like
own
we might have picked the wrong match. But
to talk
No,
about.
we-
but again,
we
you
have-
guys keep
We have picked up this game because we've got a lot of complaints from CSK fans.
Oh yeah,
But you
we're
never
not
do
covering.
Watchalong CSK matches, so
Anti-CSK.
now you know why we don't do Watchalong
Yep.
CSK.
True, that's nice. A solid hockey, meanwhile, sees if you focus, it's not rainbow at all.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that's what it's. मतलब NDA 101 subliminal marketing जो बोलते हैं ना कि बस दिखावे के लिए लगता है कि oh it's rainbow, they're probably.
it is like in 2023 you can make anything and people will draw 100 conclusions.
Exactly.
So it's about how smart you can be when it comes to whatever design or
True. And also, guys, before I forget, make sure you keep your predictions coming in. This is one of the new merch I am wearing. It's Nitin Menon, the OG. It says, Anirudh, if you could read it because I.
Yeah, can you rock and roll that, please? Flatland, I'm satisfied. Yeah.
And this is one of the new merch. It's pretty cool. We've got
Sorry.
Kohli, we've got Dhoni.
That
we've
sounded so wrong. Flatland, I'm satisfied.
got Knicks.
Look,
please.
Akshay is the one who has it on his tee, not me. So it's
No.
like,
So two things: read the
Yeah,
room
moving.
and get a room. Don't know, bus. And I'll end that conversation there. Chuchan, meanwhile, taking another
you
dig.
won that jersey in support of Nottingham Forest. I mean, look, why would I support Nottingham Forest today? You know,
Okay.
the season is done, bro. So
Do you-
it's all good.
Do you guys think that this duo of Delhi spinners in Akshar and Kuldeep, have they bowled well? I felt that
They had
Next
poor
up.
record at home. If we can get
Sorry?
Anil to confirm, they had a very poor record at home. The Delhi spinners.
So
They've
when
done
you
much
say-
better away from home as compared to at
Oh,
home. And at
shot.
home, oh, shot.
6, right?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
slightly dropped it short and gone. Took full toll of it. Sorry, Nex. Just one thing. आप जो कह रहे हो कि poor record. Are you talking in terms of taking wickets? Because
Yeah, both
in
in
terms of
wickets and control as well. In terms of they
but I
at
feel
times having-
runs they've actually been very good. In fact, they are Delhi spin attack has been the most economical this season,
Yeah, but
both
then
home and away.
the par score is also different, right? They are economical, but the par score is also as much less as compared to the other venues. So
I-
in terms
I
of
feel
strike rate
that-
also,
I feel that on a slow pitch, they have given the pace to batters.
yeah.
They've just allowed
Aksar more than Kuldeep.
even
I guess.
Kuldeep.
Yeah. I mean,
even
I
Kuldeep
felt
today.
like he bowled a much better second
Abbe,
over.
Oh,
Short.
No, but this is like poor
Yeah, poor bowling.
poor bowling. It is very poor. It is like what Shahbaz Ahmed was bowling to, like worse than that.
This is
Way worse
clearly
than
worse than that. Clearly worse. This is dropping shot, and that was a finger
So
spin.
like what Bishnoi was bowling that day to who
Yeah,
did Lucknow play?
Hardik Pandya.
Oh,
No. Last game.
SRH.
Yeah, Bishnoi was bowling to Klassen like this.
Oh,
I remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Aman is asking Gurkirat Paji, give your review on Ponting Mines. He's a teetotaler, Aman. I don't
Last
think he'll. Yeah.
Somesh, I guess.
Exactly.
I
Somesh, me, and
I
Naniro.
am a teetotaler, yes. but
Somesh went to
but-
Delhi yesterday, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was there, yeah.
All right. Wasn't aware of that.
I am a teetotaler, but the way DC have performed and the tactics that DC have employed, if Ponting remains as DC coach for one more seasons, I might do both I might, consume Ponting wines while whining about Ponting.
Oh.
So there's that.
Oh, that's a 50, by the way.
Oh, I thought you were clapping for Gurkirat.
No.
It is better than
Yeah, it's better than
better
that.
than Gaikwad 50.
No, but then
दिल से दर्द निकल रहे हैं.
the irony, we were talking about Gaikwad being slow and he gets to his 50 before
But if they're giving him gifts now,
and he's also faced more deliveries.
so
But yeah,
Delhi want all CSK batters who have not been in form to come back into form before playoffs.
Yeah, like how Dhoni, played that
understood.
match
Yeah,
winning knock against Avish Khan 2 years ago. But
and Tom Curran, of course, the more important cog in that wheel.
Babura was asking a very
Yeah.
important question, I guess.
Yep. How would you rate the season for Chahal, Bishnoi, Markanday, Kuldeep in terms of expectation you had from them and how they actually performed? Markanday se to kisi ne, matlab, we didn't even know that if he would get a chance. He did begin. I'll just take Markanday's this thing and then you guys can take it forward from there. Not a lot of expectations from Markanday. He did sort of outperform in that
it's fair
sense.
to not even talk about him because he's not in the picture.
Yeah.
Unless he won the purple cap, I don't think he would have been considered for selection.
True.
Even if he had won the purple cap, I don't think he would have walked into the squad right away.
Fair.
So
Next, आपको क्या लगता है? Chahal, Rahul Chahar, Bishnoi, Kuldeep. What do you make of them?
I think not surprised by the results for Chahal because it's something that we've known him to do. So whenever he's got wickets, it hasn't been surprising. Whenever he's not got wickets, it's not been surprising. So that's probably where Chahal is and where RR also have been with him in terms of tactics. Hopefully that is sorted. Chahar, I felt, has bowled well at times. But again, he's been sometimes used very weirdly in an attack like that, which has so many experienced pacers. He's sometimes been the very defensive option that they don't want a wicket from him. They just want him to keep the runs down. So the wickets will never come from him. For Bishnoi, I think, again, something that we knew that on decks where you don't have to bowl quick. I mean, on decks with help, he's not the best option for you because that's why you want Amit Mishra to beat the people in the air with loop and guy. So, but on different decks outside of Lucknow, he's done better. But again, his usage also, I don't think, has been best. Kuldeep, I think, is the only one who's been used like consistently apart from the other four. And his results are, I think, fair reflection of sometimes you can miss your mark. And that's what's happened with Delhi at home. So it also has to do with where they are playing and the composition of the bowling attack.
Oh man, poor
But
bowling.
one thing about Kuldeep that I've liked is, and I felt that it was completely missing from his game last season, is that he's worked on his defensive bowling.
Yeah, and the quick defensive bowling, to be very honest.
Yeah. So that is something. I think that is something that he's improved, and that was something which I did not expect from him, for him to bowl or close out overs by bowling those deliveries at 110 plus. So I've liked that facet of his game. Chahal, nothing surprising, like Nikhil said, absolutely nothing.
I would go on to say that
Overall,
overall,
is that a wicket now? Of course
What,
not.
he
Didn't even
pick it?
run. Yeah,
What, Akshar?
yeah.
He didn't
like-
pick it, huh?
No, I
He
mean,
didn't pick
एक
up
बात
ball.
बताओ, is Delhi even like? They look like they don't even
They
want to
checked out,
play
huh? They
today.
checked
Yeah,
out.
they mentally checked out.
It's 43 degrees in Delhi right
अरे यार, ये सब.
Okay, just coming back to the point, I
Yeah.
just feel that overall it's been a very disappointing season for Indian spinners in general, the local spinners. Even Chahal he was good in, like, he had a hot streak, but then there were a lot of matches in which
2-3 good games.
But no, a lot of his wickets also were due to the fact that he was bowling at the death a lot more this season.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing, this is why it's never easy to get excited about Chahal, because this has happened year after year after year. We are seeing the same thing, and he's a completely different bowler for India. Then he comes up against like better batting lineups and all that, better surfaces. So yeah, I mean, overall, I would say that I would throw in two names who I think have been the best spinners this season in terms of their consistency, and one is Jadeja, who now I think has been better than all these bowlers we mentioned.
Like
Yes,
almost-
he's more defensive than all the others, but
Yeah.
to have an economy of 7.20 consistently is impressive. I think he's had like probably 2 bad games at max, not more than that. And Varun Chakravarti, I think
Yeah,
Varun
Varun
Chakravarti
definitely.
probably has been the best all-round spinner, Indian spinner in this IPL season. He's hard, and it's extremely tough. Great what he's done, because KKR have had a non-existent pace attack. Sunil Narayan has completely disappeared, and yes, Suyesh is there, but again, he's a kid who bowls like 2 bad balls per over at least, and he gets hit often. So Varun Chakravarti has carried the KKR to 12 points, if anything, so far.
And I'd say even Piyush Chawla has been.
Oh yes,
Oh,
Piyush
wow.
Chawla,
Yeah, of course,
absolutely.
like-
Yeah, Piyush
How did
Chawla.
we forget?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
So, which is why I feel that considering Piyush Chawla, I don't think he really realistically has a future with the Indian national team. So, Krunal is one more option who's been defensively good, but again, he's had an
Conditions
economy in the
applied.
seven-ish.
He's been good.
Yeah.
Conditions applied.
He is Jadeja light in some sense. Would that be fair to say?
Probably.
No,
Yeah,
no, I think Jadeja is actually bowled better than Krunal. Much
Of course,
better.
yeah, that is a light. He's
Jadeja
that is a
light.
light.
नहीं लाइट भी नहीं जडेजा लाइट अभी अक्षर पटेल है अक्षर पटेल लाइट कृणाल पांड्या
Axar also, I think he's had too many off games for
Yeah,
my
with
liking
the
this
ball,
season.
yeah,
With the ball,
exactly.
that is. So I would, if I'm an Indian selector, I'm in a very, tricky spot ahead of the World Cup in 1 year now.
Yeah.
I really don't know who my spinners are going to be,
Yeah,
and I still feel that you compare India's spin resources with every other country in the world, top nations. India might just have the weakest spin attack among all elite teams right now because they don't know who their best spinner is at all.
I feel it's a case of having too many options and not
Too
being
many
clear.
options who are not top tier. That's the problem. Everyone could be like top tier on their day, but no one is proper world class.
I mean,
Are any of these spinners you'll call world class?
That's my thing. Like personally, I would say they're not top tier on current form, but on skill, come on, man. We've got extremely skillful spinners.
But it doesn't matter. No, everyone could have skill. It's about the repeatability.
Yeah, and the World Cup's a
consistency.
year away, so I mean, all's not sort of.
But the good thing for India is that West Indies is a country where
Spinners,
figure spin.
yeah.
Oh,
man.
Is it?
Yeah, six are high.
No, is it? Oh, just about.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know it seems slightly
So-
mistimed, but yeah.
Oh yeah, and we missed out one more name who probably was the worst of the lot, Washington Sundar.
Yeah, I
Which is
did
like-
remember, but I didn't bring it up simply because you play like 5 games as usual.
The broadcaster is right now giving double whammy to DC supporters.
Oh,
जो
of
मैच
course.
चल रहा है वो तो 100 जो मैच तुमने गिफ्ट दिया है वो भी देखो.
Like I think after Gaikwad got out in this match, I was
अबे यार ये अभी तो गया ये 200 बन रहा है भाई अभी. And Chuchan says, Akshay bhai, don't be harsh on Delhi fielders. The conditions are too hot. हाँ यार conditions खराब है पता है लेकिन you can't justify, you can't
wait
defend
for
this.
Jadeja to like hit 3 direct hits and
Yeah, exactly.
take to 100 blinders and then
No, then the conditions are good now.
Oh.
It's cooled down. It's not just as hot.
I mean,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but फिर भी यार you can't use that as an excuse at IPL. Like इतना सब करने के बाद you're expected to perform. Yojak Vyas. Oh, that's.
oh, that's another.
Man, ये क्या है यार ये?
And we were talking about Kuldeep's defensive
Oh,
bowling.
God.
So Kuldeep's like,
Yeah.
but
So
this is,
may I hold my ponting mind.
but yeah, I mean, you look at these lengths. What are these lengths? It's repeatedly in the slot.
Yeah, man, like
Repeatedly in the slot.
bang in. Oh.
अरे अनिरुद्ध just said ना repeated is boring so क्या है
Repeatability, good repeatability. And
No, just look
consistency
at
for
this.
Kuldeep.
just look at this rubbish.
All right, Darshan, yaar, I'm really sorry, man. We can't take revisions.
Yeah.
Let's hope whatever your previous prediction was, somehow miraculously DC come up, they conjure a collapse and CSK sort of, get restricted to whatever it is that you've predicted. Just to go back to Yojak Vyas's comment, Shaunak, ek to the name that's different, and I don't think I've heard it before. So Yojak,
No, he's been there.
he's been there. All right, a very unique name that. And finally drags it a bit back. He said, I don't know how everyone is ruling SRH out and picking MI favorites for that game. Remember, the game is at Wankhede and SRH top 5 will enjoy that pitch so bad. What if MI has to defend there?
Yeah, so I think people are, I mean,
Overestimating Sunrisers.
So MI are overwhelming favorites. It's, all the points that you mentioned, they make sense. But the tendency for Sunrisers to self-implode, it has been just something else.
Oh,
I mean, they lost a game against KKR when they had to chase 37 of 30. Right? So if you can self-implode from there, or you look at that game versus Delhi where they couldn't chase 144 at home. So they've self-imploded so much that, teams have no one has absolutely any confidence in themselves, and you don't even know who's calling the shots. For all you know, I'm like, even they're not going to drop Klaasen for sure, but there's a good possibility that in that game they could end up dropping Harry Brook While
Again.
it is a venue where Harry Brook could enjoy batting. I mean, you just need to protect Harry Brook from Piyush Chawla, and then he can do whatever damage that he can do. But there's a good possibility they'll drop Harry Brook and bring in a spinner, and that spinner may not be, or bring in Marco Jansen, and that spinner will not be Akil Hussain, because if it's Akil Hussain, it might still make sense given Surya Kumar Yadav's matchup against left arm spin. So they've just functioned like a very
I would say they look like a team that does not enjoy playing cricket at all. I think they don't want to be here this season. It looks like it. I mean, Markham has looked dejected for the last 5-6 games.
It's not a team which is being run on cricketing logic. Maybe they are running on vibes, or maybe they are looking at some horoscope.
Not even vibes. It's like bad vibes. They're running on bad vibes.
No,
At least like Punjab gives you good vibes. Like they might be losing, but देखे हाँ मतलब अच्छी टीम है यार. शिकी पाजी करके बोलने का मन करता है. माकरम और इन सबको देख के नहीं लगता यार.
तो माकरम से भंगड़ा करा देंगे, फिर माकरम को अच्छा लग जाएगा.
And considering Mumbai have a 4-2 record at Wankhede, and considering the form their batters are in, I would put like them 75-25 or 80-20 favorites to win that match. And I think it will be if Mumbai end up crashing out, say after losing to Sunrisers, it will be one of the biggest chokes in recent times, because you look at everything is stacked in Mumbai's favor. And now that Behrendorff has also found form with the new ball, in the power play, I think he's taken the second most number of wickets right now in the power play behind.
No, Siraj Shami definitely.
Yeah, I think he's gone above Siraj. Yeah? if I'm not wrong. I'm not exactly sure.
Can we have our stats man give us that stat?
Yeah.
I mean, after Bolt as well. Now Bolt took to a wicket yesterday. So, but I'm sure Behrendorff's in the top 3 or 4. That I'm sure.
All right. Fayaz, meanwhile, says IPL way ahead in sports entertainment. They execute scripts much better than anything else.
अरे भाई ये कौन सी स्क्रिप्ट है जिसमें पंजाब कभी क्वालिफाई नहीं कर रही? What is this script? What is that script that we keep seeing Delhi choking or doing stupid stuff?
I mean, before we get to that, another stat for you guys: most century partnerships for the CSK pair in the IPL. Conway Gaikwad have 4, and they've overtaken the Hasi Raina partnership. I mean, the Hasi Raina record of 3 century partnerships. They had just 3. I thought they would have had more than that. Is this in all IPL or in a season?
I suppose all IPL, I guess.
Hasi Raina just 3. Oh, I thought that would be more than that.
I mean, 100 run stands are like not as common as we think.
Like Virat ABD had 6, 7.
That's it. So you're saying this is half of Virat ABD is believable because they did not play together a lot, I guess. Like
they played 6, 7 seasons.
Nobody else scores, na. Nobody else scores for that franchise. There are other people who score for CSK.
All right, okay. Just to take Master Parida's comment, Anirudh, CSK are not exciting to watch, right?
Talk to me when their average score is more than Punjab's.
But yeah, see.
Record
see, they are not exciting. That is something that I can agree to, because it's something which a lot of top athletes have also said, that consistency is boring. I remember even Kohli saying that. So yeah, they might be boring to watch, but
Virat and AD have 10 century partnerships.
Yeah, so Nikhil gave you the answer, right? Next gave you the answer, right? It's like CSK also had, Badrinath.
Badrinath, I don't think.
Murli Vijay was playing.
Vijay.
Dhoni was still a good batter. So a lot of things were happening during CSK's peak days. But Conway has slowed down a lot after the power play.
I feel they've been smart. No, they've been smart. Gaikwad sort of gave way to Conway in the power play. Now Gaikwad has taken center stage, so they've been smart about it.
CSK will hope that this does not turn out to be like that Punjab match where they were like, it is very similar to the Punjab match right now.
It's not happening.
But yeah, I mean, I know that you're being pessimistic, but we'll try to be optimistic to keep the match exciting. So
let's hope. And talking about keeping the match exciting, guys, about the prediction contest, all you winners are there. That's another.
Oh, well played,
man.
Oh, ball boy almost got
century loading.
He should be disappointed if he doesn't score century from here.
And just talking about all the prediction contest winners, guys, not a lot of you have contacted us on Twitter, so just make sure that you guys DM us and let us know which contest you did win, and let us know what merch you want and share your details. We've had just 2 of us contact. We've just had 2 winners contact us so far. So make sure all of you have contact us. So don't forget about that, guys. Sarthak meanwhile says should do an award stream post the group stage. Best, worst, think tank, etc. And also build an IPL winning 11 based on the season's performance. Will be a lot of fun. We'll be doing all of that, Sarthak. Don't worry. We've got that covered for you guys. Monday night, we'll be initially doing a live for you guys. That'll be predominantly on the teams that have not gone through to the playoffs, if I'm not wrong. So we'll be talking about the 6 teams. And yeah, we've got a lot of stuff for you there, so don't worry, we've got that covered. Village Dance, wow, interesting username. He says, I think Santner should play in qualifier 1 in place of Tikshana. That CSK qualifies, that is. What do you make of that? Next, you can start. Santner over Tikshana at Chepauk.
It's a very tempting option. We've discussed this in many games. But see, I know the MS doesn't like to surprise people with changes. But if he plays today, then I'm very keen to. Then I'm sure he will play the next one. If today Patrana doesn't come on and Santner comes on, then I think there is any chance. Otherwise, I think it's a too big a call. It will be unfair on Santner as well that you straight away play him. It will not be a bad one if you're playing GT because they have a lot of righties. And again, it's not that you can't bowl Santner to left-handed batters. He is good enough to take care of that matchup as well. But it's just enough game time. And we've seen with Tikshana that he's gotten a lot of game time. And the thing that works for Tikshana is he can bowl in the back end. With Santner, you haven't tried enough of it. So you'll have to rejig a lot of plans. And I just hope they don't feed pace in the power play, at least in the knockouts, if the ball is not good doing much. Because then it has always just, but whenever CSK has lost, they've given a lot of runs away in the first 6 overs. They have won as well from those positions, but you could easily make your job easier by just getting a spinner early. So if Tikshana goes out, they have to rejig that balance completely, I feel.
By the way, is it true that we'll have fresh surfaces for the qualifiers, like not used pitches?
Usually it is.
Rumors.
Usually that is the case.
Oh, okay. In that case, then good. That'll be great.
Get a high scoring.
Yeah, even I heard those.
Then.
Wasn't sure to what extent that's true. Yojak says Rutu, Jaiswal, Gill top 3 for India when Rohit and Kohli won't be available. That's an overkill, right? Playing all 3 of them and having one at number 3.
Yeah, I mean, force fitting.
Exactly. Jaiswal and Gill good enough. Rutu as backup. I don't know.
It's still very difficult to choose between Ruturaj and Gill. It's very hard to call. To be honest, if you look at consistency in terms of who has fared better for longer, it is Ruturaj, not Gill. And I just sometimes people get carried away with the Gill hype because of what he's done across formats, and also because he's been pushed as the next poster boy of Indian cricket.
Exactly.
But I do feel that.
Short, yeah.
First of all, I don't know if Ruturaj was injured or something, but Gill did not deserve to start the New Zealand series ahead of Ruturaj in the first place. And,
that's a 50 for Conway as well.
I know why they did that though, because they probably wanted to capitalize on his form in ODI cricket. He is having a hot streak since the turn of the year. So, they wanted to capitalize on it. But it's if you look at their overall IPL career, there is nothing to suggest that Gill is a better T20 batter than Ruturaj. So, yeah.
Let us
arguable. But yeah, I don't think
Gill does have age on his side in some sense, so that
they're like what 2-3 years, 3 years between them.
Probably, yeah. This is sort of nitpicking
really.
here. Yeah, nitpicking here. Anyways, we've got a stat for you guys, if I'm not wrong. Shaunak, if you could have that up for us. Consistent Conway, most 50+ scores. So yeah, he just recorded his 5th 50 this season. My bad. Sorry, I stand corrected.
This is
before
the match,
650 this season, which is the most for any CSK player, batter rather, in an IPL season. Faf, of course, tops the charts there as well. He had 650s and 21. So did Michael Hussey, and of course Conway now in the season. Dwayne Smith, 2014. Wow, I didn't know he had that good a season in 2014. All right, a lot of your usual suspects there: Raina, Hayden, Badrinath. So yeah, consistency, boring, all those all those words have been used, so there's no point bringing them up again. Aman says, "Arey yaar, isse acha raat ka match dekhte. LSG have reversed Uno by playing in Mohan Bagan jersey." क्या है यार, मतलब CSK मैच करो तो प्रॉब्लम, ना करो तो प्रॉब्लम. आपने मांगी, हमने दिया बस.
Very disappointed Delhi Capitals did not wear Chennai FC jersey today. That would have
Oh, that's actually Bengaluru FC makes more sense given the JSW connect. Yeah, true.
Yeah, but Chennai FC, it's like
The Mohan Bagan. Yeah, I
they're
get
wearing
that.
Mohan Bagan jersey against Kolkata Knight Riders. It's like the weirdest choice I've seen. Is it to divide the fan base or?
This is like that PWI
They could have
versus
chosen
Get a
any
fan
match.
base. It's to
I
get a
don't-
fan base.
Yeah.
first. Yeah, that's true. Short, yeah, 4.
Oh, is it a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fan base comment is for DC.
No.
No.
पाजी इतने
LSA.
हिले हुए अभी.
है डीसी का फैन बेस में ही है वो अलग बात है पर
No, but
fan base है.
you can see the stadium कहाँ है? And I don't blame the DC fans who have not turned up at the stadium today. इतनी गर्मी में आके ये
नहीं
परफॉर्मेंस
आई डोंट
देखने
थिंक
का.
डीसी के बारे में डीसी नहीं सोच रही है हम क्यों सोचेंगे इतना टेंशन क्यों ले रहे हैं
नहीं, I mean, some people would say that where are DC fans and etc. etc. Why would people turn up in this heat, especially when the like I keep harping about this, the venue is also not spectator friendly. You would never want to go there, and in this heat, no chance. I mean, I think those who have
For
turned
Dhoni.
up today are there because this could probably be MS Dhoni's last game at Delhi. So yeah, there's that. But if you are not a huge Dhoni fan and if you are a DC fan, there is no reason for you to turn up for this game at least.
All right.
Yeah, and
Anish Kumar meanwhile has a question for Paji. He says, who should Delhi make their coach for the next season? Question 2.
We've discussed this. We have actually.
Oh, I thought you were saying Viv. Viv Richards. I thought, oh, yeah, off-field choice.
We have discussed this. We have also posted a clip on Twitter. Please usko check karo, watch that. But my
Long story short, who's there?
हाँ एक दो नाम
My-
यहाँ पे भी.
if the call would have been with me, I would have poached Andy Flower from Lucknow.
नहीं, poaching हटाओ, available in the market outside, because poaching is going to be like, it's just complicating things. Before we continue that conversation, just another stat. This season, Conway and Gaikwad are the 6th CSK pair to poach. Wait, oh, sorry, not this season. In all IPL, Conway and Gaikwad are the 6th CSK pair to forge 1,000+ partnership runs.
What a stat!
Among those 6, they are the fastest to achieve this.
Can we also get the
Wait,
strike rates? Because that will, tell us about their impact far more. Not that, have reaching them fastest is a small feat.
Just about got away. We just got away with it.
Yep. Yeah, just going back to the coaching point that the coach point rather that. Paji
So
was making.
if he can't coach, then maybe Owen Morgan or make Shane Watson the coach. I believe he has very good understanding of the format, and he'll probably bring in some good practices that he must have seen at CSK, and would have kept the bad practices that he must have seen at RCB. And he'd also bring in a lot of experience of being with Rajasthan as well, how they over. So
True. And Morgan's a good shout. Morgan's someone even I personally feel. Yesterday someone asked us, and that was a very good shout. That because he as a skipper, he's been one of the more tactically better captains, to say the least. Probably after MSD, he's arguably the best captain in terms of tactics, in-game tactics.
and
out
setting
there.
up a culture also.
True. So Nick, आपको क्या लगता है? Do you have any names to throw around?
No, I think both those names are very good enough. I think Morgan could be a very interesting pick. Again, the only thing, as we have talked about this before, is that a wicket? I hope not.
यार.
It is well caught, actually. Well caught.
चुचान
ये
Wicket for
इसका
Chetan.
क्या सेलिब्रेशन हो गया ये?
अरे भाई उसका एक
फर्स्ट विकेट है इस
पहला
सीजन में.
विकेट है यार.
हाँ,
पहला
थोड़ा तो
विकेट है. वो
celebrate
क्यों
होगा.
celebrate
not
नहीं करेगा?
No, he took one wicket versus.
2 wickets he took.
He played one game.
He
I
played versus Lucknow the first
Yeah.
game.
50 runs he considered
but-
and he took a wicket or 2.
Still ना एक पहला मतलब खेलने
Yeah.
मिला तुमको 200 साल के बाद. वो भी इतनी गर्मी में एक विकेट लिया, थोड़ा तो सेलिब्रेशन
वो भी
बनेगा.
है.
And abhi the point is that CSK already have enough runs for Delhi if they
वो
choose
तो
कि भाई
नैया तो ऑलरेडी पार लग गई है, पर कुछ तो बचा खुद के लिए.
इतना कॉन्फिडेंट निखिल कभी कोई और गेम में नहीं हुआ. उसको
Oh,
पता
it's
है क्या
due.
है.
It is
The
due.
one and only Dubes.
चलो
Anyways, we'll see the Dube show. Chuchand ka comment दिखाओ यार एक बार Shaunak. He says, if I'm not wrong, he was saying that this innings from Gaikwad was better than Kohli's century the other day. Difficult pitch, but hitting almost everyone. Difficult pitch to nahi kahunga. I mean, yeah, sure, if you feel it's better, that's great. It both were fluent innings. Can't say much. Like, I ठीक है Achuthan. Don't want to argue because you've already got a friend in Anirudh inside the studio. तो मतलब नहीं बनता अभी उस पे बात करने का. Nitish Tongia meanwhile predicts CSK to end up with 202. Oh guys, just 3 balls to go before we end the prediction contest. So make sure all of you get your predictions in. Next, आपको क्या लगता है how much is CSK ending with? 14.3, 141 right now. So 33 balls to go.
33 में कम से कम 70 मारे अगर ये लोग तो कितना होता है 33 में
211.
211.
140 right now.
Since I am preparing for the worst, I want to know this from Anirudh. I think last season also Delhi suffered a 90 run or a 100 run, 90 run loss, I think, against CSK. I want to know what is the biggest loss that Delhi have suffered in the IPL. I remember the game in which it happened. There was this game between Mumbai and Delhi, I think in the 2017 season. No, it was in Delhi only, where Mumbai, I think, got some 212 odd and Delhi were dismissed for 67 or 66.
2017, matlab you had Samson, Nair, Pant, all of these.
Yeah. It happened right after that Gujarat game where Pant and Pant and Samson went mad.
Yeah.
So everyone was thinking that today Delhi will chase it again, but it didn't happen. Anirudh, just tell us what's been the biggest defeat for Delhi in terms of runs, and let's see if Delhi are changing that today.
All right. And just coming back to predictions, next pick, 211. Paji, Anirudh, what do you guys? 208.
Second, let me check the score.
146, sorry, 14.5. एक ही बॉल बचा है, जल्दी.
220 should be. मतलब 215 to 217.
चलो
217, yeah.
All right, 147. Okay, let me play devil's advocate in that case. 172 all out.
ये भाई तुम्हें नहीं खेलना,
तुम्हारा खेलना है क्या, मतलब पैसे थोड़ी लग रहे हैं.
हमारा हाल भी उनके जैसा ही है जो फील्डर्स को फील्डिंग नहीं करती. मतलब ये क्या प्रेडिक्शन है? 25 रन थोड़ी ना बनेंगे अगले 5 ओवर.
ऑल आउट, अरे ऑल आउट हो सकता है ना.
35 for 9.
25 for 9.
25 for 9.
Yeah.
There is something called as wishful thinking, and then there is this.
हाँ, उसमें क्या है?
मतलब कैलकुलेटर यूज करके इतना ये
कैलकुलेटर अभी बस सब दिमाग
बंद कर दो. मार्टिन तुम्हारा बंद कर दो. ये ऑल आउट नहीं होने वाला.
But yeah,
nice.
I want to know what was. I remember the game where Delhi had that biggest defeat. I just want to know what was the exact margin.
All right, and yeah, 15 overs done, 148 for 1, 5 overs to go, and yeah, finally Avnish does show up. Is this the first time he's showing up on time today? He did show up on time at the beginning of the game.
Good on, man.
All right, of course, let's have the Delhi fan on special
मेरी
request.
मौत का तमाशा देखने.
Yep. हम सबकी मौत का तमाशा देखने तो रोज लोग आते हैं, तो आज आपका देखेंगे उसमें क्या. तो यार नेक्स्ट अनिरुद्ध,
the patient is already dead inside.
वो सबके साथ वही होता है. टाइम दो अच्छा रहेगा. पोस्टमार्टम करेंगे
Monday.
So anyways, next Anirudh and we'll take a leave for now. We'll take a breather and sort of just have some more.
Stop watching the match.
Yeah, stop watching the match basically. Somesh and Avnish will,
wow. Lalit Yadav is going to bowl.
Post-mortem. Yeah, of the game.
Wow.
All right, guys. See you soon.
Right. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And there's more runs to be had here. It's a run fest, 152 for 1. CSK are running home with it. 90% chance of winning according to Criclytics. Somesh is back. Before I get a Somesh.
90 is less.
Even 90 is less.
It should be 99.
90 is 10 less.
But what do you put this down to? I mean, another Delhi Capitals performance. But you're secretly hoping that they get annihilated and someone loses their job.
Yeah. They have already won 2 more games than what they should have in this season.
And which were those? GT away?
Even versus Hyderabad away. I wanted
RCB
them
at home.
No, that was down to RCB bowling very poorly. No, the fact is a fact.
hota hai.
क्या होता
Couple
है?
of off days. We
Couple,
have that.
they've had
Having
couple
an
of
off day.
they've had couple of good days this tournament.
Great days,
couple of off days.
Still
They should
final
have
sets
a
pretty.
Yeah,
t-shirt that
exactly
says,
what was the-
having a
yeah.
on day.
So I think Delhi could get within touching distance of breaking this record today.
You're having a laugh, Gurkir. Don't be
Oh,
silly.
bhai.
Don't be silly.
भाई 220 run बनेंगे.
Don't
They'll
be
come out swinging. They will not know what happens. They'll have to play spin. See, Warner has a very bad matchup against Tikshana. He's been out to him thrice. And
Do you want to see
he's not
Dhoni
batting.
bat?
Not really.
What? Do you want to see Dhoni bat?
Doesn't matter.
You're wearing it. Dhoni tee. You guys, come on.
I'm
guys.
controlling the controllables.
Come on,
Dhoni
man.
batting or not is not in my control.
Now, anyway, CSK won the game. They can declare. The first ever declaration in T20s would make sense.
Right.
They've scored 13 runs more than what Delhi can score.
Ooh.
At best.
And Shivam Doob, 6 more. This is going to be an absolute riot.
You know, this is.
मतलब
this
इनको
is
लग रहा है कि सिर्फ मैचअप से कर लेंगे ये लोग
नहीं, ये
मतलब
matchup-
सामने बैटर मत देखो कि
नहीं,
कौन है
ये
कैसा
matchup है ही नहीं।
नहीं उनने तो बस वो मैचअप देखा कि 2 लेफ्टी है तो मैं किसी को भी सड़क से उठा के ऑफ स्पिनर बना दूंगा मैं
Which is quite true.
This is not a matchup. This is like bowling Lalit Yadav to.
So Adyan Singhal going on to say Delhi have been the only team who haven't played 2 consecutive home matches this season. So can that be a reason for finding some continuity and consistency? By the way, you've earned a regular viewer in me. Brilliant to hear the second part. And the first part, I'm happy to hear it. But Gurkir, there's a Delhi Capitals fan.
It wouldn't have helped them to play to play in Delhi. I mean, have you looked at the pitch?
No, but more than that, it goes without saying, right?
These are all
Everything
excuses.
else.
No, these are all excuses.
No, but in the sense, like, if you're not at the same venue.
in the last press conference there was James Hobbs उससे पूछा कि issues क्या है पता है वो क्या बोला we can't control a lot of things we don't have Rishabh Pant we don't have Shreyas Iyer so I mean there are only so many I mean are they still on about
And-
Or
not
maybe
having
he was
Shreyas
a
Iyer?
little bit.
क्या कर रहे हो भाई
Let me say this very, very clearly and bluntly. A lot of diehard DC supporters and DC management are going to say we did not have Rishabh Pant and they're going to use it as an excuse. But Rishabh Pant was there last season and Delhi did not qualify. And it's not that Rishabh Pant has set the stage on fire in T20s in the last 2 IPLs or so. 2020 he was very bad. 2021 he was okay. He had a strike rate of 130. Last season he had an average of 30 and a strike rate of 150. Now those numbers in isolation look good, but he couldn't score a single 50. There were so many opportunities where he had the opportunity to finish the game for Delhi and he couldn't. So, and after the World T20 and what he's done in T20 eyes post the IPL, you couldn't have really said that, oh, he's your banker who can give you.
Oh, that is a shot. 1 second. Sorry to cut Gurkir off for that. Honestly, didn't deserve to go for 4, but it still went for 4. That's how shit Delhi win.
Full fielders are not interested. So, Rishabh Pant wouldn't have. They're not. You can see it. Fielders
Yeah,
are.
I mean, I'm laughing at the nonchalant manner you just said in fielders are not interested.
Yeah, just slipped it under the carpet over there.
So, I mean, Rishabh Pant in T20 eyes has been struggling. Everyone knows how, he can be tied down by bowling outside the off stump. So, Rishabh Pant or no Rishabh Pant,
This is video game batting, yeah. Like, क्या है ये कैसा shot
Back foot for the front foot shot.
maybe if Rishabh Pant was there, they would have ended up 6th or
Yeah.
7th, but they wouldn't have qualified for the playoffs for sure. You cannot have in a team of 25 9 players batting in the top 3, and those in those 9 players you have 4 of your foreigners.
So you've said it.
और अगर ऋषभ पंत होता भी तो गधों जैसे सेकंड ओवर ललित यादव को देते
And Arjun going on to say as well,
क्या
this
बात है?
matchup doesn't make sense. So you said it. December 23rd is when Delhi lost the IPL.
I
essentially,
can
right?
show you my tweet.
So
I have
that was
it
the
right
day of the
here.
auction when I was in
I
Thailand.
am actually sending it to Shaunak so that Shaunak can Shaunak can actually put that tweet out there.
Now I understand
Yeah.
that, look, as a Delhi fan, you're having all these top order players and you're shoehorning them in. The first 6 matches of this season as well, Gurkir, I think we
Yeah.
spoke about it. They just couldn't find their best 11.
वो तो
You are
अभी भी
never-
नहीं मिला
So
I mean, right
how
now
are
as
you,
well.
How are you going to find your best 11 when you don't have an option to bat at number 4 and number 5?
But shouldn't they give someone that role and responsibility in the team? Identify one guy
That
before the
team
season.
has not functioned like that. Okay. What is the role of Ripal Patel? He's been with the franchise for 3 seasons. What is he good at? What is Lalit Yadav good at? This is Lalit Yadav's 4th season with the franchise.
Dare I say
and
those
what, and
two
what is
players.
Aman Khan
But dare I say, those 2-3 players are just bits and pieces to make up
But how many?
the
I mean,
composition.
a team can't have
That balance.
team can't have bits and pieces.
Oh, it's
4,
going.
5, 6.
Okay, regardless of the season what Sarfaraz has had this time around, right? How do you explain Mandeep Singh playing 2 matches, the first 2 games last season ahead of Sarfaraz Khan? You explain me that.
Yeah, that's brainless. That's brainless. What about Manish Pandey's inclusion as well?
It made no sense to buy him.
When you had someone like Yash Dhool, who's
Absolutely, and
invest in
he
age.
struggles versus spin. And I'd say one more thing, that he's done far more than what I had expected, because you've played him at number 5 and asked him to hit spin. You've set him up for failure.
Now you've of course spoken about the batting, but what about the bowling? Right now they're leaking runs galore. Oh, it could be a wicket here. No, I think he's taken it. 171 for 116.1. Keep your predictions come through. Our time's run out, but we'll of course make a note of all the things.
I'm just sending this tweet to Shaunak so that he could just put it on the screen.
On the screen, Lagwade. Bro, Delhi's bowling. Okay.
Yeah.
2020, they made the IPL final.
Yeah.
They had a stellar attack.
Okay.
Obviously, they lost to the best Mumbai Indian team ever. That's a different story.
Yeah.
They had Akshay, they had Ashwin, they had young Avesh, they had Nokia, Rabada.
Avesh hardly played the 2020 season.
Okay, but you know what I mean. Have they recovered from those 2-3 years? What is this Delhi
Okay,
attack?
I'll tell you what.
And how much would you rate it on 10?
They reached the 2020 finals, the finals in 2020, but they had a better team in 2021.
Okay,
In 2020, what they suffered with was injuries to Mishra and Ishant,
correct.
and they didn't try to solve that. They played Tushar Deshpande in a few games against MI, where there was a proper opportunity to rest maybe Rabada because he was struggling. He was taking junk wickets and play Sandeep Lamichhane.
Yeah.
Sandeep Lamichhane did not play a single game in that IPL when it was known that he is a very good matchup versus Mumbai Indians. Delhi played Mumbai Indians 4 times that season and they did not play him.
Oh, 1 second. This could be
that
6
time?
or I think it's 6. Oh my good
What
grief.
timing, yeah.
Conway.
It wasn't timed well. It's a 62-meter boundary.
But still, it's just a pickup. Brilliant.
So there was that. And then if you look at the 2021 season, the first match of the second leg, Marsh was injured. They played Ripal Patel, Lalit Yadav, Steve Smith, they played Tom Curran straight away in the first qualifier. They played so many players. Then they played a half-fit Marcus Stoinis in that qualifier too. And they had an option right there in Sam Billings, who could have batted at number 6.
Yeah.
So they have done self-destruction. The fact that they reached playoffs from 2019 to 2021 shouldn't hide that fact. That has hidden a lot of tactical mistakes that they.
But there was a stat that Delhi Capital fans were throwing at me before the season started, and I shit you not, we put it out on cricket.com as well. And all you 50 people watching, subscribe right now. The stat read, and we'll come back to Gurkirat's tweet in just a bit. The stat read essentially this: Delhi got the most wins for any IPL team since 2019.
Yeah, there is that. But a lot of it is down to individual brilliance. It is not because of tactical brilliance.
But there've been many team wins.
But will that stat still remain after this season?
This season,
I think that stat was just before the season.
After this season, I think it's still. I think RCB has overtaken them.
It won't be there. RCB have been the far more consistent team.
2020, Isalaka. Don't want to say it. But yeah, so I put that tweet up right now because Gurkirat was absolutely mad this day.
He's actually cut that
date.
He's actually if cropped it, just note the date as well, because I'm sure there would be the date as well.
So we'll tell them the date.
23rd
December. We won't. Yeah, for sure. 23rd December, maybe at 4 p.m. in the evening or something. I don't know. Best bet.
But what was Delhi's middle order in 2021?
2021, they had Shreyas at 3, Pant at 4.
But wasn't Iyer injured for the
Stoinis at 5.
season?
No, he was injured for the first half. He was
injured
back
in the
first
second
half.
That's still a stellar middle order, bro.
And they had Hitmire. And they had Hitmire.
Stoinis, that was a big difference.
So, but Stoinis did not play in the second half. Stoinis played in the first half, did well.
And Sean, who opened?
And you have to look at what Shikhar Dhawan was doing in those 2 seasons.
Dhawan and Shaw.
Shikhar Dhawan was... Even Steve Smith made a contribution in the win versus Mumbai Indians when they played... versus SRH when they played at Chennai. Because they played 2 games at Chepauk, which I thought they could lose. But... when they batted first versus SRH, Smith scored a good contribution. Prithvi Shaw, of all people, scored a 50 where he hit Rashid Khan for a 6-over covers. So they had frailties in their batting lineup that time also, but they just pulled out wins on the basis of individual brilliance.
So what's worse right now? Delhi's batting or bowling this season?
Think tank.
Think tank.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, worse than that. Worse than both.
But it's really surprising, right? Because you mentioned
Because you see you can't.
Agarkar
Okay,
hai,
I'll
Amre
tell you,
hai,
I'll tell you,
Hopes hai, Ponting
you
hai.
can't pick. You can't have Russo, Marsh, and Salt in 11 when you are going to play 7 games at Kotla. You are playing in Delhi. You are not playing in Pretoria.
Yeah.
They have picked up those same batters who were good in SA20 while playing at in Centurion for Pretoria Capitals, and hope that they'd work here. It doesn't work that
Oh,
way.
1 second. Did you guys see what I just saw?
Yeah.
It's a 6 days from Dubai,
Yeah.
and Dhoni's also got his pads out, which is good. The problem is Delhi's owner, BKL, raises his bidding hand at every player to toy with other teams. Saying solo queue.
BKL is not the name of the owner. Let's just clear that up if anyone's confused.
It's just an adjective.
It's just
Yeah.
an adjective.
No. So
How much Shreyas Iyer contribution in DC success? Did they make a mistake by leaving
No.
Shreyas Iyer, Shikhar, Mishra, IPL greats, Hetman?
So this is something I'll never blame the management for.
Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer between seasons 2019 to 2021, the 3 seasons.
But they still miss him. He just said James Hope said Shreyas Iyer.
So that's
excuses,
using an excuse. See, Shreyas Iyer had an average of 31 and a strike rate of 119 in 3 seasons combined from 2019, 2020 to 2021. Right? Those are not great numbers.
Yeah.
Those are not great numbers. And even today, if you ask most teams that if they have a choice between
Oh my good grief. I think the 263 is in jeopardy here.
No, kahan se? Kuch bhi.
Bhai,
तेरे को मैच नहीं आता.
14 balls, you're only not having
72 runs,
72
71
runs in
runs.
14 balls. 5 runs every
They're
ball.
having a 6 every ball.
क्या आदमी है यार ये?
Right, sarcasm though. You understand
Lado, bhai,
sarcasm?
lado.
Is it a language you don't understand?
So if you ask most people, see, he was good, but he was not retention worthy good. You have to understand that if you ask most teams who you want to retain between Pant and Shreyas, they will still say Pant. Pant is also a wicketkeeper. He provides you a left-handed option. And Shreyas is, like I said, he had a strike rate of 119 across 3 seasons. Now that's not a good strike rate. People think he's good against spin, but against wrist spin, he was struggling. Last season also he got out to wrist spin 6 times. So there was merit in retaining Pant over Shreyas, and you had to retain someone like an Andrik Nokia because his space you don't get in the Indian local
मैं
market.
बहुत सिंपल बात बताता हूँ मुझे जो लगता है. I mean, if you want to just dumb down team building in IPL, there are 3 roles for which you won't find a lot of Indian options. Number 1 is finishers. Number 2 is pace bowling all-rounders, and number 3 are gun pacers.
Yeah.
So if you're not using your overseas during the auction, if you're not using your overseas quota, maximizing your overseas quota in these 3 spots, then you're not making a proper team. And this is what Delhi did.
I'd say there was only one bone of contention. Even Akshar retention was fine because he was so consistent for you and he always had the ability with the bat, and finding an all-rounder is difficult. There was only one bone of contention: to retain Prithvi Shaw or to retain Shimron Hetmeyer. And they went with Prithvi Shaw because in 2021 he scored 459 runs at an average of 32 and a strike rate of 159. That basically means that the average innings in every game, what he was doing was he was giving you 32 runs in 20 balls and ensuring that by the end of the power play you are crossing 50 runs. Because if from one end you've already got 32 runs in 20 balls, in the next 16 you can manage 18.
Yeah.
And the potential in everything. So I thought with their retentions they covered the best possible areas. They got a wicketkeeper, they got a left-handed middle order batter, they got a dashing opener, and they got an express pacer. Also, they got a left-arm spinner who could double up as an all-rounder. So they covered most bases that was possible. Retentions is not where they went wrong. Where they went wrong is this obsession. Is the obsession to get only top 3 batters, and this obsession is not new. You look at their squad in 2019. Outside of the 4 top 3 Indian batters who could have also played as top 3, they had Manjot Kalra, they had Ankush Bains, they had Colin Munro, they had Colin Ingram, and they had Hanuma Vihari. So this was in 2019. In 2020, they got Jason Roy. Andrik Nokia came as a replacement. They had Chris Wokes before that. So they also got lucky with these things. They've been making these mistakes left, right, and center. And individual.
But where does the buck stop then?
the buck has to stop with this season, which is why I said that they need to not make
Move
the
on.
playoffs and move on.
Move on from the management. DC Jersey will feature Ponting Wines as a sponsor and Ravi Shastri's coach next year. Match made in heaven, singer man. Would you take that?
See, it would be easier to drown your sorrows than if you are ending last or losing.
Oh my God, he's hit that to Najaf Gad. Oh no,
I
it's
think
out.
so, yeah.
Shit,
No, it's out.
Captain
It's Avaz. It's just the
Captain
Avaz
Avaz,
moment.
shit.
Controversial take. Dubai had more impact this season than Virat Kohli, Rohit, KL, and Hardik combined.
Combined to zyada.
Combined ज़्यादा हो गया, but individually definitely.
Individual.
Boys here. 1 second. Let's not talk about anything else because MS Dhoni's here, guys. Tell us in the comments how excited you guys are for the next 2.5 overs or lesser. I don't know how many balls remain, but Shivam Dubey has done his job. And Dhoni's come out of bat and look at the crowd, dude. Firosha Kotla looks like Chepauk right now. It does. Look at that.
Every stadium does when Chennai are playing.
Apart from Chinnaswamy. Chinnaswamy is still there.
क्या बात कर रहा
Still
है
there.
भाई?
It was still
Don't
there.
think so.
It was 70%
Ajay
there.
has taken the role of Akshay RCB fanboy.
Ooh.
Because he's a Delhi fan, no?
See, more than that, I want to see logical and intelligent cricket, and when I don't get that, and when I get repeated stupidity, it pisses me
पर
off.
मुझे ये बता अभी भी मुझे जानना है मतलब क्या सोच के ललित यादव को सेकंड ओवर दिया है मेरे को मैं जानना चाहता
भाई
हूँ
सोचते ही तो नहीं है सोच
कोई
रहे होते तो
logic
ये
ही
हाल ही ना
नहीं है
होता.
यार मतलब you have Hendrick knock किया
What do you think?
need early
What do you think
wickets.
Warner will say to that if
Yeah.
he gets questioned?
Oh, we were looking for matchups. You have not studied the matchups in the first place.
Has Lalit Yadav bowled on the power play before?
Yeah, last game he did when they played at Chepauk, and that move at Chepauk still makes sense because Chepauk has bigger boundaries. This venue has 70-meter straight boundary and 60-meter square boundaries.
It doesn't make sense. Anyway, Nokia into the attack ball. The 19th over. That's a dot ball. Oh, they might run. No, they won't.
कीपर की भी पकड़ में नहीं आई
Come on, Conway, just give him strike, lad. Or go for it. One of the two. Dhoni's also going to have a word saying, Dev,
Hey, does Conway have a IPL 100
I think he's got a 90 plus.
He has a 90.
Yeah. So it could be a first for Conway. MS,
but I feel Gaikwad deserved it today more than Conway those shots against I mean Kuldeep तो भाई क्या
But Kuldeep fed him in the slot.
वो तो है but still ऐसा डायरेक्शन थोड़ा बहुत जो चेंज किया उसके बाद भी वो जो सेकंड सिक्स था ना वो जो पोस्चर था वो बहुत अमेजिंग था यार देखने के लिए
Out.
Devin Conway goes for it.
Out.
And goes and gone. So Dhoni still not on strike. Aman Khan takes the catch in 195 for 2 becomes 195 for 3. Who are they going to send now? Raidu. Oh, Moin Ali.
जडेजा बट हाँ ठीक है I mean
One of those.
कोई भी आ जाए क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है.
So yeah, and Prithvi Shaw's playing this one, right? Last game he got a 50.
he's an impact sub I think
He's an impact sub.
So do you expect him to be?
If he survive, he will come in, but he'll have to survive those 2 overs of Deepak Chahar because he's been out to Deepak Chahar 5 times.
Yeah.
So if he does that, then he could do some damage. But the way this game is going, I won't be surprised if Delhi actually break that record of
146.
yeah.
146 runs, by the way.
you know but I won't be surprised if Deepak Chahar does well today because apart from Chahar I won't be surprised if Prithvi Shaw does well
Yeah. Apart from Chahar, there's nobody.
yeah because
and he's done well versus Chennai.
yeah there is no proper leg spinner googly wala bowler jo will trouble him in the middle overs
But what I've felt with him is sometimes when he's been batting well, I've rarely seen him bat beyond the 10th or 12th over.
वो तो है
Because I think that he just gets tired, and when he gets tired, he loses shape and he gets out.
Chachan Singh Rahane will come in next. I don't think so. Oh, will he? No, it's Jadeja.
yeah होना ही था I think Moin will be next
So good start to this over. So far from Nokia. Oh, and look at the cheers now. Hear it. Savor it from your television screen. Second worst bowling performance in the season. Going on to say Faisal.
Hendrick Knock looks like a bowler from Lagan
Hyderabad is surely going to win this tournament 2023. Mr. Wamp being ridiculous.
surely मतलब इतना confidence
I mean, they can't. Even if all the other teams have to be disqualified, they won't. So kuch der pehle, which was basically, essentially,
सीख रहे हो बेटा बहुत हिंदी आजकल
yeah, for sure.
Fayaz ऐसे saying second worst bowling performance this season after RR against SRS at Jaipur
What happened there? Oh, the first game, no?
second game I think the no ball
Correct.
the no ball game
Yeah, that's no ball game. Because RR SRH
But
was
I think
opening clash.
after yesterday, it has become even more clear to me that RR does not deserve to be in the playoff.
They did not. They absolutely did not.
So both your teams are out now, DC and RR.
You could say 3 if you count Punjab.
Punjab also is out. Oh my.
Barish, it's the rain.
Oh my God! Thank God RCB aren't playing today. Thank God RCB aren't playing today.
That sound from cloud is
ominous.
is ominous signs.
If you can hear it in the soundproof studio, then you know what I mean.
Avneet Singh, his pitch is getting slow already. Man, DC batters will come and go. The pitch was slow even in the power play. Spinners did not bowl well. Spinners were firing it in. You look at those lengths, you look at their speeds, what were they doing? They made it easier for
the CSK batters. Right, 197 for 3, 18.4. Jadeja, 6, 203. Just for a confirmation from Shaunak, what is the highest predicted score today by the viewers?
I said
211.
217.
Oh.
I said 217.
And the 15th over.
Before the 15th over.
223. And this boy said 217.
Yeah.
When did you say it?
I said it before the 15th over. You can ask the other two guys.
Fair.
But
I feel there's too much of owner involvement in Delhi, Punjab, and Hyderabad. That's a team having Ganguly and Ponting and Lara, Murli, Stain, Trevor Bayliss cannot fail.
Can't
even read pitches properly.
I'll only buy this argument for someone like Trevor Bayliss because he's someone who's shown in the past that he's tactically good. He's delivered trophies, right? It is Lara's first season, and with what Makram has said, you could say that yes, maybe there is owner involvement. But I don't get this logic of saying, because Ganguly and Ponting are involved. Ganguly and Ponting haven't showed any tactical nuance in the recent times for us to say that, okay, if they were only running the team, they would have delivered well.
It just makes me think about that chat we had earlier, right? About coaches.
Yeah, and see, this is a misconception that people carry that good cricketers are going to be good coaches or good administrators or good readers of the game. We have so many examples in the commentary box where ex-cricketers are commentating and not even watching the game that they are commentating. Forget doing any research. So this bias that, a lot of fans or people carry that, because these were good cricketers, they will run the teams. No, I don't think so.
So if Ponting does lose his job, you want Morgan to take over, right?
Yeah, 100%. Morgan or, like I said, poach Andy Flower from Lucknow.
Man, that's a good shout. By the way, 207 for 3. So there are a couple of predictions. Hoping Solo Q does get his 211 or will get 217. It can't be both. I don't think Chachan's going to get his 223 unless Dhoni goes absolutely mad.
Depends on who's the bowler. By the way, let me just check. Did Nokia bowl out his quota of overs?
I think he did. He should have.
Should have to bhai kya hona chahiye fir. Wo to chhod hi do.
Right. So last over, Dhoni in strike.
Yeah, he did.
And hopefully the TV just.
Also, this over is going to be bowled by Sakaria, I believe.
Oh my God! At the time when Dhoni's batting.
So we have to open Jio Cinema now.
You don't have to mention the names, but yeah, open some app.
Chalo bhai, stream karo.
We're going to be late with this, boys, because it's absolutely pouring. I can hear the stuff. Oh yeah, it works.
Okay.
I can't reach the internet right now. Check your modem or router connections and try again.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Siri. Alexa, whoever you are. Yeah, low.
Remote se daal do.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Yesterday I had posted a picture in black because that was what was trending on Twitter, and people said dressed for CSK's funeral. I'm like, why kaun sa funeral?
Oh, that's gonna be just a single.
Four.
Oh my God, Dhoni is just batting 2. Oh, again, he's just batting under 5 balls, man. This is ridiculous.
मतलब it's like कि जडेजा चौके छक्के मार रहा है वो खुशी नहीं होती धोनी की बैटिंग देखनी है भले ही वो कुछ डॉट बॉल खेले
100%. The legend.
इसलिए तो ये ना ये मैं फैंडम का शिकार हो ही नहीं पाता क्योंकि it just goes down to this level.
Same. I can't ever put an individual above the team.
It is a team sport.
It is true.
And Jadeja needs those runs because Jadeja's been struggling with the bat for CSK's sake.
और जडेजा को तो आगे खेलना है धोनी को तो उसके बाद रांची में जाके चिल्ली करना है.
Yeah, but this is just like I don't know. Just we want to see Dhoni.
You want to see Dhoni?
Many people want to see Dhoni.
Yeah, of course.
For sure.
Not. I mean, I am okay with how I'm okay with the game being played on merit. That is
Fair.
the most important thing for me.
But you're saying like the romantic in you doesn't want to see Dhoni back a little bit.
Kahan ab romantic?
Romantic in him is dead.
FOMO.
Subject is dead.
Jadeja gets FOMO. 19 of 5. This is one hell of a
I
cameo.
want to be romantic about other things other than cricket in life now. Cricket में कहाँ romance बचा है? इतना तो cricket होता है. There's cricket every day. How can you be
Somesh
so
hasn't come
romantic?
across football fans, it seems.
Avnish के लिए romance every day होता है ना, इसलिए उसके लिए cricket is different.
For sure. Cricket's also romance for me, man. 100%. Can't
So
wait for
look,
the
I mean, that is the reason I don't
WTC.
follow football, because I can't handle football fans.
Me,
Absolutely. I mean, that's the core reason. As a sport, it's very good.
I don't
The
follow
football
it.
fans are basically the
Toxic.
lifeblood of the sport.
But they are toxic.
How are they
They're
toxic?
toxic to
Right.
deal with.
चलो भाई 217 की prediction.
मतलब yeah,
3 balls left.
ये यहाँ के 5 किलोमीटर से कभी बाहर निकले नहीं और यूनाइटेड और आर्सेनल के लिए वी करके बात करते हैं. We have done this.
But that's how
You did not score against us. अबे खेला है तुमने कभी?
But that's how I speak even from an RCB fan. So
I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about football
All
fans in
fans, yeah.
general.
So
Yeah.
I'll say, I apart from cricket, I watch some hockey and I watch some tennis. I don't think I also had the mental bandwidth to watch any other sport. मतलब time ही नहीं है. So I sometimes if I want a downtime, I'd rather watch a series or watch anything but
Or
any
PSL.
sport. और नहीं sport भाई बोल रहा हूँ. PSL तो cricket ही हो गया ना.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Go with Andy Flower, more experience, 1 trophies in PSL. They've reviewed the wide here.
किस बात का ये?
Derry Capitals are reviewing the wide, but to no avail.
I'm not sure if if Andy Flowers won a trophy in PSL, but yeah, Multan Sultans have been consistent.
Thank you, Chachan.
Have been consistent.
Yeah,
That is
good.
there.
Great. मतलब
3 balls left. Oh, and the
nothing
Taraska's
against
back on.
anyone, but
Taraska's back, lads. Oh my good
Oh.
grief. Dhoni's just like, what are you doing, lad?
By the way, any reason why Mukesh is not playing today? मतलब test कराना है
कुछ
आज
भी.
players.
they wanted an extra spinner.
Is this the first Delhi afternoon game? Have they played in the afternoon before?
They played against Rajasthan in the afternoon,
Oh,
but at home
Any reason why Ishan Sharma is not?
he's injured.
Miguel.
They said
I can understand coaching part where Lara is new, but what about the reading pitches with all the other experience? They shortened their batting against GT and went with all the pace attack for slow for RCB.
yeah. So that is what I said. Like that could be down to. Good, you guys are watching on laptop and you guys used to watch on Star Wars. सही है.
Wow, Sunny.
Modern problems require modern solutions. They're like you should just fit in that.
No,
team.
actually, you guys should tell us in the comments. Should we be watching on Star or should we be watching on Geo? Because we are flexible that way.
We are.
We anyway are not listening to commentary.
Yeah.
Not that it helps us anyway.
It's a 10-second
What
lag.
is a better sync for most
17.
of you?
I think it's a 17-second lag. That's the minimum that can be there.
For which?
It was the 17-second lag was there when it was on Star and Hotstar also.
From live action on the field to
From
the
TV to OTT. That's the 17
okay.
second.
Okay, last ball.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
So then there's 13 seconds between TV and
Last
the
ball
live.
loading. Oh!
Dhoni,
Top
what has he
end.
done?
Out. Arre.
And he'll come back for 2, I think. He does.
Excellent 4
I
runs
said-
of 3 balls. What a knock.
Did anyone predict 220?
Best
I
knock
was
of the
this
evening.
close.
4 runs of 3 balls.
4 runs of 3 balls.
You won't believe it.
I think Dubey is the best.
Guys will not believe it. But when we took the predictions, right before Nikhil was going, I said minimum they'll get 220 from here. But to be specific, I'd say 217. मतलब मैं 220 बोल देता तो I would have won another.
कोई नहीं.
Oh, it's a no ball. Wow.
Oh my word! There's another ball
But
left
it's a
in this
no ball for
Dhoni
what
cameo.
reason?
Full toss.
Everyone's saying Gio Cinema, please. It's a no ball, lads.
No ball here. There's nothing behind the line.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so Sanjay saying Geo Cinema. Let's see what the others say.
Right. Chachant needs 2 for his prediction. 223 is what
Yeah,
Chachant
but
said.
now this will go for a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's going to. Oh, it's a
Wow.
wide. 222 for 3. The wheels have well and truly fallen off from Delhi Capitals a long time ago, but right now we're just seeing the bolts.
Chalo,
And
come
the
on.
nuts.
Give us a bigger defeat than 146 runs. Come on.
Right.
मार के दिखाओ.
ठीक है.
जीत तो सकते नहीं. वो तो possible, वो तो था ही.
Well, you went to the fan zone, right? The DC fan zone.
Yeah.
Did they have
Can
some?
Delhi roar macha to 60 or
And the
not?
DC Toli fans, are they optimistic? Dhoni, just a single. So Chuchand has got it right. Chuchand, you legend, you've got it right. Well done, sir.
चलो भाई इतनी नेगेटिविटी का कुछ तो फायदा होगा.
DM us on Twitter with your shirt size and, of course, what you want, and then we'll, of course, get it shipped to you. Well done. And, of course, there's going to be lots more predictions in the coming watch-alongs. But right now, 223 for 320 overs. How much are Delhi losing by?
I'd hope 150 runs.
50 plus.
But if I'm being realistic, if they bat well, they could get to 160. Yeah.
And if they bat really well, 180?
170.
So no miracle.
No chance. You have to look at their batters and you have to look at how they've been playing spin. And this is not a flat pitch. I mean, Chennai have got, I think, 40 runs extra while accounting for, someone playing a blinder. If the Delhi batting performs to potential, they are getting somewhere between 160 to 170. And if they collapse, then it could be anything less than that. There's no miracle happening. I'd love a 150 run defeat so that it can sum up the whole season for them. And they have nowhere to hide, because now it's just water gone above the level. It's like sar ke upar se pani ja chuka. You can't be so bad. You really, I mean, just look at, okay, first is, like how Sumesh was mentioning, them bowling Lalit Yadav. You also look at what the lengths have spinners bowled. Where is your homework? How could you just keep bowling in the slot, and how could you just fire it in on this pitch?
No, I understand that. And
did you see?
They don't have a spin bowling coach, na?
No, they don't. That's right.
Okay, so
Coach
all of us know by now that this pitch is a dry one. It will, the ball will grip here. How many slower balls did DC Pacers attempted?
0.
That's
ये last वाली थी बस. एक साकरिया ने डाली है थोड़ी.
Solicu has a good question. Let me ask you guys, why do you support a particular team? They're from your city, question mark. Your favorite player plays for that team? Because most people are that way. I support
SK? Might be
CSK होगा.
Okay, CSK.
Management की बात कर रहे हैं तो CSK होगा.
So I supported Delhi because I am from Delhi, and initially they had good teams, so there was reason to hope. But
I don't support any team because Bhopal Badshah अभी 10 साल बाद आएगी, अभी आया नहीं है.
No, you support Mumbai because of Sachin initially, right?
Initially.
Yeah, so that's right. It counts as a favorite player over there. So in short, it's about.
अभी तो I'm hollow from the inside, तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
It's about the player management for me. Same way for football at times. The 2014 German World Cup team is a goat along with their coach, because the way I feel, I mean, it depends, right? You like certain managers, philosophies, the way certain people play. I mean,
but I mean, at times, if there's a team which has a bunch of young players going against big shots, like what Punjab was shaping up to be,
so I think
or
there is
at times even Rajasthan.
There's a tendency to support the underdog.
Yeah.
No, but also, like for example, growing up watching cricket, we were all Indian fans, but we'd support the Sri Lanka West Indies because they were underdog when they were taking a West.
But when I was growing up, Sri Lanka was not the underdog. I mean, my first memory is Sri Lanka annihilating India.
I used to support any team that was playing against Australia because Australia was so good.
True.
So I wanted
support any team against Pakistan.
Basically, whenever I'm
for me, it was Australia, because India-Pakistan, when I was watching, wasn't much of a competition. India were far ahead in terms of
when
quality.
Did you start watching?
I started watching 2003 and post. So I never saw, like, outside of the 2021 T20 World Cup, I've not seen India lose a major game to Pakistan. Major, like, yes, in Champions Trophy they lost, but that was also so early. It was in 2004 and then one in 2009. But usually,
Asia Cup,
so in India, since the time I have been watching, India beat Pakistan in a bilateral series in Pakistan twice, 2004, 2006. India beat them in the T20 World Cup. India beat them in all the World Cups except for one. For me, the biggest challenge or the biggest competitor was always Australia. I remember going crazy when Bangladesh had beaten Australia in that ODI in Cardiff in 2005, when Mohammad Ashraful scored that 100 and Aftab Ahmed, right?
Yeah.
The other batter who, when he hit that winning runs, I was crazy because I wanted Australia to lose. So yeah, for me, any team who would just take on Australia, I wanted to support them because they were so good.
No, but geographically, I think you've said it, right? You're a Delhi Capitals fan because of Delhi, you're an Indian fan because you're from India. It's very rare that you find, if you like, Anirudh Suresh supports Australia and Punjab, and he doesn't even...
No, Shubh supports Delhi because of Rahul Dravid.
Yeah.
And not because of that. I mean, it's because he used to support Rajasthan earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then he supports South Africa because
दुख
for no
लेने का
reason.
शौक है.
हाँ, दुख में जीने का शौक है. Maybe that's the reason. If he would have been following football, maybe he would have been a Spurs fan. So you never know.
Right, guys, lots more to chat about in this watch along. Thanks so much for joining us right now. There's more to come in this mid-innings little break because we have that business show that we want to put out as well, followed by lots more. We'll be back when the first ball has been bowled. So get some food and come back and watch this little clip because it's highly informative.
पिछले 10 सालों में इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स मार्केट पर स्टार स्पोर्ट्स और हॉटस्टार की स्ट्रॉन्ग पकड़ रही. हॉटस्टार जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म सब्सक्रिप्शन वीडियो ऑन डिमांड के बेसिस पर ऑपरेट करते हैं, जो एक फीस के बदले पर्टिकुलर पीरियड के लिए अपने सब्सक्राइबर्स को कंटेंट दिखाते हैं. जैसे हॉटस्टार ने अपने टॉप प्लान हॉटस्टार प्रीमियम का रेट 1499 रुपीस पर ईयर रखा. इस SVOD मार्केट को $668 मिलियन बनाने में हॉटस्टार का रोल बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट रहा है. 2018-22 के IPL साइकिल में डिज्नी ने टीवी ब्रॉडकास्टिंग और स्ट्रीमिंग की कंबाइंड राइट्स को 16,347 करोड़ रुपीस में खरीदा था. लेकिन 2023-27 की डिजिटल राइट्स हॉटस्टार के हाथ नहीं लगी और इसे वायोकॉम 18 ने अपने नाम किया. वायोकॉम 18 रिलायंस का हिस्सा है. इन राइट्स को वायोकॉम 18 ने 23,758 करोड़ रुपीस में खरीदा. लेकिन हैरत की बात तो ये है कि वायोकॉम 18 ने अपनी ऐप जियो सिनेमास पर IPL को पहले साल फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट कर दिया. अब ये सवाल उठता है कि जियो अपने यूजर्स को IPL मुफ्त में क्यों दिखा रहा है, जबकि IPL फैंस तो पैसे देके भी मैचेस देखते आ रहे हैं. अब इसे समझने के लिए हमें जाना होगा 2008 और 16 में, जहां पहले अनलिमिटेड टॉक टाइम और फिर फ्री सिम और फ्री डेटा के जरिए रिलायंस ने टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री में तहलका मचा दिया और हमारे देश को हमेशा के लिए बदल दिया. जियो अपने कस्टमर्स को रुझाने के लिए ये सेम ओल्ड फॉर्मूला अपना रहा है. इलारा कैपिटल के अनुसार इंडियन OTT मार्केट का अप्रैल 2022 तक टोटल रेवेन्यू रहा $1.7 बिलियन. अब इसमें SVOD का योगदान रहा 37%, यानी $668 मिलियन, जबकि एडवर्टीजमेंट वीडियो ऑन डिमांड का कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा 63%, जो कि है $1.1 बिलियन. एडवर्टीजमेंट वीडियो ऑन डिमांड रेफर करता है वीडियोस के शुरू और बीच में दिखने वाले एड से मिलते रेवेन्यू को. IPL फ्री बनाने और 12 अलग अलग लैंग्वेजेस में कमेंट्री प्रोवाइड करने से जियो को ज्यादा और प्रीमियम वैल्यू एडवर्टीजमेंट मिले. एडवर्टाइजर्स के पास यहाँ रीजनल मार्केट को टारगेट करने का भी ऑप्शन था. इससे जियो को फायदा हुआ. और मैक्स के एक स्टडी के अनुसार OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स अपने सब्सक्राइबर ग्रोथ के अगले फेज के लिए छोटे शहरों और गांव पर ही निर्भर हैं, क्योंकि मेट्रोज में OTT की पहुंच 79% से ज्यादा लोगों तक हो चुकी है. रिलायंस ने अपनी टेलीकॉम सर्विसेज के जरिए तो Tier 2 सिटीज में पकड़ बना रखी है. अब क्या जियो सिनेमा भी कुछ वैसे ही छाप छोड़ पाएगा? अगर आप ऐसे ही बिजनेस ऑफ क्रिकेट वीडियोस में इंटरेस्टेड हैं, तो हमारे चैनल cricket.com/TV को जरूर सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन भी दबाएं.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Buck Lowly with Jamie, the only cricket show जिसमें हम खबरें और रिजल्ट्स को निचोड़ कर उससे कुछ टाइम पास एनालिसिस निकालते हैं with a generous dose of sarcasm. दोस्तों, कुछ दिन पहले मैंने आपसे चैनल सब्सक्राइब करने की रिक्वेस्ट की थी और कम समय में 20,000 से 25,000 सब्सक्राइबर्स तक बढ़ गए हैं. शुक्रिया. उम्मीद है इस बार आप IPL खत्म होने से पहले सीधे 35,000 पहुंचा देंगे. एक बार ऐसा कर दीजिए, फिर मैं आपको अगला टारगेट दूंगा. It's time for our segment Breaking News Literally. Big news coming out of Hyderabad last night that RCB finally won a match in Hyderabad against the team which for 6 years had tried their best to stop RCB from going to the playoffs. जी हां, लेकिन that's not the big news. नहीं, कल रात को हैदराबाद से बड़ी खबर यह थी कि पहली बार इस प्लेऑफ्स रेस में टॉस जीतकर चेस करने के डिसीजन के बाद चेस करने वाली टीम मैच जीत गई. और इसका श्रेय जाता है सबसे घटिया टीम इस IPL का, सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद. यार, कितनी रद्दी बॉलिंग है इस टीम की. मेरे को लगा कि इनको यह मैच खेलना ही नहीं था, मगर क्या बैटिंग करी IPL के जय वीरू जोड़ी ने दोस्तों. विराट कोहली और फाफ डू प्लेसी ने 172 रन ऐसे जोड़े उस ओपनिंग विकेट के लिए जैसे स्कूल के प्लेग्राउंड में 8वीं कक्षा के लड़के तीसरे क्लास के बच्चों को परेशान करते हैं. एक के बाद एक रिकॉर्ड अपने नाम करी इस जोड़ी ने कि मतलब वाह क्या बात है। वैसे मुझे आरसीबी के जीतने से घंटा फर्क पड़ता है। मैं तो सिर्फ इस बात से खुश था कि चेसिंग टीम एक मैच जीत गई, क्योंकि मैं बहुत दिनों से परेशान था, क्योंकि मुझे समझ नहीं आता ये टॉस जीतकर चेसिंग करने का ऑब्सेशन कहां से आया है। इतना तो डर का शाहरुख खान किरण से ऑब्सेस नहीं था यार।
आई लव यू किरण।
अब बताइए, जब आप पे प्लेऑफ्स तक पहुंचने का प्रेशर है तो भला क्यों आप खुद के बैटर्स को चेसिंग के प्रेशर में डालना चाहोगे? भाई बॉस, खुद के बैट्समैन पर थोड़ा रहम कर लो और बैटिंग ले लो। पिछले हफ्ते ये गलती एडन मार्करम ने करी, हार्दिक पांड्या ने करी, डेविड वार्नर ने करी, रोहित शर्मा ने करी, शिखर धवन ने करी, और हर बार ये टॉस जीतकर पहले आप करके एक भी टीम चेस नहीं कर सकी। मतलब बिल्कुल वैसे जैसे राज कपूर साहब ने बॉबी फिल्म में दिखाया था, ऐसे कह कहकर नवाब साहब की गाड़ी छूट गई थी। और इस आईपीएल में दोस्तों लिख के ले लो, बहुत टीमों के प्लेऑफ्स वाली गाड़ी भी बहुत जल्दी छूट जाने वाली है। चलिए अब आते हैं इस साल के सबसे एंटरटेनिंग बैट्समैन पर, शुभमन गिल। भाई टेस्ट में सेंचुरी, वनडे में 3 सेंचुरी जिसमें से एक डबल रहा, T20 में सेंचुरी, और अब पहली बार गिल ने आईपीएल में सेंचुरी लगाया। और गिल के इस साल की 6 सेंचुरीज में से 3 और एक 94 नॉट आउट अहमदाबाद में आए। मतलब लड़के को सच में अहमदाबाद से बहुत प्यार है। वहां का स्टेडियम का नाम नरेंद्र मोदी स्टेडियम से हटाकर शुभमन गिल स्टेडियम कर देना चाहिए। क्या कहते हो? एक तो लड़का बहुत टैलेंटेड है, ऊपर से गुड लुकिंग, मॉडल टाइप वाइब्स, पंजाब का गबरू, रन पे रन बना रहा है, एड्स कर रहा है, रील्स बना रहा है, हीरोइंस के साथ लिंकअप हो रहा है, स्पाइडरमैन की अगली हिंदी वर्जन ये खुद डब करेंगे। वैसे इनका न्यू ईयर रेजोल्यूशन क्या ही रहा होगा? मतलब आई एम गेसिंग इफ यू आर अ क्रिकेटर इट वुड हैव बीन स्कोरिंग रन्स, लॉट्स ऑफ रन्स। मगर जहां हम 3 जनवरी को भूल जाते हैं कि हमारा न्यू ईयर रेजोल्यूशन क्या था, और गिल यहां है कि एक के बाद एक माइलस्टोन टिक कर रहा है। वैसे अभी आगे क्या ही मांगेंगे? WTC फाइनल में डबल सेंचुरी, अब वही तो बचा है। और जिस हिसाब से गिल चल रहा है, मुझे तो वो भी बहुत पॉसिबल लग रहा है दोस्तों।
केकेआर ने वेंकैया अय्यर को छोड़ के गिल को छोड़ दिया, अय्यर को छोड़ के गिल को छोड़ दिया। हाँ, अय्यर को छोड़ने का छोड़ के गिल को छोड़ दिया। भाई फिलहाल तू मेरा पीछा छोड़। बंदर क्या जाने अदरक का स्वाद। क्या मतलब केकेआर क्या जाने गिल का स्वाद। घोड़े बेचकर रोना वो घोड़े बेचकर सोना होता है। अरे गिल जैसे तगड़े घोड़े को बेचकर रोना। देख वेल्ला होगा तू, मैं नहीं। चुल्लू पर पानी में डूब मरना। केकेआर को गिल की बैटिंग देख के फील होता होगा ना। ओह अब पछताए होत क्या जब चिड़िया चुग गई खेत। नाइस।
और दोस्तों ये शिवम दुबे क्या खा के आया इस साल? स्पिनर्स को दुबे से ज्यादा किसी प्लेयर ने छक्के नहीं लगाए। और मैंने एक चीज नोटिस करी जब सीएसके और केकेआर का मैच चल रहा था, कि जहां पूरे सीजन दुबे सिर्फ लेग साइड पे छक्के मार रहा था, उस दिन दुबे ने सुयाश शर्मा को एक्स्ट्रा कवर के ऊपर से मारा 6 रन के लिए। मतलब अब बंदा ऑफ साइड पे भी मारने लगा है, तो फिर स्पिनर्स का गेम ही खत्म हो गया उसके अगेंस्ट, है ना? अब क्या करे सामने की टीम का कप्तान? चेन्नई के साथ मैच में स्पिनर्स को खिलाई नहीं। वैसे इन सारे यंगस्टर्स के बीच सूर्य कुमार यादव ने सबको याद दिलाया कि T20 के डैडी यही हैं। क्या 100 मारा स्काई ने जीटी के खिलाफ, मतलब धो डाला। और आपने वो शॉट देखा जो स्काई ने मोहम्मद शामी की बॉलिंग पे मारा? पहली बार नहीं मारा स्काई ने ये शॉट, मगर फिर भी देख के ऐसा लगा कि यार ये बंदा कुछ भी कर सकता है, रोबोट तो नहीं है। शॉट देखकर सचिन तेंदुलकर भी इंप्रेस हो गए, और शामी के पास हंसने के सिवाय कोई चारा ही नहीं रहा। एंड एज इफ दैट वाज नॉट इनफ, उसके बाद राशिद खान पागल हो गए जब जीटी 103 पे 8 पर थी और 10 छक्के लगाए। दैट्स 4 मोर देन स्काई हिट। ये देख के मुझे लगा कि राशिद की तरफ से ये हर
Sorry to cut Jamie Alter off. We love you, Jamie, but that is available right now on the YouTube platform cricket.com/TV. Give us some love and subscribe if you guys are new. And it's of course the familiar RCB lads, the best of the lot, really. All of them can go to hell because tomorrow I hope the weather stays away, bro.
Yeah, man.
I really hope it stays away.
I mean, to let all our viewers know, it's pouring right now here. It's pouring cats and dogs. It's proper thunderstorms and lightning and all of that nonsense.
And like true RCB fans, we're shitting bricks 48 hours before the game. Literally 36.
34.
Yeah, okay, 30 hours or whatever.
Come on.
My maths has been all over the shop right now. So the impact sub is Prithvi Shaw, but someone has him on toast, Akshay. Clearly, 6 times he's got him out, Deepak Chahar.
True. But Shaw did show some, semblance of form in the last game. Scored a 50.
Got 54 or something?
Yeah, 54. I really hope he sort of is able to replicate some of that.
Okay, first ball here, and it's decent. Nanlal Seppat, good to see you. Good afternoon, wherever you're watching. Is there any chance DC can win this Warner special? You hope so, but it's the hope which kills you as Delhi fans. I don't think so. Gurkiat's hoping for a 150-run loss from Delhi. So
that it's clear that Ponting just goes.
Yes, they move on from all of them. And I sympathize to Delhi fans to a large extent. Obviously, before the season started, some would say even when the auction ended, they lost the tournament. But let's see how they can end the season on a high in front of their home crowd. Deepak Chahar to Shaw.
That's a shot, man.
It's a good shot.
Straight to extra cover.
That's a Prithvi Shaw.
Yep. And guys, please keep your comments coming in. And Shaunak, I'm guessing no winners.
There is.
Oh, there is a winner.
Chachant, 220.
Wow, Chachant.
Well done.
Finally, all that pessimism and nihilism has paid off. Congratulations.
For a Liverpool fan, you might not win top 4, but you win definitely a merchandise for sure. I shouldn't count my chickens before the hatch because Bournemouth taking on United later on. But look, jokes apart, Chachant, first of all, whoever wins competitions on the Watchalong, the rule is like, share, and subscribe. You've done that, I presume. Get into our DMs on Twitter and tell us what size and what shirt do you want. We have a plethora of merchandise, and Shaunak will probably show you at some point in time in the watch-along. First boundary for DC, just a little tuck away on the leg side. It's hot and humid by the looks of it. I also want to tell you guys one thing. Humbly request you guys, download the cricket.com app. I'm not even joking. This is not a stupid plugin. I know you guys are used to certain cricket.com, certain cricket apps, but cricket.com, what's the harm? Just download it. If you don't like it, delete it. But just try it because it's brand new. It's fantastic and it's brilliant. It's accurate as ever. Akshay has it. And Akshay got it before he even joined us. So it just tells you a lot more about cricket fans who actually like the game.
Oh, beats him. Oh, that excellent fielding that there.
And again, it's just a CSK field right now that I'm observing because I watched them live, had that privy to do so. And just the fact that Dhoni could basically do whatever he wants with the field. And invariably, we've seen that ploy, right? Where he might even come up to the stumps at times.
Yeah.
He hasn't done so far. But he has that first slip, which is finer than normal. He has that short third man. And then he has a guy at deep point. Not with Gilly cricket.
This field setting helps because Chahar is also back in form, back in wicket-taking form, importantly. Ever since he's come back, he's taken a minimum of 2 wickets in each of his 4 games.
Yeah.
Of course, a stat for you guys there, Avnish, if you could.
100%, because look at it. Most wickets lost in the first over, no surprises, because Delhi Capitals, they would not want to look at this particular depiction. Maybe it's been shown to them by their data team, but 7 wickets in the first over. Can we see another wicket? 8.
Let's hope not. For RCB.
Oh my good grief.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my good grief.
I jinxed that, man.
No chance. I also want to request Akshay to just stand up and show this absolutely brilliant t-shirt. You've done it?
Yep.
That's
all
brilliant,
of that has
man.
been done.
I don't know if he's going to be adjudicating that RCB game, but look, I won't mention names.
Let's hope not, I guess.
It's a flat line. I'm satisfied.
All of that. You could have done away with the mimicry, but sure.
Yeah, the fact that those umpires say it also in a very weird way, it just makes it think. It's not a sexual innuendo by any means.
But everyone,
Oh my good grief. Oh my good grief. What a start.
Jeez.
What a start. By the way, can you guys dish out some stats, Anirudh Kasargod, if you're watching, and tell me how many times Delhi have won this jersey? They played thrice.
Yeah, and they won thrice.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're unbeaten in the jersey.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, that's one reason why people were
I remember
confident.
they played RCB in this jersey,
Yeah,
right?
in 2020. Their first game in this
shocking.
jersey.
I remember that game. Was it in Dubai?
Yep, that was in Dubai.
They beat us that season, right?
Yeah, twice. They did the double O with us that season.
I can't believe we lost to them. Kotla. Oh my God. We would have actually been now. We wouldn't have been worried, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, we would have been like, yeah, cool. Even if
unless Mumbai sort of overtook us in terms of net run rate, so they would have to defeat Hyderabad by a margin of whatever, like 100 runs or something.
Oh my God. By the way, RCB fans, if you guys are going to the stadium tomorrow, there are no calculators allowed. You can use your phone, please, for the love of God. Because I know there are lots of people carrying props to the stadium and stuff, and kudos to you all to make it more fun. But I really hope we just get the points. LSG lose tonight. And if LSG lose tonight, then even if both the teams win tomorrow, it doesn't matter, right?
Who both the teams?
Mumbai and RCB.
Yeah, then Lucknow's out.
Then it'll be an MI RCB showdown in Chennai.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't mind that as well.
So what is your ideal top four and your route? Because obviously you want RCB to win, and I want RCB to win. So tell me how you want them to do
that. I mean, I'll also sort of keep it in the realm of reality, not to simply say RCB top 2 and all of that.
Yeah, because before today, I wanted RCB to get top 2.
Exactly. I get that. I get how emotions can get over us. But the way I look at it, LSG lose today. Mumbai win tomorrow, RCB win tomorrow. So it'll be an RCB MI game at Chepauk.
Okay.
MI have already shown that their batting unit can be susceptible in low and slow surfaces. Chepauk, for example. So RCB can sort of hope their spinners, apply the chokehold and all of that and win the game against them. Gujarat, Chennai, highly likely that Gujarat win against them. So we'll be facing Chennai in Gujarat, a batting-friendly surface, lot of runs to be scored and all of that.
Oh, you're saying eliminator will be CSK RCB?
No, eliminators RCB Mumbai at Chepauk. That we win.
Oh, qualifier 2.
Yeah, qualifier 2 in Ahmedabad against CSK. So that's a very batting-friendly surface. So again, a lot more plausible. If we play Chennai at Chepauk, it's highly unlikely we win that game, given the kind of spinners.
No, I really like your thinking over there. Yeah. I would just have one little tweak. I think CSK will beat GT and go straight to the final.
Oh,
and RCB will have to pull it out of the bag in MI. And what a catch! What a catch!
Raidu, of course, Raidu.
The ex-Delhi Capitals man and Bastard's best friend strikes Tushar Deshpande 5 for 1, and what a catch, like you said.
An excellent catch.
Are you sure Raidu's 39?
I mean, the catch clearly shows he's not.
Is he 39? Sorry, Raidu, if you're a couple of years younger. But what a catch!
Man, that was an excellent catch, and Shaw, that woeful form continues. Yep, we've got a stat for you on that as well. Not the Shaw stopper we know. That's the pun we're going ahead with.
Shocking. I mean, lowest averages for a batter in IPL 2023, 100 plus runs minimum. And you take a look at don't look at the first name, just leave him alone. Poor lad hasn't done anything. But the two feature today. Mitchell Marsh also features today.
No, he's still injured.
Oh, he's injured. And then you see Shaw with it. But look, I mean, Akshay just said about the fact that his woeful form continues. And sometimes as a player, we've seen it, right? Across phases, formats, years. If it's not your season or your series, it's just not your season. There are a couple of blinders who go against you. In case there's no result in tomorrow's RCB match, by what margin should LSG lose tonight if RCB have to make it through? Oh my God. There's a question, Santosh.
But that's going to be very difficult because LSG are right now plus 0.31 and we're plus 0.18. So it's, I would imagine 30-40 runs. Anirudh, if you could just help us.
What are you hoping happens tonight?
So I'd rather just MI lose. That's the more easier way.
Fair. But tonight also the modus operandi should be what? KKR bat first, score 200, and then LSG 130 all out. Oh my God, I would love it. I would love it. Sorry, Lucknow fans. I'm just an RCB fan. I know I should be non-biased.
I mean, you make it sound as the Lucknow has a big
Actually,
fan
base. They don't. None of them.
I mean, there's a reason why they're having a Mohan Bagan jersey and all of that stuff today. So, Phil Salt's in. Let's see if he can apply salt on Chennai's wounds.
Yeah. I mean, I bumped into Phil Salt. I don't know, we should pull up this video as well, which is hilarious. It was like, we do fan cams, but this one was a spy cam Delhi Capitals edition in the Chennai airport. And I was like, and they just lost to CSK, and I was just in their face saying, "Oh, hello there. Would you like salt and pepper, Philip?"
Yeah, I mean, to sort of put it simply, Avnish was playing the role of a creepy stalker.
For sure. 100%, man. Ishant Sharma didn't want to see my face. LSG to lose by more than 103 runs for them to go, oh my God. Yeah. Babu Rao. By the way, Babu Rao, speaking of you, my friend, are you Tommy Moody by your Twitter name? Because if you are, please DM us on Twitter and just confirm your address and all of that. Because you won the merch last time around. Chachant won it today, so we'll send it to you. And then we'll get that off our plate.
But that's such a weird question to ask.
Tommy Moody.
Yeah, are you Tommy Moody?
Because I'm guessing he's Indian, so that's why he's going for Tommy.
All right. Mahesh
Tommy, Kutta, Tommy. What is that?
Toda Kutta.
Toda Kutta, Tommy. Kutta, Tommy. What do you make of this surface, Mahesh Babu? Are you the actor, Mahesh Babu? Surely not. I think it's dry. I think it's a typical Kotla surface, but it's actually been a slightly better deck. I don't think there's been uneven bounce so far. We've not seen it.
But, I mean, the bowling was
shocking.
Like, use all those adjectives, man.
The bowling, I think, Gurkirat Center, the lack of variation on this kind of surface.
The lack of anything for that matter. The lack of anything. There was literally nothing. Not a single bowler looked like, looked close to getting a wicket or even troubling the batter.
Correct.
Or batters rather. There was nothing, man.
And sometimes you at least try to make it smart with your field placements and stuff like that. But it wasn't Delhi's day, and Ponting and Ganguly will have lots to think about. If LSG loses today, then RCB and MI will have both chance to qualify, right? Yeah.
I mean, either ways, they both still stand to win. It's not like if LSG win today, they're out of the tournament or something.
No, but if LSG win today, then they go on 17.
Yeah.
So then either one of RCB and MI make it. That's
okay. He means both.
Yeah.
Yep. For that, LSG has to lose. For MI and RCB, both make it to the playoffs.
And I don't think LSG will even overtake CSK in terms of net run rate, even if they win today.
Oh, given the kind of margin that CSK is looking at, it'll be very difficult. That's true.
Thank you. Oh shit, that's not a good thing, Pranav Anand. I'm learning, man. You want me to speak in Hindi? I'll speak in Hindi, dude. What do you mean? क्या बात करना है भाई?
मैच के बारे में ही बात करना और कुछ नहीं करना.
हाँ ठीक है 6 for 1.
6 for 1 यार.
2 over में. How else do you say?
6 पे 1.
हाँ 6 पे 1. Sorry, my bad. For sure. 1 wicket के नुकसान पे.
6 रन 1 विकेट के नुकसान.
अब देखिए दीपक चहर टाटा पेविलियन से भाग दौड़ते हुए
सही है भाई सही है.
और what do you say for Philip Salt in Hindi? Like
क्या
नमक हराम.
नमक हराम कहाँ से आ गया?
I was joking, lads. Just tongue in cheek in the Saturday to make it more lively for you guys.
And you'll see a lot more of that tomorrow when Gurkirat faces off Avnish.
Man, I'm so worried about this tomorrow already.
Oh man.
I'm worried about actually today in terms of my football fan hat on with United just getting the points. Tomorrow again, just want the same thing. I'm already visualizing Kohli dominating Rashid. I don't want to think anything else.
Sorry, I think you sort of you misunderstood me. I wasn't even talking about the RCB Gujarat game. I'm talking about the more important battle that'll happen at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that game's also on. We're playing cricket, by the way. Should vlog it for you guys. So basically, it's going to be fun. Yes, Mansi going to say Abhishek Hindi take 2.
All right,
shocking.
बात करना है हिंदी में आपको?
Yeah, 100%. क्या करनी है भाई? बिल्कुल.
बस.
धोनी तो बढ़िया खेला आज.
क्या खेला?
वो 4-5 बॉल तो खेला. वो गूसपम्प्स है भाई. गूसपम्प्स क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में?
रोंगटे खड़े हो गए.
बदन में रोंगटे.
Yes. खड़े हो गए.
Nice, bro.
So Shivam concerned meanwhile says if tomorrow at least a 5-over game is led due to rain, would you still give advantage RCB? See, I'm not saying advantage RCB even if it's
Akshay. Oh my god.
Oh man, this is the thought. Oh geez, what?
7-over match for a shootout. Oh my god, I'll be scared. I'll be scared. If it's a 7-over match, then what? Like 2 bowlers can bowl 2. 3
bowlers can bowl 2, and 2 bowlers can bowl 2.
And then the rest 1-1-1.
Yep.
So CSK booked their place. Let's see LSG saying Gafur Gisela. It's
Hindi.
Gisela. I mean, it sounds like a really posh Italian
exactly,
footballer.
You made it sound like that.
Like
it was
Italian
Gisela.
footballer in Serie A and stuff. Like, Gisela, what a strike that is.
Serie A में पहुंच गया मतलब.
Gafur bhai, if you're new, subscribe, please.
I mean, sorry, I made.
Meanwhile, Delhi Capitals are playing till stumps on day 1 here of this one-off Firozshah Kotla test. 7 for 1, 2.4. Are they having a laugh chasing 224?
And they're not having anything right now apart from Ponting Vines.
Fair.
That's all.
Samir Santosh saying some random website putting Raidu as young Raidu, bro. He's not that young, and if he scores, BCCI might select him for the ODI World Cup and Bo Vijay Shankar. We've seen strange things happen.
Way to take a dig at what is arguably the best cricket. I mean, one of the most popular, not best, popular cricket sites out there.
Come on, man. Respect for us. What is LSG's qualification scenario if it's a washout today? They're good, man. They have, like he said,
if it's a washout today,
they get 1 point, they go to 16.
Yeah, but then if RCB wins tomorrow, if RCB and MI both win tomorrow, LSG go out. Because apparently the number of wins is what will be considered first.
Oh, smart lad.
Yeah.
Smart lad.
So apparently, we haven't still confirmed it yet.
There's another one. I don't know if Anirudh Statsman told you this. So he told me if tomorrow RCB bat first score 150. Okay. And
oh wow, man.
Well done.
Excellent football skills. Who was it? Sandman?
Devin Conway like sliding like Paolo Maldini. Literally.
Jeez, man. That was some effort. Wow.
And he can't believe it himself.
Yeah, exactly. That just came out of nowhere.
I was thinking of a New Zealand football reference, but then I was like, who would I have a name?
Have they even ever played FIFA?
Yeah, of course. They play the World Cup. They're the only team in the 2010 Football World Cup to have not lost. They've just drawn all their games and went out.
Okay.
Which is sad. Italy as well. In my opinion, RCB has a fair chance to win against GT. At least 2 KJ if needs to fire and Siraj and Powerplay. Absolutely, bro. You watch the show tomorrow. It's going to be lit. I'm going to be doing the first 30 overs, I guess. Then fan cams in between and all that. But we'll be here to bring it for you guys. And for the MI SRH game. So I was telling Akshay right now. So if RCB tomorrow score 150 and lose in the 19.3 overs.
Yeah.
RR and RCB's net run rate is ditto. Everything is ditto. Wins, net run rate,
Boundary count, right?
boundary count.
That's also ditto.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, but 150 mein RCB will add more boundaries, right?
I hope so.
Hey, come on.
I hope so.
I mean, that'll be ridiculously. Sorry, that'll be a ridiculous
perilous.
coincidence. Yeah.
I just want Markram and Klaasen to just destroy Mumbai.
I don't care. Markram Klaasen alone's good enough, man. Another century.
Yeah.
An encore of what he did against RCB is good enough. to be
RCB win.
honest. Yeah.
So RCB obviously will play at Chepauk right now, given that Chennai is
Yeah.
going to be going through. But GT CSK is in Chepauk.
Yep.
Bro, CSK going through. What are we? There's no debate.
Nah.
GT hasn't played in CSK.
I mean, in Chennai, you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they've got excellent players of spin, and they've got excellent spinners. They've got Sai Kishore if they want.
You're
they can
going to
bring
the
him in.
Lions den.
Ah, come on. GT is one team that can actually sort of breach the fortress. And this hasn't been a fortress as such this season. They've lost 3 games in Chennai this season.
So they lost to Punjab, Rajasthan and KKR.
Oh yeah, they lost to
Holy
KKR.
shit.
So exactly.
How many of you guys are going for the RCB match? I really wanted to get this guy tickets, man. I felt so bad. I've asked everyone, literally asked all the people that I know, members, sponsors. Everyone was just like, no, dude, this is sold out way before because this is RCB's last game. And everyone saw it coming because of the elections and everything. So, unfortunately, no tickets. But Gurkirat this summer laid his hands on a few tickets. And
On a few tickets or just the ticket? I thought he's going by himself.
I don't know. He said he's going with some couple of peeps.
All right, that's great for him.
A madman. I've given him a jersey. Hopefully wears that and adds the red, the sea of red out there. And if you guys are around the stadium, you'll catch me, the awesome man that Vikas is as well. He'll be around. Oh, and he's there as well. Vikas bhai.
Okay.
But yeah, essentially, RCB should win tomorrow. United win today. Red weekend. Let's go, baby. Come on. Oh, and what is Warner? I mean, dude, why are we even doing a watch-along for Delhi?
I actually don't know. Like, to be honest, this like I was just telling this off air after I finished the first along. I mean, after I finished the watch-along for the first innings. Like, this was the only time I felt like, what am I even supposed to talk about? Where do I take this? What conversations? There's literally,
it's crazy. I mean, 3.3, 14 for 1. I don't know if they're playing in a completely different pitch, but it looks like that. They're chasing 224. Warner's stuck 6 of 9. So is Saul 3 of 5. And they're making like what? Dusha Deshpande and Cheher look like, I don't know, peak McGrath Lee with a new ball.
Dude, what are the odds? I was about to say the same two names.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's why we also support the greatest IPL team ever.
Exactly.
Man. People don't know that. People just think, oh yeah, what have you guys won? Robbed of 3 titles thanks to our owner sitting in the Scotland castle right now. For fuck's sake.
And anyways, guys, that's
Champions League final also we made, right?
Yeah, we lost that to Mumbai. So guys, that's why it's important. You guys, please sort of, chiming in with your comments.
How did we lose that in Mumbai? Top edge Kohli.
What do you mean by how did we lose that to Mumbai?
It was a close match.
Yeah, 140. No, we were chasing like 135 or something.
Where was it?
In India. In was it Chinnaswamy?
No, in Chepauk, you're right.
I don't think it was. Yeah, okay. It
in
might
Chepauk,
be in Chennai.
but what was the other game? MI-RCB Champions League game.
That we lost by 3 runs. Virat Kohli top pitch. That was 2010 in South Africa.
That was IPL or Champions League?
No, Champions League. Dude, that was...
And that was the semi-final.
That was the semi... No, yeah, that was the semi-final.
Yeah, even I fucking cried.
It was outside the leg stump. He tried to flick it, and Kohli himself said that was one game that sort of made him really sort of... Yeah.
And he took it so close, bro. He played like a gem.
Exactly. He played a gem that day.
Could you please switch to a Premier League match? We could still do a watch along, right?
Wow.
Absolutely. Who's playing right now, by the way? Who's playing the afternoon game?
I think talking about Nottingham Forest.
Spurs are leading.
Oh, Spurs are leading. Spurs, Brentford. No one cares, really. Where are Brentford on the table?
Anyway, so guys, yeah, like I was saying, that's why it's important you guys keep chiming in with your comments so that we can take them up and try and come up with something. Right now, this match seems to be going
Shocking,
nowhere.
absolutely shocking.
It's just, oh man.
So talk to me about like your essentially your favorite RCB playoff game, in the sense that where really things were on the line and we had to get it through.
RCB New South Wales.
RCB New South Wales?
Dude, that game was something,
It was
man.
unreal.
Something.
That was the Arun Karthik 6.
No, that was South Australian Redbacks. That was the last game of the league stage, and this was the very next game. This was the semi-finals.
Oh, 1 second. Finally a 6.
Yep.
Finally a 6.
Yeah.
Which and who?
So South Australian Redbacks, that win helped us qualify to the semis. And then again in the semis against New South Wales, they made 200 plus. David Warner scored 89 or 41, if I'm not wrong. So they had Pat Cummins, they had Hazelwood, they had Stark, they had David Warner. Packed squad, packed 11 against RCB, who had Mohammad Kaif, Mayank Agarwal in his maiden IPL
And we won.
Yeah, we won. We chased 210. We chased
No
210.
ways. I want
Check
to see
the
the highlights.
scores.
I want to see
Oh,
the
man, that was an
highlights.
epic game. Gale and Kohli went berserk. So that's something.
That was-
Santosh says 2016 qualifier one.
I was going to name that
that's
Iqbal Abdullah and ABD
Exactly.
was too good.
I guess that's the first time someone's put Iqbal Abdullah before ABD. You know, while talking about that game.
What about that one where we got the win against Hyderabad where Kohli chased it down?
That wasn't a playoff game, na? That was
Just
league
a
stage.
normal league
This
stage.
5-over, the 7-over game, right?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
that was the final league stage. Shalab Menon says Arun Karthik hitting those sixes. Yeah, unfortunately, that wasn't a playoff game, but yeah, sure.
Arun Karthik was brilliant in that game. It was
Yep.
Dan Christian bowling the final.
Yeah,
ball.
that
I
was the
remember
South Australian Redbacks Wala game. True. Another game is, again, 2011 IPL playoff. RCB, Gale scored 27 runs of the first over. Abu Netcham.
Oh, yeah.
We just killed the game right there. We
Oh,
were
that
chasing
was
like
too
180 odd, and he killed the game. That was such a sweet.
I think even the Manish Pandey 100 in 2009.
True, that was a good game. Wait,
Yeah.
that wasn't a playoff.
That was right.
No. That wasn't playoff. That was against Deccan Chargers.
Was it against CSK?
No,
Then it
no,
had to
no.
be in the playoffs. It was Deccan Chargers. Can we Google that? Shona?
Sure. That was against Deccan Chargers. Manish Pandey 114 or 73. That was against Deccan Chargers.
So who did we beat in the playoffs to make the final?
CSK. I was about to mention that game as well. We defeated CSK in the semi-finals.
Oh
We were-
my God.
Oh!
Shy at the stumps.
Yep. Where's Warner going, man? What's he?
Oh,
Like,
Warner.
like, it's not even like he's close to. Like,
Oh, look at this.
oh.
Oh my God, that's the best thing I've seen all IPL. Well done.
That was really
That was
entertaining.
fucking hilarious. Yesterday we saw Sam Curran and Hetmai get into some chirp, but right now
This was really entertaining, man. Look
he
at
wants
that.
the overthrow. Jadeja is kind of hustling him,
Look at that.
and then he's doing the sword celebration. And Chris Gaffney is like, "What the hell are you guys doing?"
Nice.
Kohli won that match in that Champions League.
And he's talking about the New South Wales game, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Even in the South Australian Redbacks, Kohli Dilshan went mad.
Exactly, yeah. And the
They
next
went
game was
mad.
Gale Kohli. And Kev hit the winning runs. He scored 3 consecutive boundaries to sort of get us over the line, and we qualified for the finals.
That's madness.
Yeah, that game was epic. So was the RCB CSK game 2009. That was also really good. We had back-to-back 200 plus chases for RCB.
Oh, gone,
man.
gone. Dhoni does it again. Tell me how, ask me how, because he just came up to the stump, Salt playing at the back of his mind games, and gone. 26 for 2. And Phil Salt, sorry, mate. Sorry,
Delhi fans. I feel for
I
them.
feel for Delhi fans. I really, really do.
I mean, they're probably the only 2 Delhi fans out there in the stadium right now. Oh, that's
for sure.
Yep.
Santosh Shirpa going on to say RCB versus CSK in the 2009 semi-final. Only instance we had better of CSK in an important game. I agree with you. You remember even last year, how much do you guys rate that Patidar knock to propel us into the qualifier 2?
Oh, that was also the eliminator. That was a fantastic knock.
Yeah.
And when we least expected of him, it's not like we saw it coming or something like that. For an uncapped player to do something like that in a playoff game, that was
2010 we made the final, right? Or 2011, sorry.
yeah, 2011.
So who did we beat?
Mumbai, the 27th.
Oh, that was 2011. That was pretty decent.
Yeah, qualifier 1 we lost to Chennai, and then we played qualifier 2 against Mumbai, which we won.
So we made the playoffs in 2020 and 2021.
Yep,
So-
and 22.
And 22. 22 we got knocked out of
Yeah,
Rajasthan. Previous 2 times Hyderabad in 2020.
No, yep, it was Hyderabad in 2020 and Kolkata in 21. That was the Shakib. He scooped last over. Dan Christian bowled the last over, and he got a lot of hate comments.
Sick idiot.
Alright,
Phil
alright.
Salt and Avnish, best bonding Sunny P. I mean, I'm his pepper and he's a salt. As simple as that.
Wow.
Got to pepper him with some love and affection at times.
Nicely done. Nicely
Right, so
done.
26 for 2. Who are they going to send out? One of the shocking batsmen.
No, Russo's
Okay, decent.
coming off a 37 ball, 82 if I'm not wrong. So yeah. Chachan says RCB should have won that match against Sara to get into final.
Seriously, and dominated them. We would have dominated GT in the final.
Yep.
And I say that because we took them down last season.
Yeah.
Kohli smashed the hell out of Rashid. He took them 3 sixes. That was like, people say, Rashid was off day, but like, the Kings...
Russo with the duck. Oh, jeez. How? And Russo, 100-0.
It's honestly, he's a bike. 0 to 100. 100 to 0.
And Russo has the record for the most golden ducks or something like that. I don't know if it's golden ducks or ducks. Anirudh, if you could help us out with that. Oh, man.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. In a dismayed Delhi Capitals really right now.
Oh, man. Why are we even doing this?
Why are we doing this? Match, what is it, 67?
Yeah.
Really, why is it?
I mean, Delhi, you really need to look hard at yourself because I'm just 25 and I'm actually going through a midlife crisis just watching this game. I really can think about all the things that's going wrong right now. Why?
26 for 3 and Gurkhirat predicted 150 run loss. I'm trying to do the math right now.
Yeah,
So-
that's 70.
Yeah, I mean,
Bundle up
just
to
for the
70.
benefit of the viewers who missed that stats score a bit earlier, Shauna, can you just put that up on the screen? That absolute shambles of a defeat, which is in the history books. MI consigning who was it? DC by 146 runs, or there and thereabouts. We'll have that depicted on the screen for you right now, just to give us clarity, because Delhi could be in contention for the heaviest defeat in terms of runs here.
Let's see.
Yeah, they'd lost. They'll beat their own record. Delhi Capitals had lost by 146 runs in that 2017 match against MI.
I hope Warner doesn't
Holy
let that
shit
happen.
balls.
But
Anyway, hat-trick alert, Akshay. Is it happening? Deepak Chahar
and he shuffles once again. Thankfully, doesn't get out.
and Yash Dul. It's good to see Yash Dul getting a nod. 26 for 3, Fire was gone. Dhoni absolutely all over Delhi like a rash. And we should really start talking about the KKR LSG game. We spoke about it earlier. LSG going to be donning new jerseys. The fact that it's the Mohan Bagan attire, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know it's a football owner and a cricket owner. What are the other instances of that in the IPL? Delhi as well, Parth Jindal with BFC and Delhi Capitals.
Is there anyone else? And the owner Kabaddi team as well, for what it's worth.
Yeah, there are a few Kabaddi owners in the mix as well. But
Yeah.
look, yeah, we were asking you guys earlier, what is your favorite out-of-the-box IPL jersey? Is it the RCB blue one, the green one, the LSG one, the Gujarat cancer kit that
Yeah,
we
the
just saw,
Delhi one.
the Delhi one that we
Yeah.
just saw? Mumbai, I think, played in the pink to...
They played with the Mumbai women's jersey. That's
Correct.
it. Yeah, it was. But yeah, I mean, pretty much the same. It's hard to sort of notice. Wasn't a noticeable difference.
Yeah, different ones. The Delhi Deccan Chargers first ever one.
Oh, interesting.
What are the chances of a washout tomorrow? Tomorrow it's raining too hard. I mean, it's raining
Yep.
badly right now. if you speak
70%
cat and
is
dogs.
what sort of weather forecast says. 70% chance of rain. Let's hope that won't be the case. And also, just since you mentioned RCB playoff performances, what about RCB iconic games that you watched live in the stadium?
Oh,
If not
that's a good one.
iconic, like good games that you watched live. Guys, you also please let us
That
know.
is a good one.
Yeah, games that you watch live. Not, I mean, you guys don't have to specifically talk about RCB. I'm guessing we've watched more RCB games than others, like live. So that's why.
I basically watched this one 8-over contest, RCB CSK.
Oh, dude. Zahir 4-4.
What a game
Oh,
that
man.
was, bro. What a game that was. It was nuts.
Yep.
It was absolutely nuts.
Yeah. We
There's-
changed like 110 or something
Yeah.
there and thereabouts. So that was an epic game for sure.
There's the other game I watched, but I don't know if RCB won that, with Stain knocking over Rena early.
Oh, we won that. That's the one we won by one.
Correct.
Exactly.
That one as well, where Parthiv ran Dhoni out, right?
Oh,
That was a
wow,
mad game.
That's some game.
And both were RCB CSK ones, but apart from that, there was another RCB KKR game I saw where Mandeep got us over the line.
Oh, dude, that was
10
also
over-
a rain-affected
10 over
contest. Yeah.
game.
Russell scored 45, Mandeep scored 45, and thankfully...
The worst
45.
game I've seen in the Chinnaswamy, RCB versus Cape Cobras. We all
Oh,
got taken
Domini.
as a school field trip.
Jeez.
Dhoni just handed the defeat to our hands. It was just shocking. The best cricket game I've ever seen in the Chinnaswamy, first game ever which I witnessed, way back in 1999, Karnataka versus New Zealand. What a game. What a game. Go check out the scorecard if you can find it. It was top draw entertainment.
I
Top
was in
draw.
my nappies, like my mom would say.
Nappies. If RCB wins tomorrow, I'm going to meet both of you. East Cup Namde. Bishal Malik for sure. 100%.
I mean, talking of iconic games, I watched Chris Gale's first century at Chinnaswamy, RCB
You're
Punjab.
blessed.
Yep. I watched Chahal's debut for RCB in Sharjah.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Dubai boy.
Yeah.
How is Sharjah? Sharjah would be definitely on my bucket list.
For what is all, I've played cricket in Sharjah.
Is
cricket
it
stadium.
actually as it looks? Is it an optical illusion?
Yeah. No, it is exactly like it looks. It's a very weird stadium. The road's right next to the stands.
And they have that kebab shop as well.
Yeah, exactly. And
that old Shamiana vibe.
True. It's a very typical 90s stadium. They've not really changed. They've maintained or retained the look. For better or for the worse, it's great fun.
Oh,
finally something.
6 into the CSK dugout, caught by Santner. 34 for 3, 6 overs gone. Best match watched live in the stadium on May 7, 2016.
And I was getting to that. Okay. I mean, Santosh, I see you on May 7th, and I race 3 consecutive games that I watched. I watched this game live. The very next game was May 14, 2016. RCB Go Green, De Villiers.
Oh, shut the front door.
And the next game after that, 4 days later, May 18, 2016, RCB Punjab, where Kohli does this. I watched these 3 games in a row live in Chinnaswamy.
That's mad, honestly.
You did this.
Right, so there's lots to like, of course, in terms of the live matches. You guys can continue this conversation with the boys coming through. But yeah, 34 for 3, 6 overs gone. Tell us how much Delhi will lose by, or if you guys think they will win, let us know in the comments as well. And also let us know who will make the top 4, because that's the question that we're asking you guys right now. Just to finish off that conversation with regards to what games you've seen live and all of that, there's another game which India played in the World Cup against England.
Oh, you watched
The
that?
2011 one. That was pretty spectacular, man.
Yep.
Ajmal Shehzad, remember
Exactly.
him?
He hit the 6.
Remember him. Oh, cut away for 4.
Is that
Dul Chatadi, Yashne.
Bhai Saab.
It's a good
Finishing it off.
That's a good one. By the way, all you guys are watching for the first time, subscribe. Please tell a friend about cricket.com. We have so much of crazy, amazing content coming up for the next week. It's quite ridiculous. It's sick. So, of course, give us some love and like this video as well if you're watching for the first time. And jump into the comments. We always entertain anyone's comments. What a shot that is for just one.
Yep.
And Jadeja rolling his first over. Somesh delaying as usual. Anirudh getting frustrated as usual.
But I mean, just going back to the games we were talking about, I've seen 2 horrendous games as well. One was Samuel Badri's hat-trick that we ended up losing.
God, don't mention that.
And I watched the RCB KKR game, Siraj bowling the no balls, 52 of 13.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it live.
He mentions that in that recent chat where
he always talks about that game in particular. Yeah, exactly. So I watched that game live as well. That was also sort of heartbreaking. So I've watched quite a few iconic moments, good and bad, both.
So how many cricket stadiums have you been to your life?
Oh, I've been to quite a few. Dubai, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, Chinnaswamy, Wankhede, Melbourne, Sydney, both the grounds, Sydney Showground and Sydney Cricket Ground. So yeah, that's 9 venues.
And the best?
I mean, in terms of sort of history and all, Melbourne Cricket Ground for sure. Sharjah and Sydney Showground both are small, very sort of cozy venues. Great, you sort of see the action happen right in front of you. So in that sense, both of them are good. But Chinnaswamy, the vibe, RCB games,
good lads. Right, so more slander to continue from our boys. Gurkirat and Anirudh are patiently waiting with Somesh as well. So let's get them on. Oh no, Somesh. Unfortunately, he has a bad stomach, so he's on the loo right now. Just joking. We love Somesh. So 42 for 3. What? You guys can slander me, I can't slander y'all. 42 for 3. Nikhil will be joining you guys as well. 43 for 3. And we have a Warner fan and we have a Delhi fan. Guess who is who?
Right, so we're back, and as expected, it's turned into the most boring match of the season. 13 overs left. Delhi cannot win from here. Chennai cannot lose from here, and we just have to get through 13 hours of torture, basically. And
I think Delhi are playing for the net run rate for the next season.
I mean, to be honest, I think the wicket has really slowed down. The cutters are impossible to hit.
It was already slow. Delhi bowlers did left their
Yeah.
bowling plans at their hotels.
And Shaw somehow, I don't know, I still don't know how Punjab let Shaw score a 50. I mean, that should be enough for that should be enough for a side to get relegated. In the Nick Shaw is in, they let him score a 50, and that was also a very slow, like 35 ball 50 or something, which you never see from Shaw. But he was back to his usual self today, getting out to a single digit score, and as usual, Riley Rosso with another duck. Nothing surprising as well.
0 feet movement, which is
yeah.
also not surprising.
And this is like almost like a nice summary of Delhi season. Like Warner is again batting, but not at his fluent best. But he's hanging in there, while everyone else around him is like falling like a pack of cards.
Let's see till how long, because this could it could be a wicket alert. Like this could I'm calling a wicket alert in this over because of the matchup. Tikshana has gotten him out thrice.
Nikhil, do you agree?
I don't think he's going to risk. Tikshana will have to bowl very well to get him out. And Tikshana, I think, is bowling too fast, which has been my pet peeve.
Gets off strike.
Right through the season.
And a great opportunity for Yash Dhul, at least, if nothing, he can score like a 30, 40, 50 and just get comfortable at this level, which he's not done.
If he gets a 30, 40, 50, he'll bat at number 5 next season. I'm not sure how it's good for his career.
But after a slightly nervous start, he looked confident in the last 7-8 balls against the spinners especially. So let's hope that for Yash Dhul's sake, he puts up a decent score so that he can get comfortable at this level, something he's not been able to do so far, although his opportunities have been very limited. That's the case for every Delhi player basically this season. Chop and change. So
somewhere I feel sad for Vicky Oswal and Lungi and Gidi. Lungi and Gidi, both of them have been with the team for 2 seasons, not gotten a game. And Warner has found the fielder so many times.
Didn't he play last season?
No.
Not a single match?
Not a single game. Warner has found the fielder so many times today, even on bad balls.
Yeah, and Manas Singh says, if we get washed out scenario for RCB, LSG need to lose by more than 40 runs or SRH beat MI. Yeah, I mean, SRH beating MI or LSG losing by more than 40 runs, which is the most likelier thing to happen. I think LSG losing by 40
lose more than 40 runs for now.
Yeah. But I read somewhere that I don't know, it was raining in Kolkata yesterday, but
it was raining in
Kolkata
right
now.
See, I think too much is being made of the RCB GT game, because I mean, today it's rained, but it's not rained a lot in the last 10 days or so.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And for tomorrow as well, the forecast is not of certain rains or heavy rains anyway, so we might still get a game. And
but with Bangalore, like there's always that impending threat, because I remember that decider between India and South Africa 2022 only, fifth T20, which just got washed out, and the series ended 2-2
last year.
So it was like, again, people predicted rain, but no one thought it would be big enough. Everyone thought like, okay, it will ease out and the drainage system is great, blah blah blah, but the rain never stopped and then the match got washed out. So anything can happen, and if it does rain, and it will be a very anticlimactic end to the season, to the group stages of the season, especially if Mumbai do end up winning their match. It will mean that obviously RCB will get knocked out and Mumbai, LSG, CSK and GT will progress. But let's hope the weather gods have some, the rain gods have some mercy, and the result is not decided through rain. We need proper 2 games.
And I it would be my first game at Chinnaswamy, so I hope.
Oh, you're going for the match?
Yeah, I'm going for the game.
Oh, then it's for cricket's sake, I hope it does not rain here in Bangalore. Although it was raining really heavily just like 15-20 minutes ago.
Short.
And Warner has hit his second 6 of the innings, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Hit one off.
Yeah, but it's, even though it rained heavily for like the half an hour before, but I don't think it's raining right now. It was just a short heavy passing shower.
Yeah, I mean, if it rains, if it rains in bursts like this, then we should be good. But yeah, meanwhile, hearing Avnish, shouting outside,
At the rain gods.
somebody has, I don't know, I think broken something while playing cricket. I don't know. But yes, hopefully it's not my laptop.
Jujant for sports person's discipline. James Shaw has in Thailand is nothing. Yep. There's nothing to disagree there.
Oh, another. Is it a 6? Oh, it's a
No,
4.
What was the next comment? That
Oh, Paji, you could remember the bench who hasn't featured commendable. I mean, it's only 2 names,
It's
so
not
it's easier.
it's not difficult.
And when it comes to KKR, it's only one player, right? Arya Desai is the only player who has not played for KKR this season. I think every other player has got.
But I think KKR has also only has played 22 players.
Yeah, but
Delhi have featured 23.
they only have 23 players in the squad.
Yeah,
I think.
even Lucknow have featured.
Oh, Johnson
23.
Charles also. Add Johnson
Yeah.
Charles.
Yeah.
Right now. But
Shakib was in the squad, but he was replaced.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So 164 of 66, 67. It's it's as good as dead, but we keep going and hopefully at least we get a few big hits from the bat of Warner, or at least we'll have something to entertain us.
Yeah,
This is why I said Basu, that CSK are boring compared to Punjab. Punjab would have conceded like 95 runs by now, and the match would have been interesting, But CSK are like 61 for 3 after 9 overs.
No one's disagreeing on that boring part. I don't think that should be. If people take offense to it, then I don't know what they're taking offense to, because it could also mean a good thing. But I mean,
going back to that topic of the most memorable game that you have seen at a venue, which games have you seen at the stadium that you feel are the most memorable for you? And if you guys can also comment, those who are watching.
Yeah, so I was there at the. I traveled to watch the 2019 ODI World Cup. I'd watched the India.
We don't have to hear anything more. Sorry.
No, but I watched 2 games. I watched the India Sri Lanka game where Angelo Matthews scored a good 100 and resurrected the Sri Lankan innings, and then KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma scored a good 100. And then I was at the semi-final, which we don't want to talk about. I was there.
Both days.
I didn't go on the second day because I was traveling from London. I was traveling from 200 kilometers. So, but I was there in the first innings. Atmosphere was great. I watched the India-Netherlands game in the 2022 World Cup in Sydney, and I had tickets for the Sydney semi-final, and it looked like that India will play that semi-final, but it was a Pakistan-New Zealand game. So it was not the best game, but the atmosphere was great. So actually, I've watched New Zealand play in 3 semi-finals. India-England in 2016. Oh, sorry, England-New Zealand in 2016 at Firozshah Kotla in the T20 World Cup. 2019 World Cup and 2022. So New Zealand has won once. The only time that I did not want them to win.
So that New Zealand-England match in 2016, how easy / difficult was it to get tickets? Was it high demand or?
No, getting tickets was easy because
online. Did you book it online?
I got it from Book My Show because India was given how. Last T20 World Cup, it was given that if Australia qualify, regardless of whether they top the group or end up at runners-up, their semi-final will be at Sydney. So similarly, India's semi-final was always going to be at Wankhede, even though as per seedings they should have played at Delhi. So who knows? Maybe if they had played at Delhi, they may not have lost because because in the lead up to that semi-final, India had actually played on wickets very similar to Kotla.
Yeah.
Even in that Asia Cup that happened just before that T20 World Cup. So who knows? But so there's that. And my very first game as a kid was the one where Sachin Tendulkar broke Sunil Gavaskar's record of 34 centuries. His 35th century came at Firozshah Kotla. This is back in December 2005. So I was there on day 1. So yeah, no, these memories are there.
I mean, that's
And oh yes,
incredible.
another game. Virat Kohli's 100 Test match. I traveled from Delhi to Mohali, so that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Impressive list. Next, what about you?
Quite a few, but the most memorable is definitely Chris Gale's 100 in 2016 versus England. That
Yeah.
game was pretty cool. Never enjoyed England's success much, but watching West Indies thrash England was fun. And of course, they went on to win the both teams went on to play the final. So it was like a replica of what was to come. But and actually, I was seated among a lot of England fans. So every time Gale would hit a six, I would just like look at them like, yeah, this is the best place to be in, because that entire edition, West Indies was playing some really cricket ahead of for that time.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
definitely did backfire later, but for that time it was pretty good. Oh, sorry, is that a catch? No. Oh.
Also, the pitches also were helping West Indies.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they played. I think they played South Africa also at Wankhede, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So
I have not. Growing up in a city without a stadium meant that I did not watch too many matches at all, and I've still watched probably like fewer than 10 matches at the stadium. Like, you can combine all formats, even Ranji, Jezare, SMAT, everything combined. I would have watched like 10 matches, but I did, however, watch the India-Australia 2017 Bangalore Test.
oh, what a great
So
game.
that was
epic.
Day four? Day
I,
four?
I went for 3 and 4. So
Oh,
Day three
three
and
is
day 3 and 4, because 1 and 2
three
I
was
had
still
exams.
very good. Yeah.
So, yeah, 3. It was because at the start of day 3 and by mid day 3, Australia were in complete control.
Yeah.
And then there was a Pujara Rahane partnership
Yep.
where India started getting a grip of the match, and then there was a big collapse
On fourth day morning.
On fourth day morning.
so yeah, on the morning of day 4, I think Stark ran. Hazelwood took a 7-4, if I'm not wrong, in that
Yeah.
innings.
Star got
Yeah.
Rahane out.
He got this guy bowled as well.
Karun Nair.
Karun Nair. He got Karun Nair
First
bowled.
ball.
Yeah.
Nobody can forget that dismissal.
So yeah,
Was
then
it bold or was it LBW?
it was bold. Rahane was LBW.
Saha had chipped in with a very important 20.
Yeah.
So then the target was around 180,
187,
and
187.
Australia actually got off to a pretty good start. 49 for 1 they were. I think Warner hit a 6 of Ashwin, and it was like going well, and then suddenly they just Ashwin got Warner LBW and bomb.
I do think India were lucky that day, because that LBW
50
was
for Warner.
There was another LBW, Sean Marsh. He did not even review it. It was
Yeah.
but even the Warner LBW was very.
for 2 umpires.
It had umpires call on impact. It has umpired calls on
Hitting.
on hitting.
Yeah.
And the Marsh LBW was.
He just like Australia were panicking, and that's why I think Marsh did not take the review. He was like, I don't know what's happening. He was like so
because
phased.
They had lost one in review, because at that point of time you used to lose reviews for even umpires call.
But at that point, okay, 80 overs it got reset, right? That it was
at 80 overs.
Of course, Australia would not bat 80 overs. If they batted 80 overs, they would have won the match.
They would have won the game had they batted 60
But yeah, that is, I think, most of these players will look back on that Test match as one of the biggest what ifs of their career, because
that one and the one in Delhi recently.
But that more than the Delhi one, because Delhi one still they had a lot to do, but and Delhi was a much better Indian team as well. But
100%.
that 2017 one, peak Warner, peak Warner again, never in India, but still peak Steve Smith definitely.
Yeah.
And the just having the 1-0 lead, being needing 140 more with 9 wickets in hand, you would have to win a series. Okay, almost win a series in India. I think if they had won it, they might have gone on to win the series. Who knows? But that will haunt, I'm sure, like Smith as captain, like Stark, Hazelwood, Lyon, and all these guys, because that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and then they blew it. But that's all credit to India for that just shows like how impossible to beat they are. They're basically like Nadal at French Open, India at home in Test cricket. It's like
right now for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll
And-
take this question. I think Gurkirat can take this. It's been displayed for a while. Why hasn't Roman Powell been backed enough?
He's not had enough failures. I think he's only played 2 games or maybe 3.
Yeah.
And I think his last game was the one versus Mumbai, and where again he was set up to fail.
Yeah.
You sent him at the end of towards the end of the 10th over with 3 overs of spin to get to be bowled, when you could have easily sent in Akshar Patel. And I mean, then that and them wanting to play, I think them thinking that maybe Russo could be better, and then dropping Russo and playing Phil Salt. So, like I said, Delhi did not lose the season or lose the playoff spots from the 1st of April to today. What is 20th?
20th
On
May,
today's
I guess.
19th.
20th May, I guess.
Yeah, 20th May. Delhi did not lose the playoff spot between these 50 days. They lost the playoff spot on 23rd December itself, because you can't have 9 or 10 batters who can bat in the top 3 and have no middle order batter. And the ones that you have, you don't know how to use them. So, I mean, it's not the first time that they had Pant being injured. It happened in 2020 when they had to drop Shimron Hetmeyer. So for them,
Ooh, that wicket. It is for Jadeja.
So for them to then, have a squad of 25 without a second wicketkeeper or a second Indian wicketkeeper, because it's not that Salt was going to start for them for sure. So this is where I felt they should have gone harder for Klaasen.
So a question for you there. Like say, both of you can take it one by one. So there are certain players who have a very certain matchup. Okay. So whether you take those players in the first place, and when you know that you are going to play in conditions where they are more likely to face that matchup more, like in Roman Powell's case, Kotla is a venue where you will get the ball to grip or hold, and he's improved with his spin but not been at his best. So then my question is, should you actually pick the player first?
This is something, like I said early on when we were there in the first innings. They've not made a team.
I'm not saying about Delhi. I'm saying just if you were the owner and so or would you find a way to fit a player like him, or would you just not pick a player like him? And this is just an example. It could be anyone versus anyone. So I'm saying if there is a very strong matchup for a certain player versus a certain bowling type, and which is very evident. So how would you go about planning for that person?
Planning as in like picking the option, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking about it yesterday as well. I think many teams, did not look at the bigger picture while constructing their team. They wanted, probably got greedy and wanted short-term success and just built their team for IPL 2022 alone, because they knew that it will be played in Mumbai, and they picked their team accordingly. And I'm surprised that Warner and all these guys are coming out on saying now that, Kotla has not supported us and the wickets have been weird, etc., when we've known for a while now that Kotla has been like this for the last 6 years. So you needed to pick a team that probably, can get to 165 every match. It's like not a high variance team, rather than a team that can get to 165, 170 every match. And even that's what's happening with Lucknow. If Lucknow played at Wankhede, they will be table toppers probably.
Yes.
But
you could make a similar argument for Kolkata Knight Riders also. And I remember saying this once time, probably during the middle of the IPL, that it would be the best thing if Delhi and Kolkata could swap their venues.
Yeah.
Nothing helps both the teams more. But again, it's an excuse because the pitch did not change yesterday.
Yeah.
The pitch has always been like this.
Exactly.
But coming to Nikhil's question, see, it depends. If my first 11 and most of the backups are complete, then I can get that player as a luxury for venues which could suit him. So there's that. But yeah, I will not build my team around that player or build my team with having that player in the 11. Then I won't, because it also depends on
short.
It also depends on how poor that player is versus that particular matchup, right? It's the same story. Like if Virat, like now we know Virat Kohli struggles versus spin, right? And if he had to play 7 matches here, you'd still keep him in the team because he will not. He will even if he doesn't hit spin, he will not get out to spin. So he will still provide you value in certain phases, right? With Rovman Powell, he rarely struggles when the ball, when he struggles to pick the ball from the hand against his spinners. ये कहाँ से ball आई?
What was that? What happened?
Yeah.
This is Delhi's crowd being Delhi's crowd.
Like, but yeah, I mean, just finishing up on that point, I guess if so, wait, did Patirana bowl using that ball or what?
No. No, I think, and also I'll just add context. The reason why I was wanting to ask is I think it's easier to do that with an Indian player, and the prime example is in the opposite side, which is Shivam.
Right? Yeah.
So
No, that's
Dubey
what I'm
is the
saying.
prime. Yeah. I don't.
If you have a batting lineup and the top 7, like probably like 5-6 of those players cover all bases, and you can afford to have the luxury player who will give you something different. I think I see similar thing happening with Saha at GT.
Yeah.
Saha will not work in most teams. He might not, but because GT have such a well-rounded batting unit, they can afford that 22 of 18 or 22 of 16 from Saha in every match, and 1 or 2 times a season that 22 will turn into like 75-80, and that's all you need. I can't think of any other team right now which has such a player in a very niche role. Like, again, CSK have 2 players for that matter. Patirana is another one I would consider.
Yeah.
He can just do a very specific role, just come in and bowl after the 12th over.
But I think I'll probably rate that role far more important as opposed to just looking after a particular matchup or a particular skill type. Because as you said, the margin of error for Patirana is a lot more. He could have 1 bad over, but still win you the game in the remaining 3. Whereas for the batter, it's 1 ball. So
it's but yeah, I mean, this is something to. Hopefully, if there's a mega auction again, teams consider actually the venue they will be playing at, and then constructing a team accordingly. Because look at this Delhi team. It makes no sense. You've stacked your top 6 with top order overseas batters.
Maybe you can still sort of play with someone like Mitchell Marsh. I'm not even considering his bowling here. I'm only talking from a batting perspective, because if he struggles against spin, he will at least not try and get out against spin, right? He'll not be someone who will be a walking wicket versus spin. So there's that. And the problem with Delhi has been they've had so many batters who struggle. Manish Pandey, who's an Indian batter also, he prefers pace more than spin.
Yeah.
So their best batter of spin bowling this season has been Akshar Patel, and that was known before the season.
Yeah.
So it's just been a mess. I mean, the more I talk about it, the more angry I get that how stupid, how bad or how stupid can.
It feels like, but it feels like so many teams have picked very aggressive players, overseas batters, and a team full of intent merchants. But it feels like the only true surfaces we've seen this IPL have been Wankhede, at times Chinnaswamy, Ahmedabad, and Mohali. That's it. Every other venue has been on the slower side. So
I thought Eden was more true, but Eden got slower.
Comparatively, yes. I mean, Eden is still probably Eden at its worst is also probably better than a Lucknow or a
100%.
Delhi.
100%.
So yeah, it's just hopefully teams construct their franchises construct their teams better going forward.
I felt that to make someone like a Warner the captain also wasn't the best move, and I felt the same for Makram also, because it becomes very difficult for to carry an overseas player, and if he loses form and he's the captain, then it disturbs the team even more.
Oh man, Warner has no clue against Patirana, and good start, and we are just 8 overs away from this match coming to
hopefully Moinali coming on, maybe. Let's see from the other end to.
I mean, he's almost playing as a specialist fielder in a few
And
matches.
his fielding hasn't been the
matches.
best. Yeah, and his fielding hasn't been the best already in the
Yeah,
season.
and not a good specialist fielder. So,
Yeah.
he's somehow impacting negatively despite not batting or bowling.
Yeah.
What do you make of this surface?
I think it was a 170, 180 wicket. That's what we discussed earlier as well, that there is some stoppage. But if you get in, then you can get big, which is how like Warner hasn't looked troubled apart from that last over against Padirana. So he found the fielder a lot of times, but whenever he wanted to hit, he was able to hit that shots. So
But
yeah,
it's getting slight Lucknow vibes from how the second innings has panned out. Not as bad, but slightly.
Should we actually discuss? Because I don't think there's much left in the game to discuss. But should we actually discuss which players should Delhi keep and retain, and which ones should they release?
Jadeja bowling into two lefties. Didn't see that coming in this edition.
The only problem I have is that
this would never happen in Punjab.
Of course. Sometimes I feel it shouldn't also, but you have to just see the two people and then take a call. Not always like what Lalit Yadav experiment was with Conway and Dubey. So this is actually a good learning curve for Jaddu. Keep runs down if you can.
And coming to your question, Gurkirat, I feel that I don't see a lot of merit in releasing players ahead of a mini auction unless it's a no-brainer and you're saving, like for example, Jai Church and Riley Meredith were bought like for 20 crores by Punjab 2 seasons ago, and they had to release them, and it makes sense to release that kind of player.
At least it will,
because I don't think you'll get quality options in the market to replace them.
You may or may not get quality options, but at least you will have some options who could fill up some roles. Right now, there are no options for a few roles.
But what if let's say you release Roman Paul because he's
so I'm talking of the players that I would certainly release. I would release a Manish Pandey. I would release a Sarfaraz Khan. These two I'll definitely release because I
Lungi Ngidi, Mustafizur Rahman. Warner.
Short.
Fizur as well, I guess.
1 out of 2 for sure.
Why not both? I mean, Ngidi doesn't add. He's just holding a spot.
So 1 out of, like I said, 1 out of 2 for sure, because I think how the makeup is only one's going to play. So there's that. And to be very honest, I'm not sure about Warner either. I'm not sure about I'm really not sure that, because I don't think all three of Warner, Russo, and Marsh can be retained. I don't think that is possible. Right?
And Salt as well.
Salt, I'd still retain because I still think he's relatively younger. He's only going to get better, and he could, the day he clicks, he could actually and he's shown good.
Oh, lovely shot. Man!
Shot.
So what is this over? 6-1, 4-6-6. I was just talking in the first innings. Jadeja has not had too many bad.
Yeah, and Warner's heard me that I'm not sure about him, so probably. But so the two players that I'll definitely release, like I said, would be Manish and Sarfaraz. Then I'll also take a call on who one overseas pacer is going to be released. Delhi have
to finish.
Delhi have 3 or 4 bits and pieces players in Ripal Patel, Lalit Yadav, Aman Khan, and Praveen Dubey also. Vicky Oswal I'll still keep because he's not costed you much. So between these 4, definitely 2 get released. Definitely. But
the question is like, who will you replace them? I mean, you need to either like scout really well and pick, be sure about, okay, I'm going for these guys. Otherwise, you need to know who the other franchises are releasing so that you could potentially target those players. So that's why it's tricky because every franchise has to submit their list together, right? So you can't possibly know who Rajasthan will release or
I think you still talk to players who, players also maybe
will know that
the agents will reach out or something, because Delhi lack a good off spinner. That is one. And I don't think Lalit Yadav so far is the answer. So we've talked about 5 players being released. Then we come to overseas Indian pacers that they have. They have Khalil, they have Sakaria, they have Ishan Sharma, they have Mukesh Kumar, they have Kamlesh Nagarkoti. Kamlesh Nagarkoti they have replaced with Priyam Garg. So I'd actually release both, because again there is no space for a top 3 batter. Priyam Garg is a top 3 batter and he did not have. So I'll release Priyam Garg and I'll not have Kamlesh Nagarkoti back. So these are few options, and then
And what about the
Shaw,
Mukesh and all these guys? You'll keep them.
You'll have to keep at least
Zakaria though. I mean, he's not even playing. What is the point
so
of?
you'll have to keep out of Ishant, Mukesh, Sakaria and Khalil at
Release
least
one.
at least one you'll have to release. You'll have to decide upon that, and you'll also have to wait and see how Shaw goes,
Yeah.
because he's been really underwhelming. So everyone's been talking about his fitness. If he's not, we'll take this comment. If he doesn't really become consistent even at the domestic level, because it's not that he's setting the stage on fire in SMAT as well, because even in Syed Mushtaq Ali tournament he has an average of 27-28, which I don't feel is good enough. So probably see what, because and he's struggled to, in the last 3 seasons he's not played 14 games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
Gone, is it?
Yeah.
Damn. So Aksar's season comes to an end, but
and they're like, this is why we don't promote Aksar.
I think, but he can
2
hold
times
us
they promoted. Yeah, of course, it's not his
at
fault.
height.
But would you really say this is a promotion?
Yeah,
of course it is. They could have sent him after the Lalit also. Of course it is promotion.
The match already खत्म हो गया by the time he came to that.
उतना आधा टाइम मैच खत्म होने का फर्क किधर पड़ा दिल्ली को? They
But
actually
yeah, we
sent
could
him when the match was done.
Sorry?
They half the time sent him after the match was done. So it is a
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. But let's just take this comment. We should go the contract way for uncapped players now in the IPL. This will increase the healthy competition apart from players.
From a franchise perspective, it's only fair that if you have a player you have nurtured and groomed, then that player, that other franchises should not just have the option to shell cash at the other player.
But how long is the contract that we are looking for? Because you also need to give the player some freedom.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm saying, like, you need to always leave it to the player. Player power is non-existent in IPL right now, but that should probably happen, that they need to have a say on whether they want to be at a particular franchise, whether they want to get released, and all these things. We are not at that stage yet, and I'm not sure if we'll ever come to that stage, because franchises would not want to just let go of their players. This is not like this is where it's very different from a football model.
Okay.
Even though we get a lot of
I want to ask this question from you, since you followed Warner more closely than me. Probably even Nikhil as well. I'll ask this: if you are the DC management, do you retain Warner? Because to me, in the last 1.5 year, he's not looked the same batter. He's had his struggles versus pace across formats. He's not looked the same batter to me, at least, and he's not going to get any younger. I think he's already 35, 36.
Yeah.
So
I'll just ride this cycle out. I won't wait. I mean, I don't see a lot of merit in because I don't know if there's another.
If there is no mega auction, then
yes, then Evan Lewis again. He's another player who will just score at 1 KD and Eden Gardens, and he'll score like a strike rate at 65 of other venues. So, but yeah, I mean, I would just see out this cycle and then build my team again freshly in the next cycle.
But how many times can you start afresh? Do you think it is possible
Ask
to
Punjab?
No, but so they've clearly not had the success. Do you think that scrapping everything and starting afresh is easy? Because I firstly don't think that there will be another mega auction. But even if it is, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, right now I don't see any captain in this Delhi side. That's the concern. You have to buy a captain, and I don't know if you can buy a captain in a mini
Pant
auction.
comes back.
Yeah, that's also if right now. So
I think he should be okay
for next season. Who knows, right? I mean, it still could be too early, and he needs to again play at an IPL level again to get back. I mean, that right now, let's say that it's an if. yeah, 1 year is a long time, but still, you don't want to be banking on a player who has not played any cricket in like almost 18 months, right? So
At first, I thought this is Nikhil's favorite game that they're showing on the broadcast.
I'm watching a different channel. Thank you.
oh yeah, he must be watching in English, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Though I can see what is being shown in the background, but yeah, still.
oh no.
This is watchception.
Yeah, but I think I'll keep Warner for another season. The thing is, Delhi don't have anybody who can bat 20 overs. Not one of them. Forget 20, they can't bat 10 right now. So Warner could still add a lot of value if he's supported by the right people around him. And yeah,
I'll add one more thing that I totally expect Warner to be completely gone from international cricket by the end of next year, or
yeah.
mid next year even. So I won't rule him having a second win or a third win like what Du Plessis is having right now. So it's like, yeah, true that he might have his issues, but we thought that Du Plessis was done as well, or at least he had his issues, but he's bounced back. So it's just like slightly dangerous to write him off, and yeah, just Delhi have nothing to lose. Just give one more.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's somebody who's very I won't say bank, but he's very safe versus spin. So he's not your overseas player who you'll be worried about that how will he go versus this type of bowling or that type of bowling. He's self-assured, and when it is raw pace, will trouble anyone. And of course, with age or reflexes, will slow down. But I think he has in him to find the way out. So again, you'll have to look at him very differently and set your expectations that I'll not get a 180 or 160 strike rate season, but I could get a good 140 strike rate season with a decent average of 35-40. And that is something that he still has in him.
Between Russo and Marsh, who do you keep?
Marsh.
Because I don't see the space for both. I genuinely don't see the space for both.
See, I feel Russo is very, very high volatile. I don't though I've loved when he's on song, you probably feel I've almost tweeted many times that he feels a left-handed AB, but he's far from another planet in terms of consistency as compared to AB. So
yeah, and look at in this run, right, in the last 6 months, look at the venues in which he scored centuries: SCG, Indore, and Dharamshala. I mean, it's all like
Rawalpindi.
I mean, that's a given. Like entire PSL, you can write it off and put an asterisk over whatever.
Basically, roads for us. It is what it is. Can't help it. And see, it is to do with where you are playing. So if you're set up at Dharamshala or Mohali or Wankhede, you will not mind it. But the problem with Russo is he's had trouble with his new ball movement as well.
Yeah.
Which is why we've seen so many first ball ducks and first 4-5 ball ducks for him, because sometimes those feet just don't move at all. So which can happen to people. So you'll have to be very, very sure of the surface that you're playing on. And Delhi, I don't think that surface
and if Delhi do release Russo,
why is MS so angry right now?
Yeah, I think he thinks the ball is changed.
I don't know. But if if Delhi do release Riley Rosso, if I'm Bangalore, I'm pouncing on the opportunity and I'm getting him, because I think he'll be a good player for Chinnaswamy. I genuinely feel that he could be
But where does he bat then?
Yeah, exactly.
4, 5. After
4,
Maxwell.
5 is too late. 4-5 is too late, I feel, for Rosso.
If he has to be there, he bats at 3, Maxwell at 4.
Yeah, I mean,
but then it basically means that you will have to only play one of Hasaranga.
Of course, yeah, that is that. They need a good Indian spinner. Oh my God, that was wild. But
and do you guys who do you retain between Powell and Salt?
I'll have a slight bias towards Powell because I feel it is easier to find high intent openers, but it's not easy to find high intent finishers. So you will have to probably not hide him as a spin, but get his entry points right, and you can use it, because you will always. I think Indian franchises have always wanted a stable opener at the compromise of the strike rate. And it's been a pattern with many franchises. So you could get that low. It will be unfair to call Salt a low value wicket, but the kind of role that he wants, you could tell somebody to play that role. But with Powell and all, again, it's a very tricky call to take. I feel finishers are very rare in any which ways. Those who can hit pace, you don't have in the cricket system. So you need those options.
The only thing with Powell is that two things is that I don't think he's a genuine out and out finisher. I think even at West Indies, in that good run he had, most of his success came when he batted at 4 in the middle overs. He was good. He improved his numbers, and it's not like he was finishing matches for them. And two is that I think I feel like slightly Powell is overhyped because I've not seen him like have a great run at international cricket against quality attacks, and I've not seen him really properly excel against quality attacks at the highest level. So it feels like the idea of Roman Powell is more enticing than actually what Roman Powell the cricketer is. So
maybe he needs to come to CSK.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, would Roman Powell fit into any other side? And it feels like he's one of those players, right? Even if you pick him, you can't tell he'll be a perfect fit for any franchise. Even RR.
Could be a very good fit for someone like Kolkata Knight Riders. Could be an epic.
Yeah.
Because of Russell backup.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, edged.
And those boundaries at Eden are small. Like even if he misses against spin, and there is the pace.
You know what? I think Powell needs. He needs to go to an SA20 or a BBL and have a crazy season. I think that will probably.
No, I think now SA20 will take precedence over.
Did he have a good ILT20? I don't think he had a great ILT20, right? He had only a couple of good knocks.
But
ILT20 is not to judge any player, but just asking that.
But Delhi franchise had a better batting order in ILT20.
Even PSL for that matter. I mean, he just needs like one season where he has like 500 plus runs at a strike rate of 180 or something, and then he gets that belief that he can actually because even Riley Rosso, right? He had that breakthrough thing in the Vitality Blast, I guess, where it started for him, and then from there he picked up, and then he went across leagues and he started performing everywhere. And still IPL remains the only league which he has not conquered, I suppose. So, but yeah, it's given him belief that he could succeed, wherever he plays. So I feel that thing is lacking with Roman Powell. He has a lot of potential, but it feels like an in between. He's not neither here nor there. So,
and again, all this discussion is exactly while I'll back Warner. There are very few top order bats in the entire world right now who've come to the IPL and forget bossing it like Warner he has most 50s in this league for a reason. And for an overseas guy to have it in conditions that are very far from his natural conditions, it tells a lot about his skill set.
Playing like more than like half of those games, like with Hyderabad being his home as well.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's not like he's played them on roads and then got them off 20-25 balls. It's been hard work, and it's been on bigger grounds as well. So everything is taken into consideration.
Yeah. True. So
and with that,
so I'm going to ask you
before that we will make a small.
The watch is ended.
Wait, you'll ask this question to Nikhil, and we'll say goodbye to both me and Nikhil, and Shubh will come in place of.
Sure.
2 for 1. Yeah, you can ask.
I just wanted to do an Avnish and ask both of you who's winning right now.
Not cricket. Not cricket. Cricket is a little right now.
Okay.
So to DC fans to cap off a disappointing season for Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if after this season I can call myself a fan.
भाई तो करेगा क्या फिर मतलब किसी को तो सपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा ना 2 महीने की लीग है 2 महीने तू ऐसे बिना किसी को सपोर्ट करे यू जस्ट कैन नॉट गो थ्रू इट एट ऑल तो कहीं तो इमोशंस लाने पड़ेंगे
But yeah, it's been so bad. It's just this whole game.
Dude, it could have been worse today at least. I mean,
I wanted it
Delhi
to be
could have
worse.
been all out
At
for
least,
160.
at least, jaldi to free ho. Matlab, spare us the torture and go into history books. Because कुछ अच्छा करके तो तुम पहुंच नहीं रहे हिस्ट्री बुक्स में कुछ बुरा करके ही पहुंच जाओ.
By the way, अभी Anirudh Suresh was saying that if Delhi release Russo and he's in RCB camp, he will pounce on the opportunity to have them. I think Robin Powell will be a better fit for RCB simply because they don't have a proper finisher right now, and Russo को वो top 4 में खिलाएंगे, then they will again become top heavy. So I think Powell will fit in RCB more than Riley Russo, and he can bat at 6. And Dinesh Karthik वैसे भी जाने वाला है.
Our producer is nodding his head, I think. So he's also an RCB fan. But if you are in the Delhi Capitals management, who all do you release?
So that is basically my next piece, that what is the way ahead for Delhi, where I will actually estimate that who are the players that Delhi can release. And it is very easy to click on the reset button, but I don't think that is a sound option because there are not many domestic and international both kind of options available in the market right now at this moment. If you have to think about it, there are not many options. Suppose if you have let go of Marsh, Russo, Powell, Manish Pandey, everyone. Oh, what is that?
This happened earlier.
So if you let go of all of them, you won't have enough quality players to replace them with. Even if you let go of someone like Sarfaraz, then I mean, who are your domestic options right now?
For me, Sarfaraz, Manish Pandey both have to.
Manish Pandey to has to go for sure.
No, because this franchisee doesn't know how to use Sarfaraz. We can't. Even Priyam Garg has to go.
Priyam Garg to pick kyun kar raha tha? I don't understand.
So these three guys have to go.
And what do you think about Chetan Sakaria? I see potential, but they are not playing him at all. Then what is the point?
Between Khalil, Ishant Sharma, Mukesh, and Sakaria, one will have to be released.
Khalil, Mukesh, Sakaria, and
Ishant.
Yeah,
I'm considering that Nagarkoti will be replaced. Any which way.
So there are 5 options now. We put 5 on the table. 4 that you need plus Nagarkoti. I think 2 of them should go.
Nagarkoti is going for me.
I think 3 of them can also go because the thing with Delhi is they have a lot of pacers and they cannot fit all of them in the same 11 for sure. So rather than that,
you will have 3 local pacers, no?
Yeah.
So that is what I'm saying. Nagarkoti goes, then 1 out of Ishant, Mukesh, Sakaria, and Khalil go. I am not sure who to pick between Mukesh and Sakaria, and a lot will also come down to Ishant Sharma's fitness. If Ishant Sharma isn't fit because
I
he's
will let
aging,
go of Ishant Sharma for sure, and then I'm confused between Sakaria and Mukesh. And Lungi Ngidi goes for sure because he has been with the side for 2 years without playing a single game. So he goes out as well. Now the thing is, if I'm keeping Mustafidur Rahman, then Sakaria has to go because both are similar kind of bowlers.
No, but one is overseas, the other is domestic. Both
it's okay, but Delhi have not used any of them regularly, so better to let go of one of them and create space. So I would be fine with Fizz going out because Sakaria, if he plays, then at least we have an Indian player.
Who do you think is a better bowler, Lungi Ngidi or Sakaria? Because see, there are going to be days when Nokia is not available or Nokia is injured, so you need one backup. So between Lungi Ngidi and
so the
Fizz.
thing with Lungi is that he is also a very volatile kind of a player. He will bowl exceptionally well on days, and then other days he will be like going for 45 without taking a wicket.
If I had to choose between the two, I'd rather have Lungi and Ngidi. Yeah. I'd have Lungi and Ngidi, and I'll
interesting option, but it also depends
because he's also bowled well in internationals. He's done
So that is where I've seen him as well, and there itself he has bowled some excellent spells. He has bowled some poor spells as well. So his graph goes up and down. I think I kind of agree with you as well, but will be interesting to see how Zakaria develops as well, because I truly see him as someone with potential, but he over the past 12 months or so he has not showcased it at all. There is Delhi Capitals can be blamed as well because they have not used him
100%.
much.
And now Aman Khan's been dismissed. You
Aman
keep
Khan.
him?
I'll keep him.
Okay.
I let go of Triple Patel.
Okay.
Because again, I see one between Aman and Ripple should stay, and Aman. I mean, he has shown me more glimpses than Ripple at this moment, and Delhi have not used his bowling at all. I don't know what is going on there. So
Okay. And between Lalit Yadav, I mean, I think for you, Praveen Dubey also goes.
Praveen Dubey goes, yeah.
Vicky Oswal, you will keep him?
Vicky Oswal, I can keep him.
Yeah, even I am on the same page. Do you keep Lalit Yadav?
Lalit Yadav, the thing with him is he's a half-baked player right now. The point, so if Delhi can
What's
get,
his age? Let's see.
if Delhi can get some other off-spin option, even if it is part-time, then I can let go of Lalit Yadav. But right now, I'm on the
Lalit
back foot.
Yadav's 26. He's not young, and he's not a 4 overs bowler. Delhi don't know how to. His batting also is something.
His batting is not up to that level at all. It's just that it's half of his batting abilities, and he's basically half a batter and half a bowler.
He can only anchor.
He can only anchor. His hitting capabilities are really restricted to leg side
and to finger spin.
And to finger spin, exactly. So Lalit Yadav, I'm actually not 100% sure right now, but just in case if Delhi can get any other off-spin option, even if it is part-time again, then I can go let go of Lalit Yadav.
Why
But
not?
right
Why
now,
not replace? Why not replace Praveen Dubey with a good off-spin option?
But what are those off-spin options?
There would be in the circuit,
In the
I'm
option,
sure.
yeah. I agree with that. But in that case, Delhi won't have. We have Kuldeep as a wrist spin option. So yeah, there are few players who I'm not 100% sure about. Lalit Yadav is one of them because Delhi will not have an off spinner without him. But I'm pretty sure they can get someone from the auction. But अगर वो Lalit Yadav जैसा ही है, तो फिर what is the point of letting go of Lalit Yadav then? So one option I'm not sure about.
I feel final will be between Gujarat and Chennai, and Gujarat for me.
And both of them have been the best sides of the tournament.
Yeah.
Least number of errors.
Yeah. Do you retain Prithvi Shaw?
So that is so two players I have really no clue about, Warner and Shaw.
Warner, Nikhil has convinced me of sorts because what he said made
what
sense.
did he say?
He's still a safe player. He's still a banker who can give you an average of 30 to 35 with a strike rate of 140.
The next season comes, he will become a bona fide T20 trotter as well, because I'm pretty sure he will let go of Test cricket.
And Anirudh said that he could also have a second coming like Faf. And there is absolutely no batter right now who can bat through the 10 overs barring Warner.
About this? Okay, but Riley Russell is not a banker in that case. Then I was just thinking that if we keep.
No, I was going to ask you the next question. That one, do you retain Prithvi Shaw, and do you retain who do you retain between Russo or Marsh? Because I don't think there's space for both.
So the point is, you consider you're giving me a choice between two. I'll put four players on the table: Warner, Marsh, Russo, Powell. Now. And Salt as well. Now 5 players.
Out of these 5.
I
think only 3 can be retained.
Yeah, only 3 can be retained. Exactly.
Two
has to go, because first of all, Delhi need players who can play spin well in the middle overs. Yeah. That is a given. That is the most important thing right now. So to make room for that, we have to let go of 2 players.
For me, Warner stays.
Okay.
Between others, see, I think that Mitchell Marsh offers more.
Marsh to stays. Marsh for me stays 101%.
Marsh offers more, but it's frustrating to see him not be available for half the games. It's like that he's not going to play the full season.
So if you have Marsh, if you are keeping Marsh for sure, you need a backup for him as well.
So for me, there has to be one backup for. If we keep Warner and Marsh, then the other third foreigner has to be a backup for both of them. Now, is that backup Phil Salt or is that backup Robin Powell? So again,
But I don't think Powell is the backup for
I
Marsh.
don't see how Powell succeeds at this venue, and I don't see how Delhi are going to utilize him better because.
But I will keep Powell, bro. Simply because कोई और finisher है ही नहीं.
So you'll release Salt and Russo.
I'll with a heavy stone on my heart, I will release Riley Russo. I love watching him play. I love him in Delhi.
No, but he should have never been bought for Delhi.
Yeah, that is okay. I understand that point. But if you have to ask me, I will have to let go of Riley Russo right now. So in these 5, Riley Russo goes for sure. Marsh stays in. Powell stays in. Now the choice is between Salt and Warner for me. Okay. And now the question is, just in case if we let go of Warner, who can replace him? Because you need an overseas guy. Or what you can do is then Salt plays every game. Salt becomes your 14 game player throughout the league stage. Now the issue with that is Salt and Short together. It's a very volatile opening.
No, if Salt is there, Shaw doesn't stay.
Exactly. If Warner goes, then Shaw goes as well.
For me,
so there are combinations here. Actually.
Right now, I'm not. I'm not sure of retaining Prithvi Shaw.
But if Shaw goes, who are you bringing in? Domestic में I don't think there is any better. और अगर कोई होगा भी, वो भी सैयद मुश्ताक के एक सीजन के बेस पर ही आएगा, which is a really बहुत ही ज़्यादा dicey है.
But
unless we trade someone,
you could trade someone. You could try and get Anmolpreet Singh. You can try and
Anmolpreet. I don't think it's a good option. I think
you can
or
you could open with Yash Dhul.
Yash Dhul that is a big punt as well. Dhul I am keeping as well. Yeah, for sure.
Because Prithvi Shaw is not setting the stage on fire in Syed Mushtaq Ali as well. And for 3 consecutive seasons, he's not been able to play 14 games. His fitness doesn't allow him to maximize. Oh, so we have someone making their debut on the Watchalong. It's a face that you have seen before on the platforms of cricket.com. Unfortunately, I don't think we have an intro, or there is an intro. Is there an intro? So there is no intro, but we'll welcome Megha to this watch along, making her debut. Megha, please join us.
Actually, I intended to troll you all, but then considering the intro that you've given me,
हमें season ने troll कर रखा है, and the intro that he has given.
So right now you have 3 people who are from Delhi. Watching a Delhi game.
That was not the intro I expected. And then the Delhi bit, I wanted to actually pull your legs. But now I'll have to say nice things about.
I mean, why will you pull our leg? I mean, we are already sad. Didn't you see our last 5
Sataye
minutes?
हुए हैं.
जिंदगी से सताए हुए हैं यार अपन.
So for our viewers, please make the next 15 balls interesting somehow.
Warner can make it interesting actually.
क्या मतलब?
There's some incentive as Delhi fans.
You do realize, right? 84 runs in 14 balls means 6 sixes.
Well, I'll focus on
sixes.
86 out of 56. Maybe some positivity. Like, I think you must be used to it by now, right?
Yeah. Ab to matlab
clutching at straws.
There is that dialogue.
I was prepared for this season to be a failure on the day of the auction.
All right. I mean, that's quite a good way of reconciling to the reality. And I can see Akshay giggling over there in the production room. Apna time aayega moment for him. Well, Lalit Yadav has been one of the minor positives for years together, but
positive, seriously.
Minor positive. Maybe someday he'll realize his potential. He's done well for Delhi in the domestic circuit, but we've not seen him replicate that form in IPL.
That is what. Acha, one question to you. I was asking this to Shubh. If you are in the Delhi Capitals management, do you retain Prithvi Shaw for the next season? Because right now, he has an IPL average of around 23-24. His overall T20 average is, I think, around 26-27. His Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy average is also below 30. Do you retain him going into the next season? Also, given his fitness concerns.
It's actually a dilemma. And the reason I say this is, on one side, you talk about the enormous potential that he possesses. But for Delhi Capitals, he's not come even close to realizing that potential.
Domestic level
some series, like some Ranji Trophy seasons may be good, but not consistently. And for Delhi as well. There have been numerous seasons when Delhi has had to drop Prithvi Shaw mid-season. You remember 2020 season?
2020, yeah.
2020,
Yeah, he was
2021,
dealing in binaries at one
2022,
point. Yeah.
And all of them have been technical issues because of
Absolutely.
which he had been left out, and I don't think he has
if,
worked on
if
them.
Anirudh is listening, our stats man,
Yeah.
could we have a breakup of Prithvi Shaw's domestic numbers? Because I think even this
By
season,
teams,
what he does
opponents.
is, he scores a lot of runs against northeastern teams. Like he had a 370 odd in the Ranji Trophy versus Assam, and that helped his, I think his tally to some 900 runs in the Ranji Trophy.
Overall numbers.
But outside of that, it's not much. He scored a 132 in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy versus Assam, and he had a 50 versus Mizoram. But again, outside of that, not much.
You remember his debut season when he was actually very good, and that was a time when the under 19 performances were also, of course, getting noticed, and that was a time when people expected big out of Prithvi Shaw. But then since then, what has ensued is certainly disappointing, because there's a lot of interest around such players. Rishabh Pant as well, because raw potential and you want to groom it. Different managements have tried to groom it, but somehow.
But Rishabh Pant, you at least know that he's on
Absolutely,
the right track.
no
At
comparison.
some point, he will crack it. Shaw does
And he's
not give
cracked
you those
it to
vibes.
some extent, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Overseas hundreds, in test
But
matches.
Shaw does not give you those promising vibes right now. So I am actually torn between choices, because I think if Shaw goes, then who comes in?
Because for me,
And
I'd open with Yash Dhoni.
ठीक है. I'm just thinking that if, just in case, if Delhi can trade in some promising names, I mean, I know it won't happen, but if Delhi can get someone like Abhishek Sharma back from SRH, I mean, Abhishek Sharma opening for us with Phil Salt, even that is a pretty good.
Excellent catch.
Well, I was
Excellent
focusing
catch.
on 86 out of 56, but now it is turned to
Excellent catch.
dismissed for 86. Well,
So for me, that is like, I don't think that Prithvi Shaw can complain that he's not had a fair run.
he's had a fair
He's had more than a decent run, and
you've not
also-
seen a stretch where he's
also-
consistently got runs.
Also what I've seen with him is, even on days he's looking good or he survived the power play, after he's reached the 10th 11th over mark, you know he's going to get out, because you know now
He runs out of gas as
he
well.
runs out of gas in terms of fitness, and he's going to play a shot which will make him play it out of shape and lob the ball up in the air. Because there's a reason why someone like him doesn't have 100 even after looking so. Or what's his? He's had 199.
99. KKR.
That was 2019.
2019.
After that, I don't think he has had a score of more than 70.
No.
There've been few scores of 60s, but
he had a 60 in that qualifier one in 2021. He's had 50s, he's had good 40s, but I don't think he's had a 70 plus score also outside of that 99.
So who do you think, if Delhi can trade in someone, who like I suggested Abhishek Sharma, who do you think are the names that can come in? I mean, I would be happy with getting Sundar as well, because Sundar's prime position is opening the innings.
I won't mind, but I don't think Abhishek Sharma is going to be released.
For sure, मुझे भी पता है.
And
amongst the talent,
would you take Devdutt Padikkal? Because I see him getting released.
It can work, because if it's opening with Phil Salt, it can work.
Because this is also a small venue. He has the long levers. But for me, again, the problem with Devdutt Padikkal is he struggles versus spin.
Spin.
He struggles to read it off that.
But
after
again,
the power play was.
if you see the combination,
But it is also when he has to start against spin. I think once he's gotten his iron versus pace, he
just
plays.
look at this combination. Padikkal opens with Salt. One down comes Marsh. Number 4th is Rishabh Pant. You have lefty, righty. And in the power play, after the power play again, if Padikkal is set, after the power play, so he can take on spin a bit more. And if he has punts with his side, then again it's a good combination.
So
I have a point
before we take that, we've been on this discussion for some time, and I'm sure those who are watching and listening must also have a few comments on the same and must have their own points as well. Let's just take those comments and see what is the feeling on this question, and what is the consensus. Chandrakant Reddy says, what does it cost the Indian players on the performance front when they're not allowed to participate in the franchise cricket around the world? How much Arshdeep has to lose compared to Patirana? Very good question. I don't think it should cost them much while playing the IPL, because they are used to these conditions. it may cost them when they have to play overseas, when they have to play ICC tournaments, say in conditions which are completely alien, South Africa, West Indies, Australia. Then it could be difficult. Even England.
I have one point to make. So here, what problem is, if we take Arshdeep's example itself, suppose he's out of the side, but the team is playing so much, the national team is playing so much. How many overseas franchisee are interested in him because of the availability issue? That is one point. And I mean, if the player is with the national team again, because India plays so many games, the players won't be available often for their.
And you
overseas
remember
franchises
Asia
again.
Cup to World Cup, that
Yeah,
stretch
that
when
stretch again,
Arshdeep played so much that there was a point when he was rested because of the
So
fact that
I think this scheme actually playing in overseas league, it actually works for those players who are not in contention
Yeah,
for Indian team
fringes,
at
yeah.
all.
for
So
those on
this
the
is-
fringes to make a
Yeah,
comeback.
and this is one of the few cons of India playing too much cricket right now.
True. Do we have any other comment on this?
Let's go to
issue?
Megha's point first that she
Okay.
had to make before the comments thing come up,
Sorry,
and then we
Megha.
can go
No.
to the other comment.
You know, because we have meandered so much. Initially, I intended, to be very honest, I intended to pull your legs, but the grave atmosphere over here, it was so bad that eventually I ended up sympathizing further.
काले बादल बैंगलोर के आसमान में हो ना हो, इस रूम में तो काले बादल काले बादल छाए हुए हैं.
Channeling out as in a Navjot Singh Sidhu, some shiny is coming.
I like to channel in inner Gulzar. I am a huge Gulzar fan. I mean,
But yeah, pretty sad, yeah.
I mean,
How do you guys manage? Like,
no,
what is it
there's
like?
no
this
managing.
is our nostalgia last spot.
Last one.
2013-18, yeah, last spot हमारा nostalgia for CSK fans.
2013, 18, I think 17.
15
also.
भी था, 14 was really bad. So my
There
point
was this
is,
one season where
हमको जीतना ही नहीं है.
Delhi won 3
हमारा
games.
मर्जी नहीं
हमारा
जीतेगा.
मर्जी.
I think there was one season where Delhi won only 3 games, right?
Uh,
I think it was 2013.
14 होगा. 13 yeah could be because they
Because
13
Delhi played 16 games that
13 they were playing their last game against Pune, and it was the battle for to escape the wooden spoon, and Delhi lost to Pune, and I thought Pune से कौन हारता है यार, but they did, and यहाँ पे भी all out होने वाला है.
ended
Yeah,
pretty
you're
spectacularly.
right. It was 2013. Delhi played 16 games.
They checked for 14 as well, no? How many games that
Delhi
they
played
won?
16 games in 2013.
They won 3 out of 16.
Won 3 out of 16.
Jeez.
But what business did you have supporting Delhi in 2013?
13 I was supporting RR.
Yeah. makes
14 I
sense.
was supporting RR.
Yeah.
So,
But Delhi was still my second team, yeah.
Yeah,
It felt bad.
bhai, 14 it was even worse. 14 games, 2 wins and 12 losses.
That was
My
the golden
God.
period of Kevin Peterson and Gary Kirsten.
My God. So, we can't even say that this is the worst thing to happen to Delhi.
2 साल में मिला के हमने we won 5 out of 31 games.
Wow. Having put
so
it like that,
there was
sounds
slight
very
improvement in 2015. Delhi came seventh out of 8th. 5 wins in 14 games. So there's that.
Megha, you have a comment for yourself. Would you like to read it?
Gurkirat, thank you so much for your comment.
That's because
Thank you,
she is.
Gafur. But yeah, pertaining to Delhi Capitals' performance today and overall in the season, Delhi Capitals fans, if you're quiet, don't be sad. There are people like you. You're not alone in this. You'd find support here. You're just at the right place.
I wanted that actually to happen. I'm not kidding. I wanted them to break that record of the highest defeat ever. And what were they thinking of taking a review right now? मतलब क्यों? क्या कुलदीप क्या कर लेगा एक
So as Warner said, we are going to play for pride, and Kuldeep first ball duck. Obviously he wanted to salvage his pride to some extent, but
bowling तो ऐसी
Delay
नहीं
the
किया आज.
inevitable.
Bowling तो ऐसी नहीं करी आज.
bowling तो नहीं किया, that's for sure.
And then, of course, there's another game coming up. You know, now with the playoffs so close, you can switch your loyalties, at least for the playoffs. At least you'd have a
thing
team
is,
that you want.
I don't have a second team now. Earlier, I used to support the team that Dravid was associated with. My second team would be Delhi. And now I don't have a second team again. My second team probably could be RR, but they are in doldrums as well. So, disappointing.
All my second teams have made me remember Delhi. Because Punjab have been tactically poor, RR have been tactically poor.
So which team has been the worst in terms of tactics?
I think he mentioned Punjab. I have got that
I
inkling.
think
I don't
Punjab
know.
For me,
or SRH, because they still don't know their batting order.
actually, this time it's very difficult to pick which team has been the worst
So
tactically.
top three, if you have to play a tri-series between the three tactically worst teams,
You know what? Even Lucknow will come into the contention. They have
Yeah,
had
but
good
have
player
you-
quality, but they have also been tactically poor.
so pick top three teams in terms of being the worst
Like
in
that
terms of tactics.
number 3 promotion of Deepak Huda
So,
in that tall chase.
When they
So-
were chasing a big score.
should I consider Delhi or not? Because I think Delhi's problems were like Delhi were set up to fail from the auction itself.
Pranav, thank you. I mean,
fans coming
I
together for the
thank
last
you on
ride
behalf
for
of
Delhi
the two people in front of me.
Let's
अभी
know-
उठाला होगा मंडे को मंडे को उठाला होगा जब हम रिव्यू करेंगे तो प्लीज उसमें भी ज्वाइन करना.
Hmm.
So, but I think
So,
I think Delhi was set up to fail from the auction itself, but other teams like Rajasthan, Punjab, SRH, these teams had good options.
Yeah.
So I will keep Delhi out of. Chalo bhai.
all out.
And
Delhi out of what?
these are the. So I'll keep Delhi out of this discussion of being tactical.
Out of talking about Delhi being out of things,
Chalo.
out of steam.
You know, I would have loved if they would have been all out for 77 and lost by 146 runs, because they would have created a record.
You know, it takes guts to talk like the way he does. His way of
He's saying it, but I'm
reconciling.
pretty sure he does not feel
Bhai,
exactly the same.
एक second.
Exactly the same. जो
Shaunak
feel नहीं करता।
Dada, please put out that tweet that I sent you. एक बारी वो डालो.
Again, that is what I said. You are trying to be, you know,
Yeah.
that strict parent
People
from
have
the
their-
outside.
yeah, people
but
have
अंदर
ways
से
of
तो भाई
coping.
थोड़ा
नहीं,
तो
I have
feeling
given up.
आती
So this
होगी।
is my tweet from the day of the auction itself.
You know, and it's very convenient to delete a tweet.
I have
Screenshots
not deleted it.
notwithstanding.
Do-
Had
Even not-
Delhi made it to the playoffs.
He
नहीं,
tweeted it.
मैं
I
delete
agree
नहीं
with
करता,
you, but
मैं delete नहीं
that
करता.
is on the exterior that you are acting like a strict
Yeah.
desi parent right now.
Bhai,
Yeah.
I had
You have
so
to act like you don't
I
know.
have given up on this team after the choke in 2021.
भाई बोलना आसान होता है। I
नहीं,
understand it. ये मैं भी कहता
Yeah.
आ रहा हूँ पिछले 5 मैचेस से, पर अंदर से चुभन तो होती है ना।
This
दुख, दर्द, पीड़ा।
season I wish for them to lose every game. You know this.
अच्छा
Yeah, you know, did you notice? I wish for them, and he's not talking about Delhi as if it's his team.
हाँ
So
इतना नहीं attached मैं कि भाई पूरा I can't be Avnish और Akshay.
Dude, I've seen you. I've
Avnish
known
and
you
Akshay
on
need to
from
become
Twitter
पहले
from
था
last 4-5
अब
years.
वो वाले दिन
ठीक है
गए
ना, ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत
वो वाले
कहीं ना
दिन
कहीं अभी भी
गए।
अंदर से वो शेड निकल के आता है, अरे मेरा बच्चा।
वो वाले दिन गए अब
no, but there'd be teams that you don't want to see winning. So
They are the team that always wins.
they are the team that always win.
मैं
Or
थक
let's
चुका
hear-
हूँ, कुछ
let's hear
अलग
from
करो।
you. But let's hear it from
I wanted them last 2 games. I wanted them to lose to Punjab so that Punjab have a chance of qualifying and beat Chennai so that you know जो 2021 के थोड़े घाव हैं वो भर
हाँ.
जाएंगे. But when I saw कि मैच
कितने
कहाँ पे और
कितने
क्या
घाव
है,
2021 के घाव
नहीं मेरा तो 2021 का
21 के
सबसे
घाव
बड़ा
है,
है.
अच्छा,
21 के घाव
बाकियों में
सबसे
कोई
बड़ा
उम्मीद
है।
ही नहीं थी.
That was
21
the
में
best.
gift
That
किया
was
है.
our best chance
21
to
में
win the
gift किया है
trophy.
कि हमें ट्रॉफी दोनों मैचेस
Not 2020.
No 2020
Mumbai were too good.
Yeah.
2020 was like the
They-
2003 India Australia final.
हाँ.
Delhi played well, but
Yeah.
उस Mumbai
They
team को
went
हराना
rampaging
was
from, yeah.
really impossible.
Bumrah and
and Shaw
Trent
was
Bolt.
not having Shaw and Pant were not having a great season
Yeah,
in 2020. Shaw had his best season in 2021. Pant was far better in 2021. So
But then with Pant, if you see that pattern in the last 3-4 years, he's not the batter that announced himself on the stage like 16,
so
17,
last
18.
season I felt Pant batted well
All right.
because he had an average of 30 strike rate of
I don't
150.
agree with that, but okay.
But I'm coming to what he batted well. He was getting starts, but the downside is his highest score was 43.
Yeah.
He failed to
He was
convert.
getting out to shots that
he was
just simply not
Like
out.
okay, he was batting like Ajinkya Rahane in test matches, just manufacturing his dismissals.
Run out हो जाता था
like
कभी
in
कभी
one-
leg side में घम
In
घुमा
one
रहा है।
game, okay, we have been told that we have to wrap this up.
काफी हो
This
गया, बहुत
cannot
रोना
be-
हो गया.
But just this in one game,
मैंने
he
तो
got
अभी
out.
join करा यार,
He
मेरे
got
अंदर
out.
बहुत feeling बची
got
है,
out-
बहुत निकालना है बड़ा।
He got out to a straight ball from Mohsin Khan. He got out to he got out stumped to Liam Livingstone.
You remember that Gujarat match that we were
Yeah.
supposed to win, but
Yeah.
Powell and Pant were running like maniacs, and Pant got himself run out.
No,
You
he
remember
wasn't run out.
that Gujarat Lions game? Just for you to feel better, Sanju Samson
नहीं,
and
नहीं, वो
Rishabh
नहीं,
Pant, that
हमको अच्छी
partnership.
यादें रखनी है.
बहुत इतिहास की
No,
बात
no,
हो गई.
that was
irrelevant now.
Lalit Yadav was run out. Pant was
अच्छा,
out
ठीक
to
है.
Lockie Ferguson. Anyway, we've been told this can't be a Delhi rant session. So, to all those who have joined, thank you so much for always joining on the watch along. Tomorrow, there are 2 games. We'll be doing the watch along for both games. Please do join us. On Monday, we'll be doing a review of the 6 teams that have not made it to the playoffs. So do join us for that as well. It will be a live video. And yeah, not much to discuss about this game. And congratulations to Chennai Super Kings fans, because I think officially now we have the
But
first qualifier.
CSK fans were actually scared कि दिल्ली
I
में
don't
हरा
know.
ना दे.
But yeah,
इसी में दिल्ली की जीत है आज.
Do we have a CSK
so
fan in house?
most likely, unless Lucknow register a big win over KKR,
Ritesh.
we would probably see Gujarat playing Chennai in the first qualifier on Tuesday. We'll get to know that by the end of the day today. And yeah, maybe it could be the last dance for MS Dhoni. It could be. It's sure seems to be setting up like that.
I want to say should be, but मुझे पत्थर पड़ेंगे बहुत, तो
So
मैंने नहीं कहा कुछ.
So it could be that, and on that
But that
note,
you are saying. MS Dhoni hasn't.
that is
said
why
it.
I said could na. So I am also playing.
No,
it
but
safe.
I'm just trying to remind you of the statement
Chalo.
that MS Dhoni made.
So we'll take your leave. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to our broken hearts and broken records. मतलब we could मेरे को वो रंजना का लास्ट डायलॉग याद आ रहा है, but I don't want to
No,
say.
please. No, just do it. Just do it.
अब मैं नहीं
Just
कर
do
रहा.
it.
नहीं मेरे को प्रोड्यूसर साहब ऑलरेडी रुक दे रहे हैं.
वो बोल के.
मेरे को पूरा याद दिया पड़ना पड़ेगा.
But then I think Shubh, you remember.
मुझे भी थोड़ा vaguely याद है.
फिर से उठेंगे किसी बनारस की गलियों में, किसी जोया के पैर में,
चांदनी चौक की किसी गलियों में,
फिर से उठेंगे किसी
वार्नर के
नहीं यार
सपोर्ट में,
फिर से उठेंगे किसी
एक अच्छी ऑप्शन की उम्मीद में, एक अच्छी ऑप्शन की उम्मीद में,
फॉन्टिंग के प्यार
Haunting के प्यार में. All right. So in the comment section, make sure if you are a Delhi Capitals fan to express your angst, your emotions through a dialogue.
First of all, ask yourself why. Why me?
Yeah.
Yeah. उसके बाद do the thing that Mega said.
No, but this was a nice dialogue, a relevant one. So in case you can think of something to emote, to express your expressions, to express your emotions rather, make sure the comment section becomes a place for it. So we'll await those comments. As of now, thank you for joining.
Bye.
Bye.
Happens, guys. Happens.